Does your model work out IRL? I haven't been going to the gym lately. I've been a little bit too busy. What is this being screen? Where could this possibly? Camera? Who knows? Yo, what's up, Finn? Salam, bro. Yeah, I haven't been to the gym for a little while. What's the best location to propose? McDonald's or Burger King? Okay, wait. What country are you located in? Because this widens the potential options. Sweden. Burger King. Burger King. Burger King. Because McDonald's, it's easy to propose at McDonald's. Yeah, it's easy to propose at McDonald's. Burger King, you put some thought into where you wanted to propose. Always. McDonald's, no thought. Burger King, however, Burger King, you thought about it. Just trust the process, boys. Anyways, I think everything's working. Twitch is working. It might be a bit too early to ask anyone who's on YouTube, but I'm assuming the YouTube stream looks good on my end. It's just a place you prefer eating food from. Yeah, look, you're right. What about Max Burger? What the fuck is Max Burger? Max Burger. Max Burgers. Max Hamburgers. Where is this? It's in Sweden. Oh. YouTube chat has ball knowledge. It's actually like a guilty... Oh, oops. It's actually like a guilty pleasure of mine to check out fast foods from different countries and cultures. Yeah. Personally, if I propose, I'm never doing it in a restaurant. I actually need to move my chat over. If I did that to my girlfriend, I would get shot. Well, you better not do it then. You better not do it then, mate. Hey, Jamada, what do you think of today's games? Honestly, I actually think they're going to be like mini bangers, but not in the sense of stakes per se. Though there's actually there's pretty reasonable stakes in these games for all of these teams. Just like in the entertainment factor, and purely the entertainment factor, not the game quality factor. Hold on, let me turn down the music now. I know my music is normally banging, but we have to calm it down. Yeah, not in the entertainment factor, but sorry, not in the game quality factor, but the entertainment factor. Tonight's games are gonna be sick. If you're here for shit slinging and nothing more, nothing less, you are in the right location. Oh my god, wait. Sideline interview and Emily's doing it. Wokage, mute the music.
Face each other for the first time in the LCS today. So Zinni, first of all, this is the first time you'll be facing Hambak.
And of course, it's Zinni and Hambak, so I want to hear how the English is.
Do you guys still talk to each other?
Yeah, I'm still really close with Hambak, so we keep in touch almost every day.
Nice.
Yeah. Not every day. Almost every day. Just sometimes.
So Hambak, what is one thing about one fun thing about Zinni that you think people should know?
This looks like a shy boy in the LCS, but he's so too much talker. So, play too hard on the next table. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, so hard.
City, what's one fun thing you think people should know about Hambach?
I think when Hambach play against close some people,
Mhm.
he always get emotional. So I think today Hambach gets emotional. Yeah.
So before you play him today, do you have anything else you'd
Dude, I
want to
know.
say to him?
Like, obviously, I have a lot of love for the
I
LCS stream
hope
now.
we have fun in today's match. So good luck.
How about you?
But,
Yeah,
dude,
enjoy the game.
Dash in this
and
more
then
casual setting would be
your-
so sick.
Do your job, and then I do my job.
Thank you both so much. 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Throw it
Thank
back
you.
to the lounge.
That was awesome.
The best part is the very beginning, where Zinni's like, "Yeah, we're really close, and we talk every day." And Hambach's like,
Not every
"We're
day."
not that close. We don't talk every day."
Not every day.
And he's like, and Zinni's just a yapper, man.
Dude, he was
he
like-
looks like a shy boy, but he talks.
He's like, what's one fun thing that people don't know about? He's a talker. He's like, what's the fun thing that you don't know about it? And he's like, this guy's just too emotional. Oh, what's fun? What's fun about it, guys?
Well, he's like when he plays someone that he cares about and that he knows, which is like today, because he knows Zinni. So.
I love this.
It was
I
a
love
good
this.
interview because it shows you, like, to me, I could feel that they were still close.
Yeah,
They were
yes,
still
it was
friends.
funny.
So that's the way they can have that type of banter.
Yeah, I love it.
Great job, Emily.
Especially since, like, the first time we're actually getting to see Zinni, and second time we're getting to hear from Hambach on the broadcast, and the fact that, like, their English has
Who's in
really gotten so
Shopify
much,
or
better,
Sen?
so much quicker, and it just puts me to shame anytime I'm trying to learn any other language. It's actually a complete shame against me, but also
It should just be
yeah,
Sentinels.
very
I could
fun
even see it
and
being a
good
duo.
opportunity to hear from them again and again.
Yeah.
Unironically.
He was like, okay,
I could even
you
see it
just do
being a
your
duo.
job, I'll do my job. Best man will win. Bottom lanes though were very important for both.
Yeah,
these
Rez's
teams,
shirt is all
and
okay, I
B-Boy
guess.
Played pretty well last
His
week
drip's
versus
okay.
Fly. Even though they were losing in a lot of these scenarios, B-Boy was racking up a ton of kills. He had huge damage. We were even considering him as the series was going on. We're checking in for our Player of the Week votes. And a lot of people were like, well, even though, Shopify ended up losing
Yo, is
the
yeah,
first
Erd is here.
game,
I just read
B-Boy had such a
okay,
good
what-
performance
what's on
that
USG
because he
tonight?
was able to win the second game.
And what time is it? Because
a lot of
low-key-
people were kind of in his court and considering him for a possible vote.
Yeah,
If
I
it's
mean,
like
this is the
directly
we kind
after
of
LCS,
expected
I could be
after
partial.
Split 3 last year, right? During the playoffs in Split 3 last year, B-Boy had a ridiculous
starts in around 1 hour?
a top 3 type
Oh, hell
of
no.
run. And so when he's playing his favorite champion,
I'm watching Shopify
Ezreal,
Sentinels.
and putting out performances like this.
And the Corky 15 kill game
Yes.
just dropped on him like that. Look at that damage.
I know on their podcast they were like having that debate. I mean, Fudge is trying to set the record straight. Like, I didn't steal your pentakill, right? Like, he was close to
No,
a
he
penta.
denied it because he didn't even take the kill. He just took him to safety.
Hey, his case was that Ari had ulti and everything, and Blast Cone, he was like, she's gonna get out anyway, blah, blah, blah. Like, that was the case that he was making, but still, like, if that is the performance your bot lane is having, that is the key to Shopify Rebellion doing well. Because their mid lane and jungle are active, they're constant
the
playmakers,
WWE is
but
a better
I feel
product,
like
you
both
say.
top and bot lane throughout the entire split has been the lowest across their own roles. So I need to
No,
see either
Soul
bot lane
Gigs.
continue to play as well as they are, not just in lane, but
I
in
don't do
team
LCS
fights.
Fantasy.
Even contracts.
I probably
leadership
should have.
Has been heard talking
Maybe,
about contracts and Fudge. Anybody that you hear in an interview.
May I
talking
set
about
up
how
for
they
playoffs
don't have
if
great
it's
team
still
fighting,
allowed?
They need to be a better team fighting squad.
They do, but some of that can start with your bot lane, as they seem to be in pretty good spirits. But the duo stats between Sentinels and Shopify Rebellion, because I'm
Honestly,
hoping,
enough people asked that
I'm
I feel
hoping
like I
for
should make
Rahel,
one.
Who he did,
Yes.
based on my fantasy team having all of the players, but neither one of them have
Oh,
actually
4
been
a.m.,
that
fuck no.
dominant. KDA is pretty low across the board, no
Yes.
big goal differences, no big experience differences.
Bad.
B-Boy has performed damage-wise in a lot of the late-game team fights, but a lot of that was just last week.
Yes.
His 2 games on Ezreal and Corki, but we know the meta that we're in and how AD Carry and Chanter can just take
Nothing-
over the game.
nothing in
So
my hands.
the winner of the bot lane could very well win the game.
Do you notice that both of the AD carries are smiling and the supports are just stone-faced, locked in?
Okay, what's that mean?
Interesting dynamics for these bottom lanes. You know, I feel like the supports are always the more controlling of the pair of the duo.
Yeah.
The AD carriers are out there just trying to have fun, collect pentakills, do damage. And you know, who he's shot calling certainly has been a huge topic for Sentinels, and it's not only in their success for their bottom lane, but also in a lot of these games where this team gets behind overall thousands and thousands and thousands of gold, and yet they never give up, and they're always looking for ways to come back and stay strong in the game.
That's why a lot of teams give him a lot of respect. Like the random nicknames that apparently like the Lion Gaming give Rahel of like Macro God Rahel, because he's constantly roaming to fights. Like they talk about their level of creativity that they have, and the games, individual games, Kobe, that they have won.
Is that a little sarcastic of a name, though?
A little bit. It's like we don't expect him to be roaming and losing a lane, but he's roaming to a lane to fight. They're just a team
Rahel is going to run this series.
Yeah, Macro God Rahel is definitely like a derogatory comment.
I'll be really surprised if they don't.
There's a reason behind it, all right?
You know,
I need to-
this guy
I'm-
would be
I'm
here.
in my house.
He said, there he is.
Yeah, this dude is random. Why is he dropping this wave over here to go to the fight?
Kobe, what we have on screen here, we know that these teams are all 1-4 with Dignitas actually being 0-5, but the number of games they've been able to win does a lot to influence our perception of how strong they are. Also, Sentinels has done insanely well in online play, which will be crazy if they then don't make playoffs afterwards. So it's time to bring up predictions. Woo. For me, I believe in Golden Glue's teams being able to clutch. Because I feel like for the last several years, he's had these murky regular seasons that then spike and he goes to Worlds. And I know we're still only in spring, we're not in summer yet, but I just can't see
A French person found my going live tweet and said, "Who is this random? Do they not have sarcasm in France, bro?"
Team fighting and who he's shot calling. And then
I'm even going to reply to him in French.
Pretty underrated from a mid laner, and I expect Hambach to have a good game.
Do you remember 100 Thieves, like Golden Glue's 100 Thieves, what their regular season in split threes, what their standing was?
They were
0-3.
0-6, I think. In
Yeah,
games,
actually it was.
crazy.
Yeah, something crazy like that.
I just feel like they're straight up the better team. Like it's a pretty easy comparison, I feel like, with this team and with Shopify. And I have so much more faith in Sentinels to be able to control the game so that it doesn't get crazy. I mean, at the beginning of the year, we were thinking, oh, maybe the Shopify team will have
what's up,
some of their,
Boosted?
like, wild card
Howdy, bro.
wins.
Yeah.
But they haven't really been able to have that. And Sentinels have been very methodical. They have a clear system of how they want to play the game. And I feel like they have the advantage.
My counterpoint, last week, I'm looking into the mind of Contracts.
Oh, yeah?
Slow breathing, calm. He has the mentality of a man. Take it away, Contracts. Give us one game. Start the show.
Here we go. Yo, oh my god. W. David Shynock. Do you know what he called today's games? He called it the Fries Group. He called it the Fries Group, bro. A rare, unanimous W.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the LCS. It's time for another
An undeniable
week of
W from
competition,
David Shynock.
and
I
the
can't believe
clock
it.
Is running low. There's only a couple weeks left to play in our single round robin here.
I'm with
for
Lamp now.
teams that
No,
are
you guys hate David too much.
struggling to still try to make their way into the playoffs.
Is he a little bit-
Like the two that we're about to see in front of us here today have got to make sure that every single game counts. I'm Captain Flowers,
How do we say?
joined by Azael and Emily Rand here for this one, as we have Sentinels and
Naive?
Shopify
Yeah.
Rebellion going head-to-head, both squads.
But he's a
Only
good
with
guy,
a
man.
single
He's just a fan.
series win under their belts.
I'm a very loud and passionate
Tooth
fan.
nail,
Nothing wrong with that.
gnawing the chains off their own legs, trying to escape just to run towards the
Are they
playoffs.
caught in a bear trap?
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know
They are
about
struggling.
the bear trap called
About the
standing.
quality of wins more than
Yeah.
really.
You say that until you're caught in the
Yo,
bear trap.
no Skarner ban.
Get out.
Alert,
And that's
alert.
what both of them want to do. So let's go ahead and get into it here. The
The alarms, the alarms. The alarms going off. There's no Skarner ban. There's no Skarner ban. Hello.
Yeah, no Seraphine ban.
Hello.
Here. The Jarvan ban a little bit interesting. You know, that is a bit of a target towards Hambach, who is known for his early game, for his aggressive ganks.
No Skarner ban.
We're going to play champions
Rumble
like
Skarner.
guys that, you know, are
Go ahead.
reliant on flash to kind of avoid the cataclysm. Then it does make a lot of sense. But I am curious to see, are we going to get Seraphine here for Sentinels, or are you willing to give that up?
It looks like.
Oh yeah, even Skarner Seraphine could have been
the
crazy.
cover is correct.
Never
They
trust
might-
the hovers.
they
Emma.
might- yeah, okay,
I know
there
you're
we
used
go.
to analyst test,
No,
but remember,
yeah,
you
yeah,
never
yeah.
trust the hover. You never trust the hover.
We're going
but
to be
it is
getting
locked.
Huhi Bard instead, which is obviously a pick. We talk about how much Huhi loves to roam around the map, affect other lanes. Him and Rahel are never where they're supposed to be according to their opponents. Bard does absolutely help him do that.
And I really like taking the Bard early when you see Ryze on the enemy team. Since Ryze has Realm Warp, you know he likes to play sides. Bard is a champion that can really heavily facilitate sides. He
Wow.
likes to roam a lot. Taking that away from the other side, I like it a lot.
Okay.
And they'll go ahead and lock into Cassiopeia, a very traditional answer, if not counter anymore, to the
Yeah,
Ryze.
yeah, definitely not a counter as much, but I will say the matchup did get a lot better with the removal of Phase Rush. So
Yeah,
that is something that
yeah,
does
yeah.
get
Azael,
pushed in the gear
Azael's bringing up
because
a really good point.
People have just gotten so used to this matchup from the Ryze side, where
I think
when you
Phase
got
Rush
Miasma, you just would proc Phase
really
Rush
lets you,
and then just walk out. Put
nullify
it
this
out,
matchup a lot.
right? Now you can't actually do that. You can play a more aggressive laning Ruin, but you are going to struggle a little bit more with the mobility, with dealing with Miasma, not only in the 1v1, but in the team fight. So that is something we have to keep in mind.
Okay.
So I'm going to be interested to see. I was going to say, I thought it was going to be Seraphine Ashe guaranteed once we saw the Bard on the other side, but instead, you know, Ezreal is
feel like
only
GL was the
character
only
with
team
the
that
Bard, so I
really
guess they're
hard
looking at it
prios.
more as a bit of a denial.
Yeah.
And Nico
Ashe Seraphine
Ezreal
and the
going to
LCS,
be
like,
the answer. So Seraphine
B1.
Ashe gonna go untouched here through this first
Above
round.
everything else.
I saw a clip the other day
You know?
of Carrier cosplaying a Gromp. with
Yeah,
Nico,
that was a
so
fun hit.
I wonder if we're going to get another Jungle Monster cosplay here this time around.
When I saw that, all I could think of was the Sven quote of when there's a second cannon that Berserker doesn't think about Nico being the cannon. He thinks, oh, two cannons.
Oh, wow, two cannon minions. It's just
Yeah.
oh, wow, there's two Gromps.
Two Gromps.
Honestly-
Double the gold.
Honestly, I can't say anything because I played a carry and I've definitely done that in game.
My lucky day. There's an extra minion in the wave.
Two Gromps.
I can't believe it.
Caitlyn now locked in for Rahel, so we have Caitlyn Bard going into
I like
that
Caitlyn Bard.
Okay, so the
Ezreal,
expectation
Nico
should be
game.
that Shopify
It
should
is
ban
actually a
Skarner
really
and
setup. Obviously,
one
there's
engaged
traditional,
jungler,
you know,
or just champ in
Caitlyn
general.
And those style of lanes that we have seen in the past, but Tempered Fate into
Like something like an
still a
Ornn,
really
maybe?
powerful combo. You can roam
I know, I feel like
around,
Sentinels
extremely
need
dominant. Bard
at
is
least
the
one
strong
form of
2v2
engage
laner.
here.
And Caitlyn, we've just seen, I think, be
Lee
quite
Sin
effective
call out
in
ban.
general in the
Yeah.
LCS when it has been coming out. Has worked quite well.
mean,
it is the most played.
you
for
take
Rahel,
Pantheon?
and he has yet to lose on it. 37k.
If you're Humbug,
across
do you take
3
Pantheon on
games.
4?
Wow, Caitlyn, it has been his best pick this split by a lot.
You got home and streamed
so
immediately.
makes sense
Yeah, no, I've been
here
home
for
since
everybody
like
to support
7.
that comfort.
Yep.
I got really lucky on the train,
Got
so
a good one there,
Yeah.
locked in on the third pick.
But yeah,
for
I just
Sentinels.
locked
So
in,
let's get
cooked
into the
dinner,
second half of the bands,
walked the
as
dog.
Neither side has their jungler. Neither side even has
Threw up
something
the
that's
stream,
going to
bro.
flex towards jungle.
Yeah.
So it's Lee Sin and
Good seeing you
Pantheon
today, man.
out.
And I'm most curious here to see if
What is the second ban from
Shopify
Sentinels?
are going to pay that Skarner tax, because regardless of composition,
The
I just
Fury.
feel like this isn't necessarily
So they're either
something
looking for
we want
Vi,
to put in the hands of
or the
Hanbok,
Fury is an
considering
annoying
how
ass
good
champion.
He's been on it. Whether it is actually making plays with his lanes
It's
or
one or the
getting
other.
key prio catches onto high priority targets. We also see the
Yeah, I
the
think
Fury
I do actually.
removed
I don't know what you guys
for
think, but I'm starting to think the
contract
Fury
and Lee Sin,
might
something
actually just be
that we
strong.
can have success on. And more generally, Shopify does just
Okay, well,
do
there's the
so
Vi. I
much
mean-
better when Contracts is making moves early.
Yeah, it is interesting because he hasn't played Lee Sin yet this
Engage
split,
champ
and really the only person
or
playing
Skarner?
Lee Sin
Jose.
in our league is Jose.
Jose
But Jose
Yoda.
has been doing really,
It's one or the
really well
other.
on it. And sometimes when someone is smurfing on stage, everyone's like, huh,
Yo, what's
maybe
good,
this
Chaos?
pick is
I
good
am
again. And
ready
then they start playing
for-
against Scrims, so, that is my
Yeah,
assumption
this is probably
that,
going to be a
Contract
6-game
has
day.
been
I've just
playing
got
against
a
Scrims,
feeling
and
for
wants
it.
to
There you go.
deny
There's the
And
Skarner.
there
There
is
is
the
the
Hambach.
Skarner.
Now, does
He
Contracts
has been
have?
owning on this pick. I feel like he is the best Skarner player. He is
Alright, it's gonna be
undefeated on the
Mundo,
pick,
probably.
3-0. So you have.
But I feel like
the
it's a
undefeated
Casio Caitlyn.
3-0
It's actually
Caitlyn,
not that good, you know.
The undefeated 3-0 Skarner. You're giving them
I
some pretty.
I
good
personally,
picks here.
I believe that the jungle matchup is definitely fine. It's like acceptably good, but I don't think Mundo is good into this comp at all.
Not Hambach, you
You
lose.
lose.
Even better
Alright, good luck,
news,
Contracts.
Bard also undefeated
Good luck, bro.
for Huhi, and Casio has yet to be played.
I
So
do
they
not
don't
like
have a
this
single-
Mundo
They don't have
angle
a single
at all.
champion that they have lost on so far this split.
The
on
only good
single
thing
side,
is that
so,
finding
that's sounding like it's a pretty good draft for them.
corrective
Yeah, it's looking pretty nice. Over
grievous
on the
wounds
other
is a bit
side, though,
difficult
Skarner's one
to
of the
fit into
champions
all of
League
these
of
guys'
Legends that loves
builds.
to stack health the most.
Rumble.
One of the only other ones that wants to stack
Do we just
health
get Ornn on
before
5, call it a day?
Dr. Mundo locked in
Or
for
Scion?
top
I've got some bad news. I was like, huh.
I think
since I'm
Ornn.
talking about win rates on this
I think
side,
they want.
should check
I
the
think
other
they want the
side, see how good
engage.
it is. 0% win rate on the Rise, 0% win rate on the Ezreal.
I think they want the. I think they want the
In
engage.
fairness,
Cassante,
DSG
wow, okay,
only
ugly, I
has
think,
one
but it's all
series
good.
win, and
That's true.
until last
Ads,
week,
gonna just slam them
Shopify
now.
actually
I'll see you in
hadn't
2
had
minutes.
any of their series go
And then I only have to
a
run.
full
I can run
3
short
games.
ads at the end of this.
They were all
At the end of this game.
Which makes
So,
it even
I'm
more
not-
impressive
yeah.
that
Woof, woof,
Sentinels
woof.
has
I
all
know.
these champions they're undefeated on. And
are a big
Cassante
baby.
has yet to be played, so they haven't lost on a single one of these champions this split.
And
I
this
think
is the
you need to
first
go into
time.
politics. You've got an
Yeah,
incredible
this
skill
is great.
for
Also,
saying numbers.
we've been
It's kind of
asking.
cool though.
We've been asking, okay, when does Impact pull out the Cassante, the Scion, the Ornn? The answer
Oh yeah,
is
actually,
when
these are the 3
playoffs
champs that
are
Sentinels. He's not.
absolutely
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
line.
That's true. I forgot about that. That was the graphic last week.
See that situations have brought you back here, brother.
Well, well, well. We meet again.
And I mean, just last week, we heard in the interviews with Huhi that he was talking about, yeah, Impact is not playing these picks. He's not playing these stock standard tanks. We know he'll be able to play them when he needs to, so we're kind of
Exactly.
experimenting. Well, okay, now he needs to, because you're kind of, you
Isn't
got
Rumble
your
a
back
fake
against
counter
the
to
wall.
Cassante?
You're about to get thrown out of the club. You've
No,
got to somehow
Cassante is like
stay
an
on the
answer
dance
into
floor,
Rumble, but it's
and
supposed to
Cassante-
neutralize, and it kind of doesn't.
Important question.
Yo,
Skarner
Tarim, thanks so much for the prime.
Are you
Very, very generous, sir.
There you go, the
Yeah.
aspect
The
of
aspect
Skarner.
of Skarner. Congratulations.
Oh,
You have a new
do
champion.
you prefer the Skarbok or the Homner?
Wow, that second one made me feel icky. Let's do
Yeah,
the
I
first
think we
one.
go
Skarbok, we're going
Starbok.
with
Who do I think won
Yeah,
draft?
we're gonna do the Skarbok. For
I
sure.
think Sentinels. I think Sentinels really heavy-handedly.
No, we're not.
You come up with
No.
such cursed portmanteaus.
Yeah, man,
for
I don't
things.
know.
I
what
trimmed.
that-
Oh, bless
I
you.
don't know
I
what-
was leaving the
I trimmed
options open,
Scruffy's.
you know?
Let's do the first
You
one.
did
Being
give
the
him a
Skarner
choice.
aspect, you get to decide.
I'm gonna go with Skarbok.
I need to file them.
He's
Ugh.
all right. The Skarbok's got his.
He needs his nickname, you know? He's
Yeah.
undefeated.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's see if
And
he
they-
can stay undefeated here in this one, because this is kind of crazy how both of these teams
Nah,
are
I
1 and
feel like
4.
I feel like the game is
we've
just too
always
hard for
looked at
contracts to
Shopify.
play.
I think all of us,
Like, even
and
if he
most
gets a
people on the
jungle lead,
broadcast
right?
team had Shopify
Which he's actually
predicted
starting
in
on
the
buff,
bottom
which
two
like kind of
or two
I hear it, but I
bottom
think he should
three
just be
of the
playing
league, while
for.
Sentinels was also the entire time kind of
I think he
a
should be
dark
playing
horse
for
a lot
8
of
camp clear
people,
here.
But
Yeah.
they're both at 1 and 4.
Yeah, the most surprising thing is definitely Sentinels because of how other players have talked about this team. We're going to go through a whole bunch of quotes on the bottom here from pros in terms of how people see or perceive Sentinels as a much better
Wow.
team than 1 and 4.
feel like B-Boy
right?
and
Like
Seos are
Isles was
getting
actually
fried
shocked
this
to learn
level
they
one.
were 1 and 3 in his
Rojo has
pros
fleet footwork.
episode. And they've
Huhi's gonna
really
put down
been
2
praised for how
shrines.
well they work together
Yeah.
as a team, right?
Aye,
Like
aye,
when
aye,
Sentinels
not a
are
good
making a
start for the
decision, it seems like
Shopify
all
bot
of them
lane at all.
have an idea of what they want to do with that play. Whether it's a good decision or a bad decision, you can then decide. But they are all on the
coherent.
same page in the way they move around the map.
Exactly. I mean, I do think it is relevant that all
Yo,
of
what's
these
up, Zareth?
pros think they are a top-level team. And they just have not been able to convert it on stage.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like this Mundo
now's
pick
the
is
time.
just.
Again, you know, you've only
not
got
good.
7
Yo,
games in regular season.
Cassante.
So it's a single round robin.
Oh my
in
god,
a
and
League of
Fudge
8
missed cannon
squads.
for that.
So
And he
you know,
missed the next
1 and
melee
4,
minion.
that's a
And he
rough
missed the next
record.
melee minion.
Sentinels
And he
really
missed
have
the
to make
next
sure they
melee
convert
minion
everything
after that.
possible.
Oh my god,
If
just
this
FF.
roster misses
Oh,
playoffs,
go next.
that is an absolute travesty.
Go next now.
Especially after the kind of surprising
Oh.
victories they had in Split 1, right? Like finishing 3rd overall really wasn't what people expected from them. They were like, oh, okay, maybe this roster
Hey,
is
but
a
this
little
is
bit
nerfed. He
ahead
lost
of
like 4% win
schedule
rate.
in
Wow,
terms of
did he lose
coming
4% win rate?
together from
That's
where
kinda
they
nuts.
started to where they
Is this
finished
gank allowed to work?
as contracts.
Yeah, contracts
Does
in the
Rahel
bottom
even
lane
need to
here.
flash?
Huhi and Rahel trying to get
No.
away. Magical Journey.
Wait,
They
what?
managed to escape, but it does cost the
Did Huhi
heal
walk through
there
that?
from Huhi. However, on the other side, Seos used his flash
Yeah,
only to miss
and
the
now
tangle
Harbok
barb.
has
So
double grab,
despite the fact that it's Shopify who commit their jungler for the gank, it's also Shopify who end up with less resources.
Yeah,
I
and
see.
Hambach is going to be
Does
able
Hambach
to
not want double
clear
crab?
out that Scuttle Crab, potentially do a little
Hambach-
Oh, he
wraparound
wants
gank of his
wraparound.
own.
Oh boy, this Garbok.
No flash. No flash on Seos. This could
Yeah.
actually really work.
Okay, Hombox found his way around. Oh, nice use of the clone there. Seos dropping that one off as just sort of the sacrificial lamb there for Hombox.
I really feel like I understand why Hombox did
the
that.
middle of the lane as he escaped.
I feel like you secure
nice
top crab
little
and just
attempt
call it a
from
day.
Hombock and nice escape from Seos. I do like
I
how
think it's
Hombock kind of looks for
so much
these
better for his
creative
game,
angles
and I
early.
think
Contract
4D
does
game.
as well, something we've kind of talked about with both of these junglers.
Like
Hombock
they only had
had
to lose
stated
heal.
previously
I
that
think
he
that's a
wants,
really
he
good
doesn't care what other
exchange for that
junglers
gank.
feel about
And
him,
they
but
got
he
you
wants
crab.
laners to fear him.
I think you were chilling there.
And kind of not expect that he might be there. So a
I think
nice
you were
little
absolutely
attempt,
chilling there.
especially after being able to secure that bot side scuttle.
I like that idea as a jungler. I don't care about the enemy jungler because I'm not planning on interacting with him a lot. I want to interact with the enemy lanes, and I want it to be a negative gaming
And I
experience
want them
for
to
them.
fear me.
And you want Sentinels players to look confident. We actually had a quote from Huhi where he's talking about, you know, the difference between their online play, you know, their scrims and their online tournaments versus LCS. And he says, I can only put it on nerves, right? You know, and you have to be able to try to fight through that. You have to be able to play with confidence. If that is what is working for you in practice and online, you need to bring that same level to the LCS stage. And that is what, you know, he thinks they have been struggling with here on these stage games, because this is a team that pros will tell you they think is the top team in the LCS.
When did you get right?
They're 1-4. They're close to
LCS rights.
I mean,
very fast
hold on,
correction,
let's
bro.
see, as both
A
junglers
very important
potentially
fast correction. I've had them since pretty much the beginning of the
I
year.
thought for a second
Like,
we might get something
ooh.
totally crazy here. Never mind. Okay, he's going on a magical journey.
Here we go.
Zeus in danger. That's your target. Remember, no flash available here on that
stuff.
Nico. Slam back into the wall, and that's going to be all she wrote. They give the kill over to Rahel, and it's first blood for Sentinels.
Again, really nice little look there from Huhi, from Hombock, and now Rahel should be able to take over kind of this bot side. And again, really nice revisiting
Windows first clear is
Seos.
9 seconds
He is
slower
this
after the nerfs.
flashless Nico
Wow,
being
9
able to get the
seconds.
kill. I really
I mean, to be fair, his
loved
clear,
how
I think it's like
Hombock
optimized
sees
first
things
clear. It
sometimes,
used to be
and
like
also
230,
how
no?
him and Huhi work
I think
well
that's fine.
together to come up with these creative angles.
Absolutely. I mean, and you're playing Bard
Hombock has
Skarner, right? You have
upgraded Smite, by
Ishal's
the way,
Impact
so-
and Magical Journey.
Yeah.
There you go.
What Contract's trying to do is hit Drake
It's a barn
because he
burner.
knows he's not getting top crab.
And you can
Well,
go
Huhi
through
and
walls, you can
Darkwings are
come
being
from
really
these
annoying.
angles
I
that
think
they're not
Hombock
really ready for,
crossing.
and you can see Hombock is crossing
Yeah, this is
back.
really
They
good.
want to try to contest this.
They've got
Dragon
there's
down to
upgraded
about
Smite
50.
difference. This is the thing.
Shopify.
Hombock should
backing
actually just
away,
stay.
eating a couple of apples, knocking away a control
I
board
think,
here.
you know what? I think they
Teleport
should have.
back up into the
I
top
think they
side.
did a bit too much
Impact
here. I
has
think they should have let
decided
him.
to TP back to top, so that means that Sentinels will not have him available to try to join in a fight here. Might just look for a potential.
I think they
pick
should have let Mundo
instead.
just
Contracts
hit that. You
does
know,
have the
Contracts is
canister.
gonna flat. Is
Still
he
has to
dead?
flash though, as that Mundo is
I guess
not
they didn't
very
wanna go through
tanky.
the
Still
pool.
only level 5.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously Mundo, you know, the canister pretty effective against Skarner, but as you get to the later levels, once you have Impale, you can hit him with Ishal's Impact, instantly pop that off, and then impale him
Just
right
grab him,
after
yeah.
and pull him into a trap, pull him into miasma, pull him into whatever other damage you are looking for. So it is not guaranteed safety by any means, because Skarner has this kind of 1-2 punch of CC that you're expecting to be layered.
Fully optimized is 240. I mean, I think
That
that's
does mean-
fine.
Again, Rahel and Huhi should be able to take over this bot side of the map.
I mean,
and
Hombock still
is
has
here
upgraded Smite.
to contest this Scuttle Crab,
Meanwhile,
potentially.
over in
Yeah.
mid lane, both of
Low-key,
both of our
Hombock shouldn't even-
competitors are
I think
pretty low
Hombock should have-
health and mana.
I think he
There's a
should
little
have
bit
just
more to work with. Darkwing's probably going to
come
take
off
a
that and maybe
recall
walked
here.
into the
Teleport
jungle
not
there, man.
available for Darkwings. Also, one interesting thing we need to comment on, since I didn't
Still that
mention it
upgraded
at the
Smite,
start
remember?
of the game. The lack of phase rush that you mentioned earlier, Isaac, leads a lot of Rises to just default taking Flash Ghost these days, and that means that there's actually a macro advantage on the side of Sentinels with the extra teleport there for the Cassiopeia. So considering what we heard from a lot of the pros was Sentinels plays the map in a very coordinated, cohesive way, I want to see if they can get a lot of extra value out of having 2 TPs to 1.
Yeah, also in a way that you might not necessarily expect, right? Because the way they talk about it is like, oh, you know, Rahel gave up this wave to be somewhere else on the map, right? Like, Huhi left lane really early to go be somewhere else on the map. And then
When does Mundo gank bot mid and your mother to carry this game?
Sets up the Sentinels team. Really
Bro, I don't know. He just feels so homeless here, I think.
Gonna be
He
looking
just
for
exists
where
in this
Hombock
game.
eats
I
his
actually
first
don't
all
think he gets
contract.
to
A
do the
little bit
Mundo
behind
thing.
as far as the farm is concerned, and down
ever.
that flash could be
We'll see.
problematic.
Like, I'm happy to be wrong.
But, you know, Sentinel's doing a good job. They've built this slow advantage here, up 1K. Rahel with the cull scaling. I feel like they are super happy with the pace of this game. You have a very, very standard comp 2 carries, a lot of meatballs in the front, bunch of CC, and Huhi is able to set up a lot of these fights as well with that tempered fate. So I feel like Sentinels right now should be in an absolute comfort zone.
Yeah, it looks like both junglers are going to be coming down to the bot side.
All right. Hombok and Huhi going to arrive
How's the
first.
match going?
Seos
Not
and
bad
B-Boy
today.
Got to be careful about this
So
one.
far.
Hombok goes in immediately for the slam
my
of the
God, he
wall
walked
into
onto the
Seos.
trap.
And Sentinels takes him down. That
Oh,
is
God,
not
it's a horror.
what Shopify needed. Seos even spinning the flash for nothing there.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, he was trying to flash away from the Ishtal's impact into trap combo, but there was another trap in the bush, and he flashed straight onto that trap. Gets finished off, and there's the impale.
That's exactly what you were talking about earlier, Isaac.
Oh,
you just
my
drop the impale, bring the Mundo back over, and it's all too easy for the bottom lane to knock it down. It's a 3-0
Yeah, like,
game for Sentinels.
I actually don't mind Caitlyn into Mundo for a large portion of this game. Oh my God.
Zenny's going to be your next target now, but they don't have a whole lot left in the tank.
ugly.
Flash back away from Huhi, petrifying
Darkwings
gaze.
doesn't have another Q, he has a Q now.
Seo's got to be a little bit careful
If
here.
he wanted that, he had to
Timberwolves
flash over.
Locks up the Cassiopeia, so he's not going to die
Impact.
yet. Impact, though, very, very low on HP up here in the top side.
Okay.
Fudge burning him down, but Impact stays alive.
It's just
Yeah,
going to
and he
be a
has
dry
couple
loss.
cookies, so wasn't too worried about actually dying there. And that's an opportunity where, you know, Contracts had a chance. You can react
And
to the
Hombok got another
impale
crab.
with the
And
Heart
he
Zapper.
has
With your
2 top
W,
side
that is
camps to do.
so important to be able to actually have that up. So you're absorbing all this
And
damage during the CC.
I mean, they're gonna
and then
actually
you
give
come out of
grubs.
the CC and you pop that, but he never got his Heart Zapper off. He never got that W off. So didn't have an opportunity to try to pop that and survive out of the CC. And unfortunately for him, that means he does go down
don't
and
know
uses the
how
ultimate
they
as
end
well.
up doing that a lot of the time.
Ooh,
Some of these
attempted
rumbles.
flash
This
from
guy, I mean,
Strike
Fudge
from
at least
Impact, but a
has
response flash from Fudge
Death Fire
is
touch,
fast enough
but
to get him away from danger. Sentinels
it is
did
quite
have
horrendous.
Huhi rotating up towards the top. Hombok also right beside him. Excuse me. As Contracts has already
Oh my
claimed
God, does
one
he not
grub,
smite?
looking to take out the next 2 here.
Oh, he does.
Second. Yeah, Huhi's going to try to be annoying, but he can't really do anything about it. So all 3 grubs for Shopify.
Yeah, and Huhi, his only chance was trying to contest one that
Yeah.
didn't have smite for, but
Yep.
since he didn't actually
Also,
have
I
to
listened
use
to your
that
advice,
smite,
Shimada, and gave
obviously,
Aatrox practice another attempt.
the-
4 games, 9
the
kills,
finishing
33
power of
deaths.
Mundo is definitely higher than that of Bard, but Rahel?
Yeah, Rahel's going to get Pop Blossom. Caught by that. A lot of burst. Uses the barrier, but it's not going to be worth a whole lot. The
Call me
shutdown
crazy.
Goes over to Seos, picks up the double
Should he
buffs on
net
top of it.
backwards?
And that's a pretty tough death,
like
I
in,
think,
I
for
guess?
Rahel. He was playing up pretty far in
Like
that
should.
lane without regard to what Seos was doing, especially
Yeah, I'm not gonna
since
lie, man.
Huhi had gone
Maybe it's time for
topside
Malphite.
to harass at grubs, but also to try to make a play.
Aatrox is so damn hard to learn.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Is
when
he?
Huhi shows on the other
You know what,
side,
I have a-
you
I have a
be
knack.
really
Yeah.
careful
I have a
to know
knack
where
for
Seos
learning
is, and,
unorthodox
that's a
champion
death that Rahel
kits,
will
so-
want back. Luckily for him,
I
though,
honestly,
the
it's
kills
just
did
a
go to the
topic that I
Nico, not the
can't-
Ezreal. So, you know, yeah, gold is always
I
gonna be
can't
useful,
comment on
period, but,
in, like, a fair
still
way.
gonna be pretty happy that that's not double buffs and a
Like, I feel
shutdown
like I
from
pick
the
up
Aero.
champions
Yeah,
with weird
exactly.
kits very, very
And post
quickly.
that, Sentinels were actually able to pick up that first Drake.
Like,
It is a
I
little
feel like I
bit
never have a problem
late
with
in
learning
terms of,
unorthodox kits.
like actual Drake stacking, especially with scaling options kind of on both sides of these teams. So there's been a lot of, it felt prior to this, there was a lot of bot lane kind of skirmishes and river skirmishes, but no one to take the Drake, and so Sentinels will be able to
Aatrox
pick
and
that
Riddle,
up
only 2 champs I don't
despite
understand how to play at
Rahel
all.
dying in lane.
Okay, 1,500 gold lead. Multiple minutes until the next neutral objective comes up on either side of the river. Do we expect to see a whole lot of action, or is it probably a bit of a pause until that Rift Herald spawns?
I feel like it's probably going to be a bit of a pause. It's just
Enjoy your
kind of
luck,
like,
Arnie.
you know, do you see an opportunity for an easy pick?
How's my
Obviously,
goat
you
Fudge
do have
doing?
playmaking tools, especially with Huhi having his ultimate back, with Hombok having the Impale back. I think there is a chance if they see an opportunity, but I think we're going to be looking for those big fights, probably more likely around Dragon.
Emily, same
Yeah.
idea?
Yeah, I mean, even with, so obviously, I think Huhi and Hombok are going to continue to look for plays. The most important thing for Sentinels at this point for me is to try to get that Caitlyn onto turrets and really set her up to do some damage. And then for Shopify, it's just kind
just
of
in the
get
back moaning
more
at me, bro.
gold onto your carries,
Defoe's chilling.
despite the fact that, you know, the early laning phase might not have gone how you want it. And here's Contracts topside.
Yeah, Contracts.
Hombok is
making
gonna be
a
here
lane
through the
gang
tribush.
towards
If they
Impact here.
actually stick
Dante
this,
staying alive for now.
fudge.
Does have the third Intofo strike ready to go.
Oh,
Spell
God.
immunity coming out there from Contracts.
Impact.
is all out.
Yo.
Hombok has arrived, but Impact is so incredibly low on HP.
Yo,
Tries
Impact,
to
press
have
your
fun.
W key early,
Cannot
maybe.
do it. Impact.
Thoughts and
I
feelings.
know that everybody understands the
Oh
Cassante
my
moment,
God.
the amazing turnaround, but it felt like he was just such low health before it even started. There's no
Yeah.
angle.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that
was
was-
shocked he even
that
tried
was
to
bad.
go all out. I thought he was just going to retreat back to Hanbok, and Hanbok would come in and peel, and he would just walk out and try to live. That one seemed like a crazy re-engage there. But it is nice to
Jamada,
see,
my pizza is frozen
Contracts
at the
getting
90-degree
involved is
angle.
So important for the
Please
success
help.
of
How do I
Shopify.
cook it?
Ooh, hold on to the bottom side. Seo's coming in. Flash for the Pop Blossom onto Rahel, who continues kiting back, fighting back. Fudge, however, has teleported down
That was a
into
great
the bottom lane,
equalizer.
and Sentinels, their duo has to get all the way
Oh.
away. That is double flash.
Oh, I did hit, but won't die.
Almost got him with the true shot barrage.
It
Less than
will,
100
when you
HP
cook it,
left
it
there
will
on
just, it
Rahel.
will even
That is
out.
both flashes from the bottom lane of Sentinels alongside the heal.
Just lay it on one side and it
That's a
will
really
even
nice
out.
series of plays here
Just
from
make sure you're checking it to like lay it out
as
flat.
Contracts go stop, they get the kill onto Impact, then Fudge uses that prio to TP bot, get double flash off of the bot lane there, and is just going to continue laning down on that bot side. So really nice stuff here from Shopify.
I'm just gonna go
And
get
back to that point, I mean,
some snacks
Contracts
for
has
this
been
guy.
so important for this team. Even in losses, to me, he is the guy that is making things happen. He is that playmaker for the team.
The Poppy game.
Exactly, the Poppy game. He also had like a 7-1 Pantheon game that they lost to. Like, he has had some really standout games, even in losses. Hanbok also, is part of that early game action for Sentinels, but I just feel like it's one of those things where when I see Contracts on Mundo, I wonder, can he have that same level of impact? Because they feel like they need him early.
I agree, despite the fact that I think we've seen really great Mundo games from Contracts, right? Like, especially last year when he was kind of one of the first, I believe, junglers to bring it out in the LCS.
Is DFT
to that point, I
Ride's
actually really
best
did like
rune?
what Sentinels did, overloading the bot side,
I
getting
think it might be
Rahel's
getting
Caitlyn
overtaken,
onto
but he
this
does.
turret
He
is kind of
all of his
exactly what he
abilities
wanted to do
are
with the Caitlyn, and now
a
he
single
has
target.
a very cool,
So I
like,
guess he
one
technically gets the
save
burn for the
lead,
longest amount of time out of him.
Up over B-Boy.
Oh, there's the Tempered Fate, the trap right underneath of the Rumble. Rahel and Huhi going
Yo.
in for this one, trying to get some revenge.
Can
for that
Fudge
earlier
move?
attempt coming out from Shopify.
Why did Rahel
And
move
it's
mid
a
range into that guy, by the way?
high-caliber round at point-blank range. Rahel's going to take that one as the True Shot Barrage into the bottom lane. That's twice now. The True Shot Barrage has landed, but not quite enough damage.
And with the tower shot coming in at first, I was like, well, it's not going to kill him.
Yeah.
But then the tower shot hit, and he had to pop barrier to actually be
Yeah.
able to survive. But
The
that was
barrier saved him.
a really nice combo that they put onto Fudge. Tempered Fate, into Trap, into Binding, into 90 caliber net for another headshot reset, into another Trap. So that is pretty nasty stuff. He's getting so many headshots off onto Fudge, and even with the overheat, Fudge made it close, but Rahel walks away with another kill, got first tower gold, got all those minions, and denied a bunch from Fudge. Now he's up 2K.
Okay, yeah. He's in a great spot. And now, again, they're going to set him up mid lane. They're going to try to get him on that outer ring of turrets, as you want to do with the Caitlyn. And they also have first setup onto this Drake.
All right, let's
Well,
see.
Sentinel
Shopify
second Drake
wanna
for
try to
free.
contest it. You know the Contracts is around
It was
the
pretty
area,
late
but
though.
I don't
So
think
is
they can.
Huhi, so he's just going to knock the canister off the Contracts. Make
Look at
sure
top
that
lane
nobody's on the
TPs.
approach. Yeah, there's just nothing that's going to happen here for Shopify. Sentinels up 2 dragons to nothing, up 2,500 gold over
Well,
Shopify.
not like I'm
Granted,
losing anyone's
Shopify
LP.
does have both the top
That's
side
good.
neutral objectives with all 3.
Yo,
plus
Snowball,
crypto,
thanks so much for the
but
2
they
months,
are
man. I
really
appreciate
gonna
the
have
prime.
to find
Much
something
love for the
here.
generosity.
Yeah, I mean, they just didn't have the setup, right?
Yeah,
Fudge
guys, I'm
can't
gonna start
interrupt
begging
Impact's
soon.
TP, and Fudge has no
Not-
TP of his own.
not
and
this
didn't
frame,
have
but
Equalizer even
soon.
available had he walked down. So I think
Yeah,
there's
man.
just no way they
I
can
need your
actually
patronage.
Test, but Sentinels are cruising right now. All the gold right where you want it.
I require
And you
your
can say, yeah,
patronage.
it's only the second dragon. We'll challenge it the next. But the problem is going to be Rahel will have Infinity Edge as he just completes now. The Caitlyn is going to be ridiculously strong, especially on 3 items. Is where a lot of these crit
Patronage,
marksmen really come online. And when you have fed carries and a really powerful front line, it is strong. But we'll see if Shopify can make something happen here.
Yeah, Darkwings is the target.
Zenny,
It's
can you hit the
Zenny,
wave?
Seos, and Contracts. Summoning up the Herald, going
Alright.
for the turret dive. Darkwings in a 1v3. Pop Blossom coming in early, petrifying gaze from
Well.
Darkwings as he tries to flash and stay alive.
Oh my.
That summoner spell's not going to do him a whole lot
Okay.
as Darkwings does fall. Meanwhile, back
that
over between
cost
the tier 1 and tier 2 turrets in
both
the mid lane.
Zenny's sums
Sentinels tries
and
to make their
Contracts
own
as well.
play. Huhi's down to about 100 HP. True Shot Barrage not
And
going to find
B-Void
the mark
lost his
on that
flash
one, but
mid.
teleport is going into the bottom lane, coming out there from Impact. Zenny trying to find
Unfortunately, I just
the
put my
opportunity
next
to
3
get away here, drops
paychecks
the
into a
Realm Orb.
subathon.
They will escape.
Yeah, I saw you,
It
little.
looks like, okay, the Herald's going to
I want
die.
to call you a
before
word,
it's
but I don't know if I'm
feel
allowed
like
to
that
call
TP
you
was
on an
really weird
LCS
from
Co-Stream.
Yeah.
He could have TP'd the whole time on that dive. You know, Darkwings made so much time
Yeah.
there. He was surviving forever. Maybe Impact's read was you're just going to
Oh,
insta
Seos
die,
is
but
dead.
then to TP that
Again.
late and get nothing, feels pretty rough because he could have easily saved
Oh,
his
he's gonna
mid
just
laner if he
lose
just
flash.
keep
Ah, no, there's no tier 1 tower.
Going in after Seos.
Seos, do not
Trying to make
flash,
sure
bro.
that they grab the kill here. Wait, Hambak
Oh, no, he
turned
couldn't
around?
heal.
Wait,
What?
He
the
got
hell?
juked. I think he thought the other one.
Yeah.
He thought he was, pretending with the
at-
clone and running the clone to the left and then going right. So
okay, well,
Nice little
honestly,
escape from
fair,
Seos again.
fair play to Seos then, because they really wanted to get that kill.
But the other half of that is, if it is the clone going to the left and it's the real one going to the right, he has nowhere to go and he's guaranteed to die anyway. So you should always chase the one.
Yeah,
to the
you
left.
always chase the one that's going to escape.
Exactly. Yeah. So
What would this
definitely
word
an
mean?
oopsie from Hambak.
Don't
nice
worry
play
about
from
it.
Seos, I think, kind of does juke him out, but
Just
should've been the kill.
enjoy your
It's one of those
enjoy your
plays that
sub-form
when
coins,
you're
bro.
the Nico and you make that play, you're like, this shouldn't work. It'll work
Actually,
maybe
it's still
1 out of
going,
20 times, but I'm going to try it anyway because the only other option is I'll die. And hey,
What's going
1
on?
out of 20. There you go. Meanwhile, back over in the mid lane,
Oh.
B-Boy down to half HP, who he very,
Wait, her
very
sub-form
low.
ended.
150 left here on the barge.
Wow.
Barrage. A little bit
Hambak
wide.
tried to
2.5
flash
weeks of
predict
just
where
scamming people
B-Boy
for
was gonna
money.
shift.
W
He
Antonio.
flashed Ishtal's impact, and B-Boy
I didn't see
shifted
what
the
happened,
other
guys.
way.
I
So he just
I was looking
flashed
at a
on air,
different
basically,
screen. I'm
unfortunately for
just
him. And,
it is what it
that
is.
is now flashed down for
By the looks of
Hambak.
things, it's a good thing that my eyes
Happened
didn't
with
see.
Old Skarner. Old Skarner, you just flash ult them. And it's not going anywhere.
True.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize your vendetta against New Skarner.
I don't have a vendetta against New Skarner. I like New Skarner. I just miss Old Skarner because I spent a decade with him.
I like
that
New
makes
Skarner, but I love
Why else do you think I'm here?
That's
You're
unironically.
Nah,
you're,
W
you're
mans.
that X-Men meme, like stroking
Yeah.
the picture.
Yeah, you know
of
what?
Skarner.
He's got a
Ads.
special place in my heart.
Look,
I
the new
feel
one's
like
not purple,
this
all right?
Sentinels
He's
team
trying his best.
True. Look.
could very easily just be the 4th best team in NA.
That's true. That's what you got to do. I'm
Or
sad
they
for
end
players
up kind
that
of
use
being the
purple.
GX of the league,
But we still do have a
where
4-3 game.
if you're
We still do
better
have
than Sentinels, you're
up
allowed
about
to be
2,000
top
gold.
3.
Remember that their
/ top 2
largest
maybe
lead
even.
So far, this game was about 3K. So Shopify have done a good job of making sure that Sentinels don't continue building.
Yeah.
leads.
Yeah,
Look,
and
I just fed
think
you a
it
bunch of
was
snacks.
The
You've been walked,
Sentinels'
you've been fed,
response
you've been
that
watered.
seemed a little disjointed, right? Like that TP from Impact, like you
Quiet
already
for a bit.
pointed out, Isaac was
And then
really
I'll play
weird.
with you later
It,
tonight.
even though
Then we get to
Darklings
play later
did buy
tonight,
a
yeah?
lot of time, that bought
I ain't got nothing for you.
Sentinels some time themselves, got them that turret, got them a lot of more vision
Yo, the
control
Shy
than
Enjoyer,
they
I
had in
fucking
this
wish
game,
that's why I was looking
down
on the other
bot
screen.
Side. So with Drake up in like
Be more
less
interested in
than
what
a
I'm seeing
minute,
right now, man. They're
they
not
should
they're
be
not
looking
fighting.
to,
I was
push
expecting a
this
bit more
wave
team
out.
deathmatch,
Fudge
to be
is already
honest.
on it, and try to get some vision down to contest this Drake stacking.
I'm a little bit worried for how Contrax is going to deal with Rahel, because obviously Spirit Visage, very, very good on Mundo. You know, there is a Cassio that you have to deal with, but Rahel is the super fed member. You have bought
Got no
0
armor.
points of armor, and he already has the Last Whisper. So you're always going to be behind the pace of this carry at this point of the game. You can start working towards the Deadmans or whatever, but he's going to be on LDR before that's done.
And I feel
Oh
like
yeah,
that's
join the
the
Discord,
way that
guys.
stats generally
Join the
scale
Discord.
between
Tap into
carries
the
and
Discord.
tanks.
We're trying to make it
Tank
more
stats are
active. We're
stronger
trying
as
to
a
get
baseline.
have a
Yeah.
build up a
But
strong
carries have more
application for League
stats
partner.
they can invest in.
So
They
click
all
on that. Wait,
multiply
shit,
off
does
of
that
each
link
other.
work?
And
That
once
link
the
works,
carry
right?
hits that 3-item point that you're talking about
Where
with
did
the
it even
big
open?
armor penetration, it's like, okay, well, my gold is less than your gold now.
Yeah.
Catch up.
Join that.
All right, Contracts finds the bone saw onto Hambak, who has to use Ishtal's impact defensively.
No, I know they
Rest
play
of
slower than
Sentinels.
everyone else, but I did actually
Has
think this
the
would
first
be a
two
bit of a
Drakes
shit show.
so far.
And unfortunately,
This
it's
next
not.
one, it will be Soul Point, but Shopify is
I don't know,
moving
Discord
up.
counted towards
Shopify
partnership.
has the health bar
It's-
advantage for now, thanks to the poke.
They will check
Notably, Hambak
like
and
how
Rahel.
active your
Rahel
community
has
is and
some
things like
apples that
this,
he can grab,
like your
though. They do
socials,
have the control board
including
down
Discord
here in
probs.
this side brush.
So I just want to have
Hambak,
it
though, at
built
about
up
60% HP. This
as a
isn't
way.
where you
This
want your
flank.
Skarner to be. Seo's on the approach here from the
Yeah.
side.
Problematic.
There's the
Oh, I
equalizer.
think he just
Hambak
killed
staying
Hambak.
alive for now, thanks to the tempered fate, but he's down
Okay,
to 200
he got
HP. The
McHale's
Skarner's
and
about to
WW.
die. Hambak stays alive for now, but he cannot participate in any sort of a fight, and Shopify secures
All right,
himself
well,
the
good.
stoppage for the Drake stack.
Nicely done by Shopify,
Good
but I gotta say the
bit of
setup
poke.
was not good from Sentinels there.
No, it was
Look
not.
at that trap line. What is that stopping, right? You know, they just showed up late to the objective. You want the trap line across one of these entrances, and then you want it to be, if they try to filter through, Miasma is there as well, and then they're having to try to walk through Tempered Fate. They're having to try to walk through Cosmic Binding. They're having to try to walk through Petrifying Gaze. But instead, they showed up late. They kind of had this haphazard trap line that didn't really block anything, and they were already getting poked out. So Sentinel's setup for the objective was just not good.
You know why
and
else has come so much
Shopify,
slower?
was
Since the
good
level of players
enough
regressed
to be
a lot
able
from
to
last
push
year.
them out, even
Yeah,
without
I agree.
killing
It
off
does feel
Hambak.
like
They're all gonna be
it
able to
does
stop
feel
that
like the level
stack.
of play
It's
has
also kind of weird
regressed
though,
a little
because
bit.
they did have first
I mean, it's actually
rotation
regressed a
onto
lot
that,
between
right?
winter
Like,
in Spring I've been saying as well.
Specifically
I've been a very big proponent of this. I felt like the good teams last split in LCS in like Lion and
now we have a pause,
C9
so we'll have to see
have just
what
gotten
that is
significantly
about.
worse.
Put your egg rolls in
Though
the
I do
microwave.
feel like Lion can retouch a good
Man.
ceiling again.
I don't have a microwave here.
Yeah.
Should I go home?
There's a microwave in the kitchen.
I don't have the egg rolls here. Should I go to the store?
No, we got to go to the producers. We got to get some egg
Yeah.
rolls here.
I could actually go for some egg rolls right now. I'm not gonna lie.
They do sound good.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
sound
like
pretty good.
C9's regular
Well,
season was
hopefully it's gonna
fucking
be a quick
crazy.
pause. We'll update you as soon as we find out what is going on. But
Holy,
obviously
you have a
very
football
important
channel?
game
Watch what I'm gonna
for
post.
Both of these teams.
Uh-oh.
You know, we are down to the final 2 weeks. They
Yeah,
both
I'm
have
trying to
only the
diversify
one
the
win,
Discord a bit.
and so
Like,
you've gotta
we talk
start
about
stacking
football a
up
lot in
some
there, so
wins
there's a
here if
football
you wanna try to
channel.
make it into playoffs.
I have been updated by producers. It is a monitor flicker. So
Monitor
hopefully
flicker.
something that can
Okay,
be
well,
resolved very quickly. Just
we'll see
somebody
what
pausing to make
that's
sure that their monitor is not going to have greater
gonna
issues
be.
in the middle
We
of
have
a team fight or something. Monitor flicker while you're farming a jungle camp.
we're watching
replacing
through
supports, okay,
anime called
whatever.
Monster at the moment.
Monitor flicker in the middle of a team fight that may or may
So,
not decide the
there's a
game.
channel for
Bit of
that.
a bigger
Not
issue.
great.
May or may not
Monster has been
decide
really
your
enjoyable so far.
Playoffs. Yeah.
Right? That is actually a pretty big deal here. So we'll see, you know, if they're going to be able to.
But yeah,
get that
I
fixed
just want
quickly.
I want the
Hopefully
place
we'll
to
get
be
it
just
right
a
and
cool
back
community
into
where
the
like if
game.
you
I still
enjoy
think
chatting
that,
in here, I want you to
they
be able to
are
enjoy
very
being
comfortable
in
this situation
that
right now on the
Discord.
Sentinel side. Yes, they did.
That
mess
is-
up
that is the goal, that is the
objective
vibe.
setup. You know, Shopify not out of this by any means, but I would absolutely favor the position that Sentinels are in.
I feel like so far
and
it's
there's the
it's
last
going
discourse
well.
had already been completed before the last fight. Now he has the crit cloak, so very close to that LDR that will be coming through.
Yes, sir.
And it is going to be problematic. As
Is that
long
on, like,
as Rahel
40
is not
episodes
getting
or some
poked out, but
scientist?
that
Yeah, it's like
isn't if,
70.
Because we see all
It's
the poke
really,
available
really,
for
really good so
B-Boy.
far.
And if you get
Enjoying
hit
it
by
a
a
lot.
couple of mystic shots, you know, true shot barrage, and then equalizer just gets dropped on your head, you might not die, but you might not be able to fight.
Yeah, you can't position yourself as well as you would want to. As we see Shopify kind of creeping up
No,
into
we can't.
this topside jungle.
No,
And for
bro, we
me,
can't
for
get to his
Sentinels,
channel.
It is about where they put this Fed Caitlyn, right? Like,
Bro, I think you need
protecting her,
to
making sure she is in a good position in a lot of these team fights, dealing with that poke coming out of B-Boy and
You know what? Don't worry about it.
potentially
Just
Sentinel's trying to aggressively posture here, fighting for vision control over the top side river, but Shopify will manage to defend their control ward on top of the Phaelite. As Sentinels are forced back to the tier 1.
Wait, that
turret here.
accumulator is
Tier 1
crazy.
turret still has so much health on it.
Yeah.
wait, what's the
Bloodletter's Curse done for.
Do you
FUD.
just
It's
need the
gonna get
UV
a
game?
lot of extra value here. It is that MR shred for not
Do you
only
just need the
him,
UV game to come
but
through?
for the Rise, but for the Nico, and even Ezreal and Mudo have a little bit of magic damage in there. So
Yeah, LEC level
quite
for
an
top teams is
effective
getting a lot
line here.
better.
And in general, Zonia's is just way less effective against Caitlyn, so I kind of like just going this AP tanky style anyway, because you go into stasis, you get trapped, and he just
But this
kills you
is
later.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you've got 2.5 seconds where you don't do anything, and then I'm going to headshot you for half your health as soon as
the
you
arc
launch.
between
Like,
20 and
all right,
35 is
sure,
legit
dude.
cinema.
But we
Can't
have
wait.
less than 3 minutes
Oh,
until the
okay,
next
yeah, I'm
dragon
looking forward to it
spawns.
as well.
Again, that will not be a
Like I think the show is
that
so good so
was
far.
Not what who he wanted.
Mundo, no
At least drop the
passive.
link to what you were looking at then. What do you mean?
Type it in chat.
Put it in the chat.
What-
Mark it for the
what was I
next
looking at?
10
Follow
I
up,
was-
question mark?
team.
But in the meantime, despite
I was
the fact
looking
that
at Twitch
did not
for
work
well,
out,
from earlier. I was looking
Rahel
at
is
Twitch.
able to get that tier 1 in
I was looking
mid
for my dear friend
Sentinels,
Tony's
so that is that
stream
full outer
because I
ring of
thought she was
turrets
still live,
down
but she wasn't.
4 Sentinels, so they should be able to, you know, respond in these side lanes, get their waves
2 minutes
pushed
until
out,
the fight,
hopefully,
guys.
And kind of move
2
their
minutes
vision
until the
line up
fight.
on the map.
And that's
Shaloni,
gonna be
salam
LDR.
alaikum,
Win
bro.
base is pretty much guaranteed. There
Yep,
it is,
there we
completed.
go.
And we still do not have a point of armor purchased by contracts. He has a lot of gold, so I'm assuming he's going to be going into Dead Man's next.
And reminder, as we're waiting for the teams to figure out which one of them is worthy of potentially heading further towards their playoff dreams, the spring finals are happening in the Mullet Arena in Tempe, Arizona on June 13th and 14th. Single-day
Guys,
tickets available.
I
You can go
started
ahead and
making
use the QR code on your
my-
screen
my
right now.
coffee
Check that out.
with
Get yourself
filtered
a ticket,
water
show up. I'm going to be there. It'll
and
be
the
a great time.
smoothness
I
of
love
this
our road
coffee
shows. Hope to
ever
see
since I
y'all
started doing it
participate
has been
in that
crazy.
as well. And
It's
now
been so nice,
Sentinels
and it's
with
just black
control
coffee.
Over the top side river, a little bit more vision being established. Huhi leading the charge into the enemy jungle. They're trying to make things a little
But it's
bit
so nice.
scarier here for Shopify.
Is Kate griefing by not
This is
having
exactly what they
anti-heal?
should do, right? Like, get that vision line up around.
No, I just don't think
where
they really have
the
a good-
Baron is. So essentially, so that Shopify
I don't think they have a
can't
really
play as
good,
much with Fog of War and the poke that they have,
applier of
because that is
anti-heal
actually
this
a
game.
massive benefit. If the
Like,
map
if
is dark
anything,
for
I
Sentinels,
think
they
maybe
can
Huhi should
push
just be
from
sat on an orb,
wherever,
like unironically.
with this Ezreal. So right now,
Like,
it's
I
just
think the
kind
only
of
support item he needs
a
this game is
vision-
Mikhail's,
a
and he should
vision
just go
battle and a
orb into
setup
Fated
battle.
Ashes and just
Yeah,
call it a day.
Seos has completed his seekers. So
Like,
we
unironically.
talked about the Caitlyn interaction.
Unironically,
Sometimes it's
I
still
think that'll be fine.
worthwhile, because if you can get it in
Rip
the top, and you
drinking
just have
coffee
everyone
instead of
piling
tea.
in, then maybe they can't follow
Yes.
up, but big fight here.
Yeah, Hambach's already lost about half of his HP. Zinni coming in here with the Realm Warp. Hambach reinforced by Impact and the rest of Sentinels, though. It looks like we're just going to get so far one ulti for nothing.
Oh my God,
however,
B-Boy.
does take a big chunk of damage coming out from B-Boy. Tempered Fate forces a reposition.
Yeah, I feel
from
like
Shopify.
they won't even
Doesn't actually
necessarily
tag anyone.
need anti-heal
Zinni's gotta be
until
careful
level
now as
16.
Darkwings moves forward, but Zinni still
Once
just
contract hits
blocks
level
this Noctis
16,
blast.
then it
No
could be a
follow-up here
problem,
from
but
Twin Fangs.
it's not like this
Sentinels
contract,
control
like
the
this
top
Mundo is
side.
particularly
River
fed.
trying
Oh,
to secure the crab of B-Boy with
Oh.
a beautiful snipe onto Huhi. The
Oh,
bonus
that's
net
a
for
decent
free.
equalizer.
Equalizer drops down. Sentinels, they secure the crab, but now they have to run away. It's a 4v5. Contracts continuing to march forward, but it takes a big chunk of damage
No.
coming out from Rahel.
Yeah, that is scary stuff. He cannot charge
Well-
too much more forward. And,
Oh, they're gonna
it is
try and
gonna be
Nash
the dragon
Gambit.
spawning, though, and Huhi's still
They're
dead,
running
so
to
it should
Nash.
be their dragon.
They're
Here, like,
burning
they're
Nash.
gonna
Oh my
do 2-2,
God,
but on the
this-
other side,
this
Sentinels are gonna
Nash
try
is
to rush
dead.
Baron here. Cassio and Caitlyn
It's
do kill
the-
this
it's the-
fast.
it's-
and Shopify
Yo,
not
Mundo-
responding that quickly.
Yeah, I really love this from Sentinels. They're
Was?
saying, okay, we know that we're 4v5. We know that you're
Was?
going to the dragon. We're going to try and get Baron instead.
This can't be
Shopify
allowed.
now
And
aware
they've
of
actually
this.
kind of let
Ocean Lake has
Seos
been
walk around
claimed
them, and he's got
by
Pop
the
Blossom. Oh my
Rebellion.
God, it's a
Fine,
fucking horror.
Sentinels still on the Baron for now. Got it down to about 1,600 HP. Seos with a big multi-man ulti, but it's not going to matter. He's dead. Nobody else is around. Fudge nearly slammed back into the wall, but he flashes away, keeping himself alive. Contracts, 2/3 HP, walking back away here in the Mundo, but Huhi has respawned, and he's locking Fudge down. As the beef, that was not exactly the portal that he wanted. It's all right. They should still have plenty of range to take him down. So Fudge drops, Seos drops, Sentinels gets the Baron. That was actually a huge sequence that started off so bad for them.
That was actually really nicely done from Sentinels, basically calling Shopify's bluff, right? Like, we know we're down a man, which is unfortunate.
Oh my
The
God,
poke did get us, up around Baron.
Hey,
However,
still the grump. Still
we're
the grumpy,
gonna
it'll be
call your
funny.
bluff. We know you're gonna
Still
be
the
going
grumpy,
for
it'll be
Drake. We have a Fed
Chincha.
Caitlyn and a Cassio. We can try to rush this Baron down. And then Seos was just... He's really so annoying. Seos was just so far ahead of his team on this flank,
Dude,
right?
look
Because
at
Fudge
him.
is
Oh,
still
you know what? It's
really
the
far
miasma.
up.
It's
Yeah.
the miasma.
Oh, and
Slowing
then he
them
gets
down.
stunned by
But then he just gets one shot.
Petrifying Gaze.
Yep, Petrifying Gaze right on the engage into the Pathmaker stun, and he just got killed before he could even get this.
Like, why
stasis
did they
off.
commit so hard
And
for the
then
Drake? I
Mundo,
don't.
They knew Mundo wasn't there, so
Like,
that's why they finished
what?
it, because they see the kill
Why do they
credit
even care about the
on
dragon when they see them
going
walk
to
off top
Contracts.
side? Like,
They know
surely
it's
they
on
know
their
it's
side.
happening.
And
I just
Mundo
don't
without
understand.
Ultimate is useless. Mundo without ultimate, it is so
Big
hard.
cannon minion.
Exactly, walking into these fights. So Contracts then does show up, but he shows up late.
Remember you
and
said
he
this
just
could be a
gets
fourth place team?
destroyed by the
I mean, I
carries.
feel like
So great
Seos
call
is
from
really bad,
Sentinels.
but like,
A little bit disjointed on the engage.
otherwise, this
was
team, if the
Seos, and
players actually
really
played
nice
up to
timing
their
on Petrifying
fucking
Gaze from
floor.
Darkwings to be able to set that up.
And now the question is, how much can Sentinels get?
But yeah, I don't know. These
Again,
guys are just going
before
7th.
this most recent
Shopify,
sequence,
that
you
is.
know,
Shopify
90
just going
seconds
7th.
ago, Sentinels' biggest lead so far this game was
What,
about
earlier?
4,000.
No,
Now
earlier
it's
on I was talking
4,000.
about
You really
Sentinels.
wanna see them
Top
be able
4,
to
yeah,
push this
Sentinels.
advantage and find
No, I was
something
not talking
that
about
they can
Shopify for
really
that.
command the
On a
game
Power
from.
Spike episode, I was talking about how
I
I
mean,
felt
that's
like
what-
their
that's where
opening
wherever they put
series
this
of the
Caitlyn
year was
turret
really good.
should just die, right? So
And I thought there was a lot of
That's 100%
Yeah,
lot of
she-
positivity to
she
take
is
from it.
Very, very far ahead. Also, a reminder just for what is on the line for Sentinels. If they do manage to take this series and DSG win later today, they will lock a playoff spot. However, if Shopify do manage to take this series and DSG win, they will be eliminated.
Wait, this could just be
So if
straight
you're a
up
Sentinels
locked.
fan, if
Wait,
Sentinels
wait.
win, you
This
love
could be
DSG.
lock or
If
elimination
lose,
today?
You
hate DSG.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Every
what?
Sentinels fan opinion about DSG is going to change dramatically.
Wait,
based
this
on
just
the
changed everything,
outcome
actually.
Of this series here
Ah,
today.
Huhi!
As
Oh
Huhi-
my-
oh, the true shot barrage finally finds that shot. He gets the kill. Nice hit there from B-Boy. 2-0 and 1
Shinja.
on the Ezreal. At least going to slow the tempo here a little bit for Sentinels, but they're still very far ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it slows it down, I actually think a lot, right? Because Zinni is able to get some damage onto this turret and should be okay, despite the fact that Impact is coming over here because Contracts is there to back him up.
Yeah, I also really like the Impact to just win Knight's Vow. Support items make sense at a point in the game like this where it's you have two really strong carries. The game is entirely about those carries.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if he gets a little bit more tanky by going for a different item. support items are the way to go in a game like this. It's all about that extra protection for Darkwings and Rahel, because you can be as tanky as you want, but if your carries die, you're not winning the fight.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. And, I mean, the Shopify poke, again, is pretty difficult to deal with.
Sometimes I think back to all the LP that I could have had if I was willing to build Knight's Vow in solo queue games. I just couldn't bring myself to do it, even if it's objectively correct.
Some lines I just won't cross.
Nope.
And
There's
that's
just
one of them.
The line I won't cross is helping my
playing
teammate.
for my team instead of myself. It's called solo queue for a reason.
Oh my
There's
God.
one person here.
Yeah,
That
support the
person is me.
neighbors.
All right, Shopify. Let's see how
Unless your
well
name
you
is
can
Vulcan.
bounce back. It's still only about the same gold lead that it's been for so long now. I still feel like this game is within striking distance for Shopify, but the big problem that I have is it feels like they haven't really been making any
think support
decisions
is
the
pretty
entire
good
game
right now?
long. They're just reacting to what Sentinels is doing.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just all about Rahel. You know, can Rahel be protected? Sentinels are probably going to win the fight. Can Rahel be one-shot? Hey, Shopify got a real chance. Rahel now has that rapid fire, and he is just so strong. No one is going to be able to stand long against him.
Okay, Contract's doing a good job there, using the canister to block Hombox Ishtal's impact from going to
I
the
think the
wall and
only
finding
good
a more
pools right now
valuable target.
in NA are jungle.
No engage from
and AD.
Sentinels despite the attempt.
I like the ADs.
Yeah, the red buff is healing him up
They're
quite a
hungry.
bit, actually. So Contract's held onto the ult. That
I like
is
the ADs
important.
in
He's
NA,
gonna
they're
have
hungry.
That level 3 ultimate for
Here we
this
go,
fight.
good
He
trap
has
line.
a good trap line. Sentinels have a better setup on this one.
Okay, Sentinels also securing themselves the Scuttle Crab. Remember, this is not.
I don't like
for
Impact's
either
angle
team
here.
Because Shopify has got the last two
He just
breaks.
needs to mark the right side.
Third one about to go their
Oh, well.
way. There it is, secured by
Oh,
Hombox.
they
Tempered
actually
Fate just barely catches Zinni on the very edge as the equalizer is used defensively. Sentinels continuing to regroup. Nice use of the magical journey there to get all 5 players back together. However, they're now cut off from their own base by Shopify. Rebellion trying to find some sort
How
of
did
an
that
angle
happen?
here, but Hombox going in. Ishtal's impact back onto Fudge.
Pitch Frank Gaze hit no one.
Rumble into the stasis
Seo.
immediately, but into the back line goes Zinni and
Okay,
Seos.
good
They
ult from
found
Impact.
He's already down.
Did stop-
The tank
did
is in
stop
the way. Sentinels still scrambling,
the
trying to
Nico.
maintain lines here.
Sentinels need to
Shopify
try and
one
get
on 4. They
back
need to find
good
more. Who he
force
fires back at
flash.
B-Boy, who keeps himself alive for now. Hombox very
Hombox
low.
gonna have to flash.
Escape has to
Seos,
flash.
the root,
Seos on the
it's onto
side.
Darkwings, but it's not
Manages to
impactful.
lock up Darkwings. Sentinels continuing their retreat, playing around Rahel, who's still full HP. So the dust settles, and we end up trading 1 Drake for Impact.
That actually could have gone so
What do you think
much
about my,
worse for Sentinels. That was a
take
really
that Sven is a
nice,
bottom 4
clever,
ADC in the LCS?
play
I mean, he's
coming
playing like
out
it right now,
of,
yeah.
Zinni and Seos
I don't
to
think
get
I don't
onto
think that's even a hot
Impact and
take.
Kind of destroy the frontlining. He
I don't
did
even think that's a hot take.
So as we see,
I think
they
Sven might
take
be fifth.
the
Like, let's
Drake
actually think
down.
about it for a
This
second.
does catch onto Zinni.
Best ADC in the
as
LCS right
Equalizer
now.
comes down, and the fight, we already talked about how the match
Has to be Berserker.
And I also just really like, you know, the timing of the
Then
Realm Warp,
after
because it
Berserker,
actually
you go who?
protects Fudge, right? Because Fudge is in this spot where Fudge gets
Probably Rahel?
trapped up, and it's looking like, okay, you are cooked. He goes into stasis,
After
he's going to
that-
get trapped, he's going to get killed, but then the Realm Warp comes in from the side and pushes
can go
back
Yeon.
Rahel, so he can't actually follow up and kill off Fudge. So it was a 2-pronged play.
Argument
Not only
for
did they knock
Masu for
down
sure.
Impact, but they
I don't even think it's an
protect their
argument. I
top
think,
laner
yeah, I
with the
think
same
Sven
move.
is the bottom 4. Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
we are
he's probably
back to
fifth.
dancing around the top side river. No dragon for the next 3 minutes. So the focus is going to be around this Baron pit. That is a big
massive
wave
minion
crashing
wave, yeah.
into the
Masu
tier
above
3 turret
Yeon,
top side.
Rahel. I think
We haven't
you're
really talked about it,
you're
but Zinni
crazy.
is
I love
quietly getting
Masu.
Very strong.
But-
He's got a lot of farm here, and he has been on the actualizer for a while.
B-Boy,
had it
but
for the last
bro,
fight,
low
now
key,
has
B-Boy isn't
his
even
own
that bad.
arm guard to boot, a
I
build
agree with
4K,
this.
so
I
it
don't
is
I don't even
becoming
hate
a
B-Boy.
battle of these 2 carries.
B-Boy is probably
Zinni
better than
is
Sven.
dangerous, but the difficulty for him is going to be the range. Can he actually get in and safely hit these people? As yet another Tempered Fate is sidestepped. Shopify have been on point in avoiding those.
Yeah, they've been doing a really good job at making sure that it's just a space creator and not a playmaker from who he's barred. As the goal lead is as small as it's been, I feel like, in the last 15, 20 minutes. We're 35 minutes in right now. As Zinni, he gets a shield from the Seraphs. Contract's just going to eat the ace in the hole. And everything's fine. Zinni's going to have to take a reset, though.
Losing that Seraphs is pretty big, though. If they do fight before that cooldown is back up.
Hello,
that
Amber.
is a lot of
Oh, you know what? I
protection,
didn't do a
especially
Twitch
because
gamble
it's
on this
amplified,
game.
you know, the
All right.
actualizer as well, so,
Let's get one
it
go.
is something
Oh.
that they need, and Sentinels are going to try to force the issue. They're just right on.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, could we get a Gamba
I love
going
this
and
from
just have it be
Sentinels,
like, will this game go
noticing,
to
hey,
Elder?
you don't have that cooldown. Let's go for this. Let's force a fight. Contracts looking to try to approach, steal away the Baron, slam back into the wall
Wow,
from Hombach,
really good
who
from Hombach.
immediately walks back over and just smites it down. Now Contracts having to
Contracts
flash away,
legit
keep
couldn't
himself
play there.
alive. Hambach,
just leave
less than
Lao there
half
on the wrong
HP,
side of the map, though, aren't they?
slowly regenerating with the Mundo
Good equalizer.
ulti. Sentinels continuing to try to retreat as Shopify
They need
wants
to
some kind of
reconnect
a
somehow,
punish for
Sentinels.
losing this bear, and Shopify
Unless
gotta
they
be
can start
careful,
looking for a
though.
pincer.
in the front line,
Seos,
goes
it's
into
kind
the
of a
Pop
whatever
Blossom.
ult.
Impact unstoppable here on the front line, but he's burning down. Impact's already dead. It's a 1-for-1 trade so far. Support for top laner. Sentinels continuing to try to make a little bit of space, get themselves away. 1-for-1. Baron goes to Sentinels.
This time the timing on the gauge was actually really nice from Seos, and he got the stasis off before he got hit by the petrifying gaze, so he was able to get that off, you know, CC up these soul laners. Impact falls again. These are such scrappy fights, but because both teams know if they overcommit into their opponents, they're going to get wiped, it is just like these skirmishes where no one is actually getting finished off a lot of the time.
Yeah, and as we see, I do like Hambach. I was wondering if B-Boy was going to be able to get in on
I think
that.
Flag
But
could
as,
beat C9
Contracts
just
gets
from
the
lane
flash,
gap.
right?
It's
Like, he's
possible,
able to
bro.
flash out. And then
It's legit
as
possible,
you
by
and
the
I
way.
talked about, I
C9
really
have
love
been
the
playing
equalizer
so
from Fudge as well.
their
kind
hands,
of
and then like
forcing,
sometimes it's
Rahel
just snap.
and Huhi off of
Decision making
this.
has been
And then here's the engage.
exploitable.
Seos learned from last time, goes into stasis, and even though he dies, taking out the frontliner in Impact and removing that Baron is a little bit more important than losing your life for an engage.
I feel like this is the squishiest Cassante I've ever seen. It like he died without using all out. It's not like he shed his resistances to go in and try to do some drain tanking. He just died. Impact is paper if Shopify focus him down.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy. I mean, hey, maybe I was wrong by the Knight's Vow. It seems like it was the right choice, but he is dying in a hurry. There's a lot of damage on the other side. You know, it doesn't look like a good tank killing comp, but they are doing it very effectively.
Now it's time for the battle for the Ocean Soul. If Shopify get this, they will claim that soul. Impact losing about half HP here again.
Where is Fudge?
Seos looking for the potential flank, looking for the big pop blossom that could win the entire team fight.
Bro,
Is
step all
marked,
the way
however,
around.
by
Step through.
Sentinels.
Just step
Dragon
through.
still
Step
about
through the
3/4
traps.
HP.
Step through the
Fudge
traps.
off
Just
to
step
the
through the
side,
traps.
trying to be
Make
mindful
create
of
pressure.
the cage
Fudge.
traps.
I don't care about what's happening on the front line, even though it's stupid. Like, create pressure. Oh my god, he stepped on traps going through an 8-1k HP. Fudge, bro.
Zone Sentinels away.
Oh
B-Boy
my
stepping up
god.
on the side. However,
Contracts won the
immediately
smite.
Temper
Oh,
Fate
we're
is
going
already
to Elder.
collided. Seo's forced to pop blossom into nothing. The miasma keeps him stuck in place as the dragon is ultimately claimed by Shopify.
There's minions
But what
ending
is
the game
cost?
bot.
Sentinels goes forward and B-Boy has already died. Zinni tries to get away, takes contracts with him. Fudge is using teleport defensively, just trying to escape. Meanwhile, there's a massive wave crashing into top, a massive wave crashing into bot, and Contracts and Zinni aren't even going to escape. They're both about to die. Is this the end of the game right now?
Did they start basing? I looked away because I thought they were just going to clear the wave for a sec. Did they start basing?
Like that, Shopify,
No, I have to.
They make the big play to try to contest the Drake.
No,
they get it.
they
but
didn't
at the
start
cost
basing.
of the entire game.
No,
Fudge falls in the 1v5.
Surely they didn't.
Sentinels with all 5 men standing push into the enemy base.
They got ported on.
39 minutes
Okay, they got
in,
ported on.
Sentinels
Okay,
take
okay.
game 1.
Sentinels
But they did stop
finally able
basing a
to
bit.
get the job done in that
Right, I'm running
fight.
ads. And you know what?
Engage
Just 'cause I'm
was
greedy,
not
I'm running
effective
3.
from
Just
Seos,
enjoy.
and then
Like, if you don't want
as
ads,
they were trying to
just
retreat on
leave
the
and
side
come
of
back.
Shopify, there's so
Or
much
get ad
chase down
block.
here from
Or
Sentinels with the Tempered Fate, with the magical
sub if
journey,
you
with
really
the
want,
Ishtal's
but
impact, with Caitlyn flashing forward.
get all of the other things
they
first.
knew that was their opportunity and they pounced on it.
Yeah, and I mean,
I
it
underscore
initially
love
looked so
underscore
good, right?
ads.
'Cause
I want
B-Boy
ads.
was poking a ton
There you go, bro.
on that top side setup, and they were able to get that Drake. But Sentinels take game 1, and I want to hear what the lounge thinks of that.
It was a banger.
Yeah, we think that was exciting. That was a fun one. Good start to the day, Raz. Our exciting bottom teams here scrapping it out. I have to say, B-Boy and Zinni, they were doing some good poke damage that was making you think maybe Shopify has an angle.
I mean, listen, we just got to pull up the last fight because it was a one-fight game up until the very end as they're going to be fighting over the soul. And I think a couple key things here as we're just in the replay is Fudge is a little bit zoned by the trap line. Technically, he goes to the middle, but
Does
then
the ad
he's,
blockers I
more
install?
liable to get hit by skill
Bro.
shots. And watching
You have an
the way
addiction.
the
One
fight
more.
was
All right,
kind of
look. It was funny the
disappeared
first
for
couple of
Shopify
times. Next
was
one,
pretty big.
next
So
one,
now Fudge,
you're on
if you
timeout.
look here, Fudge is half health, no ultimate. He's not going to
I don't have any ad block, but I didn't get any ads. Yeah, if you're in like a country where Twitch doesn't really serve ads, then you don't get slammed.
This fight, and it's basically about how Sentinels is able to get on top of him.
Yeah, where the hell is
and how
my
this ultimate not landing by the Nico means Fudge is just completely out of the fight. So everyone actually just has to run right now. Hombach forced Zinni's stopwatch with his Skarner ultimate, and then
Does VPN work?
he comes over, slaps him a few times,
in avoiding
and
ads?
the 6-item
Probably.
Rahel is there. And I
I'm
like the
not
way
gonna
that they immediately
recommend
identify
you
that the
do
game
it.
Can be over because the waves have been pushing
Just
this
on the off
entire time for them.
chance.
They had the top lane pushing, bot lane is massive.
Yeah, I don't know.
And they just managed to run everybody down. Impact teleports in behind
Yeah,
him,
I don't know.
cuts him off, and Zinni could not escape for the win.
Yeah, Rahel damage.
And I guess a disgusting game, and the analyst desk praises it, while in the EU they make fun of it a little. I wasn't really paying attention to the segment, but they do flame in NA.
Of the game,
Yeah.
that is where the focus
For
Full
sure they
Circle
do.
was the entire time. Rahel is the one Sentinel that I have on my fantasy also, so good job.
Good job.
Got Rahel and
but
Hombach. Thank you.
Let's take a look at this straight from the lane phase.
Also, sometimes, guys, the ads are just random. Like, they won't always hit everyone.
And
I
Hombach
found.
on his Skarner that we all know and love. Coaching staff really happy with that one as well. But
He's back.
this was like 4 visits. Some of them were not successful. We're not showing those ones, but we are showing the successful ones. And they're able to get a good early lead for this Caitlyn. And then they also did this swap in the mid game, and Rahel was even able to get further ahead.
And it needs more negativity for sure. That's what the fans are craving. Yeah, dude, like, the biggest negative Nancy of all time, I will dominate, Christian Rivera.
Yeah.
No longer
And
co-streams
that's kind of the
frequently,
name of the game of the
consistently
draft,
due to
because I'm gonna show
his
you
contractual
just two
obligations.
plays, right? This one
So there's a
was the
gap
best
in the
play
market for
Sentinel because
negative
this was a lot about dragon stacking. That's the first,
negativity.
Dragon stack,
Oh,
I
bro,
guess,
it is
two of them here.
reminds
This
me of
one
that
was a fair one from Sentinel side because as you can see, it's a little bit
of that
rushed.
short, that
They see
TikTok
Shopify Rebellion pushing in, so the
of like the
traps
old
that you're
white guy,
actually seeing
and he
being
goes
placed down
negativity.
are not really good at all.
But the way that he
So
pronounces
Shopify
it
Rebellion can
just,
walk straight on
you know,
through.
it
So that
sounds
makes
like
it
the
really
word.
easy for them to take space, start to actually pinch out Humbug.
Yep.
He gets extremely
It's such a
low,
good clip.
The bar ulti comes through. You're like, okay, we're gonna have to actually give him up this specific dragon. And so that's the one example of it being done poorly.
Yeah, the poke damage was good from Shopify.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
I don't
then
know.
you're gonna
Like,
have to really
I don't
assess
like
how you do it
going out of my
properly.
way
Now,
to
this
like
is after
to be
Shopify Rebellion was
intentionally
able to get a few of
toxic.
their
But
own.
I will
Just
call out
watch
bad play.
Rahel
I will never.
immediately place these traps down. He knows how it played out last time around. He's gonna immediately make it better. And so Shopify
I would
finds it
100%
difficult. So they're like, oh, we can't
like,
do much here.
I
We're
don't
gonna
know.
try and pinch out Impact and try and play it out. By the time they start doing that,
We have to
Dragon
see
has already
Ash and
been
David
taken down,
posts.
and you can see the wall that was created by the Caitlyn. First time around, it sucked. Second time around, they actually put focus on towards
Crash
it. It was
out?
much
No,
better, and now you can see
trust me, I
as the
crash out.
later stages, the later Dragon objective fights that
I
were
do crash out. I
taken,
just don't crash out
trap
often.
line
It takes a
made
lot
it
of
a
like
big
for
success
like
in
bad
the
League of
EDM
Legends
role.
And
to
as
have
we
me
always
crash
do
out.
for every single game,
Yeah, yeah,
As we do.
it's tied. Which
yeah.
means the fans get
Holy.
in chat. It is a tie between
Yo,
Rahel
ads.
and Hombach.
Crazy-
Is it the
crazy
jungler
accumulator return.
who
Good
got
job,
the
bro.
80 carry ahead, or is it the 80 carry using that lead
Nice stuff,
that is
Trevor.
deserving of the pog?
Guys, Darkwing voters, Kuhi voters, pile them up on Hombach. We need some
Good crash out in these
now.
preparation. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I used a lot of my crash out coins on like the
I think it's
NLC,
I think
the
killing
co-streaming
everyone-
debate.
Oh
it's
my
Rahel.
God.
Fearless
God damn it,
draft.
They didn't give
I
us
mean,
a
that
chance.
wasn't a close percentage.
They didn't give us a chance.
I crashed
That
out a
wasn't
lot of
close
those
percentage.
things.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Those were
Nice
like
work,
fun crash outs
Yeah,
too.
I mean,
We need a runoff election.
Dude, Rahel on Caitlyn this split, 4-0, 24 kills, 2 deaths.
We promised a clean C9 and lost onto it. It is true. It does make me very
I'm
sad.
gonna question it, leaving, giving Caitlyn and Skarner to Sentinels when that's the majority of their wins all year
Yeah.
in a must-win game.
It's the strategy. Next
Shopify,
game, they don't even
guys.
have to ban it anymore.
Now it's gone.
Yeah.
But
Fearless.
maybe the season is too. We'll see. Don't miss any LCS action.
Honestly, I sort of missed non-fearless draft.
Uber Eats for less gold.
Ah.
Game 2 is up after this break.
I've been
No
missing
more
it.
Skarner, no more Caitlyn.
I don't think,
True.
my stance has always been we shouldn't have fearless all of the time. It's not good to have on 24/7.
Looks like we've got a new addition on the Rift here today.
It shouldn't be on 24/7. It's not healthy. Fitness is good, just need to introduce Iron Man draft slowly. Nah. Like, look, this is a very subjective topic, and I think that's why I was getting so, like, one guide and like rage baited. Because everyone like consumes what they consume, and also enjoys, you know, the entertainment different. For me, especially as the like the analytical background I have, I am always going to prefer to see the best players playing the best champs 24/7. I don't care about leading particularly depthy champion pools. And the teams that have depthy champion pools will be rewarded. Could you elaborate why you're not pro always fearless? I can't see the vision coming from a casual who remembers the fives having the same draft in the worst case. This just never happened though. You go and find me a series where the draft was the same, a best of 5. Oh. You go and find me a best of 5 where the draft was the same in all 5. In best of 3s, it could happen if the meta was particularly, like, you know. But salty runbacks were fine. Salty runbacks were fine. And there's aura to having salty runbacks. Like, they're actually funny. People, like, I'm telling you right now, the only reason why people are so pro fearless is because in 2022, we had the Zeri meta. It's Corki Azir trauma. And then also we had Cassante release directly afterwards. And all of these champs and all of these... Like, I think Corki Azir is just LOP. I think it's LOP. I actually think it's LOP. I'm so dead serious. I think it's LOP that people are mad at Corki Azir. But everything else, I think it's just a case of those champions were so OP for so long. And then they weren't really tuned... They weren't really tuned at all to not being pro anymore. Like, yeah, genuinely, it never happens in intense best of 5s. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. Ever, ever, ever. And to be honest with you, I think there's like this other additional social layer of people's attention spans are just getting shorter and shorter. And so seeing the same, like, air quotes, same thing, air quotes, on repeat are... It just people's brains are not made for it anymore because they just consume so much short form content, and they're just so like their brains are just like completely like, dopamine compromised, bro. I think this is a big deal that people don't talk about. I'm so serious about that. You want 5 games of Zeri Yumi / Lucian Nami. The likelihood that this happens is so low. You will in a 5-game series, you will at most get those 4 champions. Back in the day, you would get it 3 out of 5 games. Maybe. Or you would get it split up, or you would have it with a different support pairing, or you'd have it with different AD. Like it just didn't happen. Like people hyperbolize their memories of pre-fearless. Just go and look at any tournament like before 2025. And just look at the drafts. Like it's there. Like I don't know why it's even a conversation. Yeah, we're not going backwards. We're not going back to non-fearless.
Until later on.
Oh my god, guys, Emily is standing up, by the way.
They win the entire game. Straight up from there.
That's so fucked
Emily
up.
Is the tallest. Wow, wait, is this actually?
You had a series of 5 games, Renekton Cassante handshake.
So different.
Yeah, but that was it though, innit? Like, sucks if you're a top laner. If you're anyone else though, why do you care?
See the prompter.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I actually.
Like,
if I
genuinely,
take,
why
one
do you
step
care?
back, cannot see the bottom of the prompter.
She's playing on hard mode.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, you and
Like,
I are
at that
using
point,
G codes.
that becomes an issue of, is Cassante OP? Is Renekton OP? Are there champions in meta that can punish those champs?
You and I are playing on base.
So they can't be blinded. It's not rocket science. This is a lot more about you lot need to be asking questions of the balance team. Don't make me crash out.
Never did.
Don't make me crash out. Anyway, guys, Humbug got Skarner in game 1 and he won. Is anyone surprised?
The doctor told me I would be tall. He lied.
I have some good news for Shopify and coming back in this series.
Okay, what do you got?
No Caitlyn available.
No Skarner
No
available.
Skarner available. So we've removed the 100% win rate champion.
All their champions they hadn't lost on 100% win rate across the board. Those are
And now they
stats.
have
Would you
been
feel like
locked
if
on
I
the
said
two
that I think
champions they
Fearless
pulled out for the
better
first time
test the
as well.
skills that I find valuable to
100%
determining who the
where
best
we
player?
go.
Well, that's just how
Here's
you
where we're
perceive
probably going to see the
what
Ash
your
Seraphine
idea
game.
of what a better player
We're
is.
speeding through this draft.
Like, that's just what that is.
I think it's like kind of pretty standard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tend to be
Because
on
there's
the
such a
side
negative
of
connotation
Ash
around
Seraphine is
one
better
tricks
because
that I think it
Fifth is a
bleeds
strong ganking
into,
jungler. The
oh,
idea
this
is
guy
they
only
push up,
plays
they get attacked.
2 or
The
3
problem is
champions.
Hawkshot just
But
kinda
if
cheats.
this
And
guy
so,
plays 2 or 3
if you
champions
know
near
where the
flawlessly,
Pantheon is, it's easier
right?
to
But the
sit back
other
when you
guy
could be on your
plays
side of the map. So
5
that is
or
kind of
6
the problem for
champions,
Contracts is
but
he
he's a
has
little bit
gotta
more
find
inconsistent,
picks and take
then
out this bot
what-
lane, but they get to cheat.
Yeah.
Exclamation mark
Cheating is
disability.
If you're Ash, I don't know. You
If
can
you're
help
the
out your own
cheater.
jungler.
Yo, my bad
I
for
will say,
breathing,
I
bro.
do like the Pantheon 4 contract specifically.
Oh
I
my
think it's
God.
something he has done super well on. We
Yeah,
already
like
talked
it
about
entirely depends on
being
your
a
perception,
boss.
right? Like
He still
personally,
had,
I'm gonna
like,
take the
an
guy
insane
who plays at a
Pantheon game that
9.5 out
allows
of
him
10
to attack side lanes,
on those
allows
3
him to
champions
participate
than
in
the
a
guy
lot of
that
these
plays at a
skirmishes
7.5
in a
or
way
an 8
that the Mundo definitely
on
didn't.
6. Like,
We have
unironically,
the
I will.
Fury coming out, this time for Hambach.
That is the polar opposite.
Give that guy
of
the
the
stream
champions
key
that are
immediately.
playing
No,
last
I
season,
should.
and the Skarner. It's also interesting because last time I was casting last week when we had Anami Corki
Well,
as the answer to Ash Seraphine, which is super standard.
a reminder, by
I
the
was
way,
talking about the win rates.
I'm just gonna
It's
keep
almost
shilling
a
it whilst I'm streaming.
79, like 80% win rate for the
LCS.
Ash Seraphine.
Join the Discord,
One of the
guys.
questions I was about
Join the
to pose
Discord.
question. I was like, I think
If
I
you
was
like the
talking
vibe in
about this
here
last
in the
week.
chat,
You're like,
if you
yeah,
enjoy
it's
chatting
the
with some of the
answer, but
other
it's a bad answer.
the other
Yeah,
chatters,
it's crazy. It's
tap
like,
in.
this is
We're trying to build up
this
the community.
The
So
answer you are picking has a 20% win
yeah, we're
rate.
getting more and more
People
active by the day.
all
Like
time.
low key, we're very
Last
close
week,
to
we did actually
like just
see it win,
being
but
active at most hours of the
it
day.
has just not been inspiring.
Just
answer for
hashtag
me
saying.
whatsoever.
Yeah, I feel
Just
like
hashtag
teams
saying.
have constantly, since this became
The loss of styles is the most tragic part of Fearless. Absolutely. Like this is my biggest grievance with Fearless is that it has created an environment where every team is now the same, more or less.
I've also seen
Like it's
people
brought
trying
the
to
ceiling
pull
of
out Senna
teams,
a little
in
bit
my
more
opinion, and the
recently.
floor of
Not
teams
necessarily
closer
winning
together.
with it, unfortunately, but
And I actually don't like
it's
that.
kind of a race to see like, okay, what
I don't
does
like that at all. The
actually
fact that
counter
teams
this
can't
Ash
differentiate
Seraphine, because
themselves
especially in tandem
by
with the
playing
Nefiri, they
away
both
from what is
provide
the
so
meta,
much,
I
especially
think
with
is
the
a
Seraphine,
really,
for
really.
Nefiri to be able to dive these turrets over and over again.
I think it's
I
a
will
really
give the
bad thing.
caveat that the game last week that I cast, where I was bringing up those stats,
Like,
was B-Boy sales.
I mention this every so often. Like pretty much any iteration of T1 doing some crazy evolution in the last 3 years.
Even with them actually losing
effectively
the
just
lane
wouldn't happen
early,
without
he was able to
with
come back.
Fearless in.
Talia has
It
gained a lot
wouldn't.
of popularity with the changes. Was
Chase
kinda
top
nerfed through
blind.
lots of phase rush, but then gained 5 damage
Lock
per
in the
hit,
Yorick
which you
right
have
now,
won,
or the
which
Ornn. That
really
works
upped
too.
the wave clear, and Deathfire Touch works quite well on her as well.
Yeah, I
Fudge
actually love
blind
this,
the Jace.
Talia lock-in because it also pairs
blind
super,
Jace.
super well with
Yes.
the Pantheon, right? This was the duo
Yes,
destruction
yes,
that we kind
yes.
of watched in
Forgot you're a C9
previous,
streamer. Kind of explains why you're an
splits.
Arsenal enjoyer.
Do really,
It's just
really well. It gives you so much side lane control.
Come on, bro.
And I like it for the type of jungler that
Right, you know what?
Contract
Just for that,
is
I'm
when
running
it's
3
trying to
minutes
take
of
plays. This is going to be a
just
test
for your
of
comment.
how much him and Zinni's,
Everyone else has to suffer
jungle
for your
mid-synergy
for
is
your.
So Shopify, what I'm looking at right here.
It's very
is I need to
important
see
that you
picks,
flame the shit out of
and
bad
if they're gonna
players
play for
more, so they
objectives,
actually
they need
so
to
they
be
actually
there
improve. It's
first,
important that you move away from
because
toxic.
they're
Yes, no,
engaged
I hear it.
dog schlop. That is
C9
not
and
what
Arsenal,
you
you
want
should
to
really
have for a
consider
team
the
fight. They
exclamation
don't have a
mark
button that says
disability.
What is it again?
Dog
God!
schlop.
Dog
Not
schlop.
just
Give this
schlop,
man the
not
stream
just
key.
Schlop. Schlop.
Dog schlop.
Yeah.
Give this man the
evolution.
stream key.
Charmander into a Charmeleon, all right? It's dog schlop.
Give this man the
Evolving in
stream
a bad
key.
way.
Wait, yeah, slop
It's like
into
when food
schlop.
is growing mold and it starts to become alive, you know?
Into what?
Yeah.
What's the third, the ultimate evolution?
We're not high enough level to evolve that
Yeah.
one
All
yet.
right,
We'll
it's
have
not-
to
it's
see.
not that
If we
bad
go
of
to
a-
game
The
3,
trainers are not powerful enough to control it.
this is game number 2, so we're on evolution 2. If we go to game number 3, then we'll be high enough level to
Yeah.
discover
And then
the
if we need a
evolution.
remake, we're in the like mega evolutions or whatever.
Yeah,
those
then we
are.
get into that modern day stuff.
Yeah.
I
Do not
stu-
bring that curse onto us.
Well, right now we're hoping that Shopify Rebellion can find their way to a game number 3. Because remember,
Wait a second.
this is such a
All right.
What?
Why does Zinni have Storm Raider's Surge? Is
Wait,
that an
Zinni has Storm
accident,
Raider's
do you
Surge?
think? I mean, like, maybe he can proc it? That just seems like that would be so hard for Talia to proc.
Really?
Azeo,
I think
that
you're...
is some interesting tech. I don't know.
Yeah, the last time
No,
I saw
Azeo, I
Storm
think
Raider
you're
Surge
trolling,
on
no?
Champion, I didn't
Sir?
think it
30%
works necessarily
HP?
well,
Like,
and I think
Talia's...
APs.
Yeah. Talia is like one of the few mages where you can...
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Talia used to go Storm Raider Surge back in the day when she used to like jungle. No?
Looks like it must be intended because we don't have any pauses or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
it's
pretty sure.
some tech. There are a lot of slows on the other team.
Sure it's fine.
Ash Seraphine, it's, you know, slow from the Ornn Q, etc.
Also, to be honest, I actually don't mind
it's
it.
going to be hard to proc. I'm interested to see how this does work out for him. And it does nothing
There's an
for you
invade
in
here
1v1.
from Contracts.
Yeah.
Is he on the chickens or is he walking around the corner? He's walking around the corner, late invade on red.
Immediately goes
I think he should...
Hanbok starting at his red. That's 2 point blank.
Did he
range
auto Q?
combat
That looked
spears
really
finding
weird.
Hanbok. Red buff's going to go
Oh,
ahead
he's
and
going to start
reset.
Krugs.
Hanbok is just going to change his plan here, go after his own Krugs as the first
Okay,
camp, while
so he's probably
Contracts
not
steals
going to
away his
smite,
chickens.
right?
I like this
Oh
from
my god,
Shopify.
Contracts is going to wrap around. Watch this.
Contracts
Contracts is
said
actually
yes,
going
he
to wrap
is
around.
invading.
Look. He's going to wrap around through the right-hand side instead. And he's going to wait in the red buff. Look. No, Contracts, please, bro, use your brain.
Should be able to get onto this red buff as well.
Oh my
And
god,
Hanbok
bro.
is not going to be able to contest this, I don't think.
So most people are
Maybe.
playing Storm Raider Surge in Pro, so
Okay.
it's interesting.
Ah.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see.
I
how
mean,
it actually
Contracts should
does,
still
does
win
work
this.
out
I
for him.
think there's no way Hanbok should win
Right
this map.
now, all eyes
I
still
think this...
focused on his
This is
topside
really
jungle.
troll.
Hanbok still trying
Okay.
to get his red buff back from
Okay, Zinni's
Contracts.
dropping
Zinni's going to
mid-wave.
be first on the rotation, though. Steps forward here with a
That should
threaded
be the end of
volley.
that.
Does
Oh my...
find a little bit of damage.
Yo,
knocks
Hanbok,
down the
dude.
puppy dogs, but Contracts is the one who steals away the red. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, down to 13 HP on that smite there, but was able to finish it off. And yeah, it's nice to see an aggressive level 1 here from Contracts.
Dude, that's why I'm so like,
you know,
he even started clicking towards the right
being
whilst he
able
was
to
doing
challenge on
chickens.
these level 1 jungle invades.
I know it's because he
We've
kind
been
of
seeing so much
dragged
more of
the
that
chickens.
in this
Oh
season.
my god.
And I like it. I mean, I think it took
Ah,
a little bit
Shivar.
of time for people to get used to how early minions spawn now in the game.
Low key,
right?
okay.
But,
Here's the rage. Here's the rage
saw a
invade
lot of
tech.
LPL
Okay.
teams kind of early on in split 1
Hanbok
trying
does
some
Gromp
weird
and he
level
just
ones, and
walks
then,
straight to red buff because he'll be level 3.
And now we see. I mean,
He'll be
I
level
agree
3.
with exactly what.
And there's no way that Contracts
Clinton had
could
said
be level
where
3 off the next camp.
Contracts is
Please
the best when
click
he's
red buff
doing
now.
kind of
Click red buff
early,
now.
unique,
Don't click blue buff.
invades to try to set the
Oh,
opposing jungler behind.
And as Contracts succeeded in the early game and everything else is rather quiet, we do have a little bit of a look
They actually
behind
dropped
the
control
scenes
on it. I
before the
respect that.
game. B-Boy
See,
and
like
Sales
even
have fun
Shopify are understanding that this red invade could happen.
Referee, can I get Red Bull? Everything
get
for
Red
you,
Bull?
my friend. Yeah, sugar, please. Thank you. Sugar.
Hmm.
Yes. Should be a singer when you retire.
Why does B-Boy know that song?
Be a singer when you retire. Some people aren't that specific on whether or not you have a sugary drink or a sugar-free drink. It seems like B-Boy is very much
Did
on
they
one
spot him on
side
that
of the
control
aisle
ward?
here.
Yeah.
Sugar, the sugar side of the aisle.
Well, Contracts.
Gotta keep his
Wait,
energy
is
up,
Contracts
gotta
not
be
just
ready
Thanos
to
now?
lock in.
He
Bring
gets
this
second
into
rotation
a
chickens.
game number 3
He
here
knows that
against Sentinels. Against
he
this
knows
team
that
where
Krugs
both of
are
them
up.
just feel like, dude, everything matters so much in these last couple of weeks for the teams that aren't already locked into playoffs. Like,
But he's not based, has he?
depending on how things go, just
No, Fury's
just
gonna
last
base
game
and have
we
a
talked
pickaxe or
about,
double long.
if you're
Yeah,
a
double
Sentinels fan, whether or
pickaxe,
not
sorry.
they win or lose this determines
Alright,
whether
so you
you're
can't get it.
vehemently cheering for or against Disguised in the next game, just because there's so many of these teams that are neck and neck in the standings.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be incredibly important here. Sentinels, obviously, you know, taking.
It was one of the most famous songs in the world at a point.
If they do win,
Bro, do you know what though?
and,
I just feel
DSG
like sometimes
wins, then
culturally,
we'll be
different
locking
countries
playoffs,
are
which
just
would
so
be
far
pretty
away
huge for
from
them.
each other.
Because the expectations
Like
are
some
that
things
they
that are like
a
big
really
in the
good
air quotes
team in
West
the league,
just
and,
don't.
you know, even
They
if the
don't
regular
make it
season
to
does
certain
not go your
countries.
way, they're not going to be
In
some
like
guaranteed free
East
win
or
in the
Southeast
playoffs.
Asia.
All the other
Why
players
was there a shining
are
light on
definitely
Azel's
looking at
bald
them as
head?
a strong team.
That's a nice shiny glint on your head there, my
Yeah.
friend.
That is
Yeah.
diabolical.
You polish that
Whoever
thing
did that
before
is
the
whoever did that is
surgery?
evil.
The
wax on
graphics
it.
people asked
They
me
did
for
you
some
dirty.
photos. They're giving the reflections on the chrome dome there.
That's a makeup team did a good job there. You're looking spiffy and shiny.
Fudge, do not queue.
It is true though.
I
What
don't know if that was a makeup team or the cleaning crew. They polished that thing.
Yeah, they did a great job there. They put the Windex on it. But that's a, it is a good point though that
Yeah.
you would think based on how other pros talk about the teams, on how we all predicted with power rankings, for these two teams to be in very different places in the standings, they're both at 1 and 4. They both have
I mean,
the
to be honest,
same threat of potentially
yeah, but
not
like just
making
shout out
playoffs,
Kia for
and they
being
both have to be locked in
absolute
for this
giga
season.
chads for
Yeah,
perma
and this match
sponsoring.
essentially does decide, like not mathematically, but it does decide whether they go to playoffs in a pretty big way. So here they're like playoff odds entering today, and it's going to swap. If Sentinels win, they then have an 87.5% chance to lock playoffs. If Shopify win, they just lock playoffs.
If NA wins MSI, would you shave every strand of hair on your head?
Win this game and the next one. It's just, hey man,
No.
you're in. That's it.
That's huge.
I mean, they won't win. They won't win MSI, but
considering, think back to Split 1,
like
going into the lock-in tournament, Shopify was
I won't shave my head.
eliminated. This is a squad that really wants to show that they're more than what
Then
they've
bet it, bro.
demonstrated so far this year.
No,
And
because that's
being
when
able to
bullshit does
instantly
happen.
lock playoffs right there would have to
This
be a
reminds me of the time, and I'm so glad I said no
Contracts talking
because
about
it
how
actually
this
did happen.
week was their first
I was chilling in the green room.
positive win
This is
rate
like in
in scrims, right?
2023.
So they are seeing the improvements
with
they feel in scrims, and they're just hoping that they can bring that
with
to
Gulborg and
stage
Shocks.
and show that hey, we are getting better.
And we were talking about
Also, how
Fnatic
contracts
and like
just
their
keep
prospects.
revisiting Hombok's
And
rosters, up here, but
Gulborg
on the
was
other
like,
side,
ah,
Hombok was able to
Fnatic
kind of
could
come down,
100%
get
finish
these
top 3.
clubs, play
And I was like,
around some
no
of the
fucking way,
pushes they
bro.
had with this Ash
Like,
Seraphine bot.
I would shave my I would shave my beard if they finish top 3. Like I am that confident. I'll shave my beard off on broadcast if they made it to top 3.
It's easy peasy. That man is kibbles and bits.
And then Shocks aura checked me and was like, "Really? You'll do it?" He's like, "You'll shave your head?"
Dogs love eating
And then I said, "Actually, no, never mind. I take it back." And then they actually did come top 3.
Literally eat anything.
So thank God.
Our dog tries to
Thank
eat the
God.
trash.
Thank God I said no.
My dog is very curious
You're
about
not
this.
picky,
Yeah.
you know?
No.
You can respect that.
It's an adventurous spirit.
Sure.
Yeah, it's not your dog is not pretentious, you know?
No, he
It's not a
Bro,
hoity-toity
genuinely,
dog.
Shock
he
like
is anything
Shocks
but.
nearly
common
mind
man.
gamed
He
me
doesn't have a
woman.
subscription to the local
into
He knows where the dumpster
Yeah,
is.
he's
God
a
bless him.
dog of the people.
Yeah.
into getting my
In
my
this
beard
game,
shaven on
though, I did want
broadcast.
to point out, that is
It would have been good
not
content.
great for Shopify, right?
It would have been good
Because,
content.
Not great for Shopify.
I'm
Reddit, we're
underselling
getting
it
there.
a bit.
Eating out of your
But-
dumpster.
What's
This
this?
is not great.
The impetus to make plays is on Shopify with this composition. They are the ones that need to be making early to mid-game plays to set themselves ahead because the comp on the right scales
Yeah.
remarkably well and is very easy, in my opinion, to pilot. So it is kind of on
Ooh.
Shopify, and you can see that. You can see Contracts thinking it through, right? With all of these revisits he's had to Raptors with the initial invade.
If Arsenal wins the Champions League and Premier League, you shave your hair, bro. I'm not shaving my head.
Down these grubs here at the start. Contracts
No, we're
to
not going.
show up.
We're not all going bold
Contracts
if
secured
NA
a
win.
Single grubby. Contracts smites down the second one and forces
Wow,
Hombok
Hombok
away.
was touched.
And it looks like
So Azel would have to bet not his hairline but wig.
the one with the minion.
Yeah, he has to wear a clown. He has to wear a clown
Two
wig.
out of three grubs.
Not sure
How
that one
far
works.
If EU win MSI, Azel has to wear a clown wig.
The
Thoughts?
dog, puns and metaphors. I wanna
Let's just make this bet without him even having
Come on, I
like.
had to do it. We were,
yeah.
we were on the dog.
I mean, look, we have.
Let's
this
just
theory,
make
we're
this.
talking
Let's just
about
make this a thing.
Shop.
You can't even respond right now.
I will
Oh.
say that was a little bit of a rough one.
That's, I like that. I like that. I don't know if Seos likes this, though, as he's forced to flash away, but the flash follow from Rahel is right there.
The bold
And
people want
now
us to
that
go bold.
Sentinels
No,
in the
genuinely, bold
2v2,
people want you to
no
join their
help
bold
required
cult, bro.
this time. They find a second
It's so
player.
freaky.
Dying once, as Emily said, not good for the team. Dying twice, really not good for
Also
the
not
team.
good for the team.
Also not good for the team.
And it does-
Surprisingly, also not good for the team.
Yeah. And
Would you
Hombok
shave your head if
already
DSG
kinda
wins
started
Worlds
this
then gets
great, right?
relegated from the
Because,
LCS in the
again,
same
of this
year?
bot-side pressure that this Ash
Yeah,
Seraphine
sure, why
was
not?
able to set up. So that's first Drake.
Imagine
for
the
them.
timeline.
That is a little bit more pressure on this bottom side of the map. And once again, Rahel off to a really nice start in his lane.
Rahel feeling great down here, and Ash Seraphine, man, it's
Chat, clip that.
So
It's just not gonna
strong.
happen
Going
though,
back
is it?
again to what we were talking about in draft, Isaac, where you looked at the, Corki Nami's the answer, and the answer works 20% of the time. Like,
Nah,
if
just
you
regular
go
clown.
into a test when you're in school and you're like, yeah, man,
I have
know
been
this,
thinking
but
a
I
lot
got
about
all the
shaving my
answers,"
beard
and you
lately.
get the thing back graded, and you
On
got
a
a
real.
20. You didn't actually know very much.
I mean, it is really crazy. I mean, obviously, it's only a number of games, and it's pro, it's not solo queue. But I remember
How confident are you in
hearing,
Arsenal winning the
stats,
Prem?
and it
I'm
was
not
something
confident
like,
at all until I see them lift the trophy.
If you were down a player, like if you were in a 4v5, you still have nearly a 20% chance to win the game in solo queue. It was something like that. So it's almost like someone didn't connect, and you have about the same odds as when you're playing Corky Nami versus
So you might as well just play Corky into it. Just leave Nami. Just tell that guy
Nami
he
can just stay home.
Tell him to go like eat lunch or clean the house or something. Like it's fine. Take a break. We got the same chance.
Take a load off. We got
Put
this
your
lost
feet up.
handle.
It's fine.
Relax. Read a book. You know, get some fresh air. Touch some grass.
We'll see. I mean, it's definitely got to be a little bit of a annoying one for B-Boy because they
Yo,
were
does
actually winning
the
Season 2. He's up a little bit of
LCS, the LCS doesn't have a
you know, and
kick
then
ass
Sales
one,
gets
so does
picked
it?
off once, kind of on
Or
on
does
a
it? Am I
greedy
tweaking?
play where you're trying to hold the wave, and then the second one obviously is the Ashe Seraphine combo where you get hit by one.
Daybreak is sponsored by Pagoda, right?
Over here.
I'm trying to remember. They did because they just said.
There by Darkwings
Just made me think
the
about
ability
it.
to control the wave, get this shoved out as Seos shows up. Doesn't want to end up losing control over.
Also, I'm not convinced they're winning. Deal me a Leeds fan who's still worried about going down. Yeah, they have Pagoda. Yeah, okay.
Sword completed for Hambach. This item is a hot topic in the community right now because it is so strong. It terrorizes solo queue, and now Hambach is looking to terrorize this game.
Well, and it's kind of the reason that a lot of assassins, a lot of these champions that can build it are getting nerfed, right? You know, it's kind of this argument of like, hey, this item is so strong that you're causing everyone to be nerfed, and it's kind of forcing you to build it. Like now it's like if your champion is getting nerfed based on this item, you have to build this item or you're...
Because if I don't, I'm just weak now.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, a lot of these new runes, it is interesting. Obviously, Stormbreaker Surge, as I said, you know, is the more common one in pro play. Most of the games I've been seeing, people had been going more with Deathfire Touch or kind of experimenting with some other stuff. But Victor on the other side is playing Deathfire Touch, Scorch, and Cut Down. And between the three, has about 1,500 damage for in lane phase.
Ooh, nice arrow there. Finds its mark onto Fudge, and with Hambach immediately ready to chase, Fudge tries to flash away. But Hambach saves the Hound's pursuit all the way to the end. Fudge almost got away, but it's Huhi dropping
Why did he...
that final little bit of damage to find the kill. Contracts arrives into the bottom lane, goes for the flash, tries to get the return kill onto Rahel, and does find it. So Shopify hit
Is that tower ramp?
Yeah, really nice follow-up from Contracts there with the Pantheon.
I think he just died to bug, no?
Waiting for him because to use it in the side lane because
was that normal damage?
He was looking for plays mid, couldn't find
that
anything several times. He was trying to visit.
Oh, he took one tower shot and then took two. I guess.
Is able to follow up here, and you know, Fudge going down is a little unfortunate, but because he was able to trade that kill back, it's super important. He is kind of the bright spot in this Shopify early
we can't be saying
the
poor
into the Ornn has allowed him to have almost
in the current climate of today, bro. We can't be
just ticking over.
Can't be saying this one.
I think that actually missed. The ulti first pick did actually miss there, and then the heal coming through on a B-Boy means he will just go back to base, but will keep his life.
Oh, there's a patch preview that's dropped. Oh, this is from a few days ago.
Storms to control whichever lane he finds himself in, as Zinni rotates down to the bottom lane to deal with him. And honestly, I feel like whenever you're playing against Taliyah, if you're the mid laner and you bring the matchup down to bottom instead of laning mid, you feel good about it because Taliyah has less reach over the entire map now.
Can't go left and right. You can only go left.
Yeah, that's the problem. You need to be able to turn both ways. You can't steer the car right.
It's like a Zoolander lane down there, you know?
But why male model?
That was a good movie. Classic.
But why male model?
Don't get me going on this, because I can talk about the gas station fight. I can talk about the files being in the computer. We can talk about this all day.
I feel like we make a files in the computer joke like every week. Behind the scenes on the
That's how I feel when I have to ask people here at Riot.
What do you change about this Shopify roster for summer? Because no way it stays the same. The organization.
Yeah, it's tough. Whenever we have international events and I've got to get stuff together for going to other countries, it's a rough one. Right now, though, it looks like Shopify are having a very pleasant time controlling this bottom side river, wanting to set up for Dragon number 2. Remember that Sentinels took the first one. They still have just shy of a 1,000 gold lead. Valk buffer there from B-Boy to get away from The
Well, that's
follow-up
no
damage
cleanse
of
from
the air, despite
B-Boy.
the fact that Rahel hit him with it because
I don't know,
he
this
buffered through
just
with the
feels
Valkyrie.
like a
He's still
slow
got
bleed,
distance,
no?
just pop the cleanse and still stay relatively healthy. However, that does mean that Shopify concedes the space in this bottom side river, and that's Sentinels going for Dragon number 2.
Yeah, that opens up a lot of room for them to basically just take this Drake, where Shopify had first rotation on it, right? And I thought they were doing a pretty good job of holding that space. Now they're going to move into the top side to try to get this Herald.
Yeah, it's
We'll
looking
see.
like
Yeah.
maybe contest here. Hambach and Hui trying to clear out some of this vision. Impact is coming down as well, but I mean, Rahel is starting to base, so surely we don't fully contest it.
It looks like, if nothing else, they're trying to at least just stop them from taking it, allow it to reset.
Shot
Hambach
fires, whatever.
did smite down the Scuttle Crab.
Yeah, I mean, they just didn't have vision on Rahel, so they didn't know that Rahel had based. Otherwise, they could have actually taken that fight. But
Yeah,
Rahel
I
bases,
think,
they push them back, they get the Scuttle.
Kai's, I think you're... Oh.
Yeah, and they are.
Whoa,
Wow, they actually got his
B-Boy
flash from
forced
that.
to flash away there as Hambach dives in with a Hound's Pursuit, putting pressure
Bro,
on
there
the
are some
enemy.
seriously good players in
Another
CB
thing
LoL,
that,
by the way.
little soft contest
Like,
accomplished
mechanically,
is that
there are
Fear
some
was able
really
to
good
do a
players
lot
in
of
CB LoL.
damage on that bot
If I'm
side
being
turret
honest, I
as
do think,
well,
though,
and
that a lot of the
forced
issue in
Fudge
NA
to
is a
kind
lot
of
of these
respond
teams
to
are
that bot side push.
just poor
So,
discipline.
really nice
Like,
little
bad...
bluff
Like, I don't want to say
from,
bad like poorly
Sentinels,
coached. And,
playing around
because
the fact that Shopify couldn't see that
I
Rahel had back.
don't know.
Yeah, very effective stuff.
But that's
from
kind of
them.
what it does boil down to a bit too.
Rahel, you know, pretty close in goal to where B-Boy is, so neither AD carry has a big advantage. Darkwings, though, has created a pretty nice lead for himself.
Yeah, there's a lot of individual
And,
talent on CB LoL
Hui
teams.
is actually up quite a bit of gold, and with Enchanters,
Like, I think Tatu
it
would
is
run
relevant,
this league.
especially an Enchanter like Seraphine that scales really,
Tatu
really
would
well.
run this
Already has the
league.
Echoes of Helia, already has
I'm
CDR
like
boots, the tier
dead
is almost
serious.
fully
Tatu
stacked,
would run the
and
LCS.
Enchanters, especially
That guy is
assuming like
freakishly
Seraphine that
good.
scale so well, at 2+ items
Dig looks poorly
becomes
coached. Well,
such
Dig
a
look poorly
problem
coached,
because
and they
there's
don't have a
so
good
much
like
sustain, so much
roster.
CP that can actually come out from this champ.
Besides
Here
Photon.
in the top side, summons up the Ornhorn, finds the point
Who
blank
they
knock
need
up
to,
there onto Zinni, who does go
Zinni,
ahead and
brother.
use that knockback to
What
try
a-
to make a little bit of space, but when Darkwings arrives,
Come on,
Zinni
twin.
dies, Impact's the one who takes the kill.
Yeah, nice coordinated.
He has more badges
play
than Whippo?
from
What, Tatu?
Darkwings
I don't know
and
about
Impact
Tatu lore,
there
so I'm not
using
gonna comment.
his TP to kill off Zinni in the side lanes, and it's kind of
Welcome,
interesting,
MYM Jamada to
even
the
though
scene.
Fudge
Like,
is going to be able to get a bunch of damage down.
dude,
on
I would
the
love
turret,
to
he
coach. I've been
continues
saying
to
it
be
for
kind
a
of
little while now. I would love to get back into coaching.
We'll see if
Oh,
Shopify are gonna
Darkwings
respond, but
has a
Hambach
Pantheon on
is
top of him.
on to save
I
as
see.
well.
Contrax finds a nice chunk of damage there on the Darkwings, who immediately retaliates with about the same amount of force. Hambach moving towards this top side. The wave is about to crash into the turret.
Yo, what's up, Don Don?
And that's a defensive ulti from
Okay.
Contrax to
Defensive
escape.
Pantheon.
If he doesn't drop that, he's dead.
Exactly. I think it's absolutely the right choice. When you have no Aegis Assault, there's no way you're going to actually be able to survive, even the Hound's Pursuit coming in. So a good bit of pressure.
Hot take,
put
I don't
there
think Dig is
onto
that bad.
Contracts. And it is going to mean the Herald
Are you
is
running a
started up.
Fever?
They're TPing back, though. Zinni's here as his Fudge.
Yeah, so Zinni's made his way on the Darkwings here in the top side. Fudge
I
with
don't
the
flash.
wraparound means that Darkwings has nowhere to go. I'm not gonna lie, I hate the flash.
There was no way you're getting out.
Yeah, maybe it's a flash to try to get the turret.
But he didn't even try to auto-attack the turret. He was trying to run away.
I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt because
I'm
I feel
not.
like the flash was just bad. B-Boy now getting jumped on. Impact goes in, finds the knock-up. Hambach's got to get away from the tier 1. Contracts now caught by the beat drop, has to try to get away as the Ash Arrow finds one target. Another Ornhorn sounds.
I can't even
Contracts
focus,
staying
bro.
alive, though. Shopify lucky to get Contracts and B-Boy both out of there.
Nah, Fry's group,
Fudge
bro.
on
Nah,
the
the
top side, you see they're kind of trying
The
to
fucking
TP
broken
Impact up
ass
there
coach
to
cam in the
contest
bottom left
that.
for a frame. Oh
But
my
again,
god.
like, that initial
Because I don't
box
think that was
attack from
golden
Herald
glue. I don't
way
think I didn't get to
back
glimpse
is
it
what
properly, but it
allowed
looked like
Sentinels to
Shopify
kind of come in and
stuff.
get the Herald here as well. So even though they do lose Darkwings, being able to immediately pop that, clear up the mid turret, is really nice from them. Even with everything they hit, though, I was kind of surprised at how difficult it was to get onto B-Boy, right? And Contracts blocking so much
Purse
damage
fried.
with the Aegis Assault was also a huge part of that.
Fudge has just been perma side laning, right?
Just
He
no
got
comment.
the first tower on bot side, got basically all the plates there. During that play, he took down the tier 1 top, got even at least one plate off of the tier 2 plates even. So he is up 2K. They are still down gold as a team. And that generally means it is on the Jace to get something done. You have got to be able to find these plays, but
Brazil,
if you don't know where
numero
Nefiri is, it is really scary because
Yeah, shout out Brazil, man. I love Brazil.
Impact can set up for these ganks very, very
I actually do want to
easily.
go to Brazil.
And Impact is still going to be able to fulfill his role on the Oran, whether he is down 2K
I think that country is
or
beautiful.
up 2K. You can still press R, and you can still be
I would like to
very
visit.
effective in the team fights.
I mean, he has Jack Show, right? He's got Unending Despair. It's already Ornn item upgraded. Now Fudge gets caught here by the arrow. We said the pressure is on Fudge to make things happen, and he's the target immediately here from Sentinels. 3 seconds left until the Drake spawns, and the Fed player is now chunked out of the conflict. As Impact steps forward, forcing the rest of
that was
Shopify
a
Rebellion
pretty big
away,
rocket.
but Sentinels also takes a little bit of damage.
Local
in
thieves,
return.
though?
Sentinels trying
Just,
to create a
like,
point of pressure
just
here
have
on the
street
pincer
smarts, bro.
angle. The rest of Shopify going to group up
Just have
behind
street
him.
smarts and
Sentinels
don't travel
already
with a
has
lot on
two
you.
Drake.
It's
Shopify
not really
comes.
that
The sole point
that
of Sentinels
complicated.
gets this nice flick onto Darkwings, but not a whole lot of damage. Ready to follow up the seismic shove. Shopify still looking for an angle. There comes your Weaver's Wall, but the only person who gets isolated
don't
is
wear no
Impact, who immediately
expensive
breaks
nothing.
the wall open.
Just
There's
call
not
it
even
was
any threat on
B-boy,
it.
bro.
Hawkbox waiting over the wall here into the Dragon Pit, looking to secure the Drake. Nice seismic shove again there on the Darkwings. They found the kill in the
Oh
hip.
my God,
Now
that's so
Contract's
rough.
going to die in retaliation. Fudge your next target.
Oh,
That's the Fed
good
chase.
E from
Hawkbox
Fudge.
very low, is taken out.
I don't know if you guys saw
Plays
that. The
back
E
to
actually
Fudge.
interrupted
Looking so
Hambach in the
far.
middle of his...
Sentinels
Oh,
still
that was
looking
actually
for
really
Rahel,
good.
who's entirely out of mana. Huhi firing back a little bit. B-Boy has already vouched forward. Impact's got to be careful here.
Well,
Does
no one
charge
else is
away,
going to
keeps
die.
himself safe.
It's just
Bad
3
for
Drakes for
now.
Sentinels.
Okay, 2 for 2, and Sentinels gets the
Nah,
Fed
I
player,
think you shouldn't be
and
able to
they
kill
get the
that guy.
Dragon, and Impact steps
Did you ever
away
go
from
to
the
China
Fed
when you
shot.
casted
Impact
LPL?
actually able to get a lot of
No,
gold
and
there.
now that enough
2
time has
kills
passed,
off the
I think
back
I can
of
tell this
that.
story. I don't know if I've ever
After
told it
they
on
got the
stream.
Dragon, they're gonna be
The reason why I didn't go
really
to the
happy
LPL
about
is because they were
how
trying
that
to get me
went
to go on
down.
non-business
At the end
visas.
of the day, this
And
is
I was
punished
not
for
trying to...
senior flash
Listen,
top lanes for Darkwing, 'cause
like,
he does
I'm not
actually
trying to
get
break
caught here.
the law
As he
ever
walks forward,
anyway.
he is hit by the tidal wave,
Okay?
and the follow-up of that
But if
seismic
you
shove,
want
the
me,
hop forward from Contract,
an,
but then Hambach gets
a
into the back line,
British,
putting pressure down.
half
Couldn't
black,
quite finish off
half
Fudge, took a
Indian
little bit
Sri
longer to
Lankan
do it.
man
And then you just end up
to
in this
go
3v3
to
situation
China
where Sentinels had already claimed
on not the
Dragon,
correct
so it's gonna be
visa,
really
I
happy
think you are
about
smoking
that. They are now
substances.
very close to getting an Ocean Soul, and an Ocean Soul
I think
for
you are
Ornn, who
smoking
now
substances.
Has 3 kills. That
I
is
will not.
going
I
to
will
be
not
big.
be
More
committing
events are even coming through. He's
a
level 15, so
fucking
he's gonna have 2
visa
Ornn
fraud
upgrades ready.
in
He
China.
already used one on
No.
the Cyclo Sword. He has another ready
I
to
won't
go.
be committing visa fraud anywhere,
and
actually, as a
not
matter
only
of
that,
fact.
but on top of
But
having
especially
Terraform
China, I will not be
also
committing
the
that
Fury
in
being
China.
able to get into
No,
into the back line and then back
Absolutely
out.
not.
So yeah, it really puts so much pressure on.
Yeah, they wanted me to go on
Again,
like a
we're supposed to
regular,
have this kind of early to mid
a regular
game
visa,
comp to kind of
like a regular like
control,
tourist
the
visa, and then
side
say I
lane.
was like
And
consoling
even
or
though
something,
Fudge has been
which is
doing a
technically
good
not
job
working
there,
when you're out there.
they haven't really been able
But
to
now,
make as many
what's
plays
like really
as
funny
they
is
would
we,
have wanted,
as a British
despite
passport
this
holder, I actually have
All right, Shopify.
I actually have
Still a
the
close
right to
enough
go to
game.
China and work
Everything's
shorthand the
contested.
same way I do in Europe.
Things haven't
So
gone their way so far. Nice
kinda
seismic shove, catch to Hambach. The flash
Kinda
again
sucks.
for nothing. Sentinel's jungler dies.
what if you say
Then
Lila
Flash
to the
and
police?
Shopify are taking this as the green light to start up the Baron.
Well,
They're going to start it up. Impact is in the area.
well, sure,
Looks
EDR
like Darkwings
Dongguan
is very far away.
still to this day, but not enough to get by. Like I don't think I could LARP a full conversation. I don't think I could LARP a full conversation.
Honestly, well done.
Well, back then I didn't even speak it, so I don't know.
That they actually contested with.
How much do you love the LPL? Quite a bit.
And they get the
I do love the
flash
LPL.
off of
LPL is
B-Boy.
my
They push them
baby
back, and they're
region,
considering,
bro.
do we want to try to stay around in the area with our jungler coming back up?
Oh my days. Good night, Impact. Yo, don't flash actually, I think.
Impact is the one caught. Nice moves from Shopify. Picking up another one for free, or is it? Nope, Contract staying alive. Accelerated shock blast.
But yeah, I would have loved to have gone to China. China is definitely on the bucket list of countries I want to visit. I want to visit all of Southeast Asia, to be honest. China, Japan, South Korea, Philippines, Thailand, all of these places with history and rich culture. I wanna go and experience that for myself. What's happening on the screen? I don't know. At this point, I've blocked it out until I see the next dragon fight.
Sentinels.
Do you love the LPL enough to commit visa fraud? No, I fear I don't.
Hambach going over to the pit.
Yeah.
He obviously thought they had an angle to start it. Other people didn't agree, so they do not.
You're a WE fan. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
That kind of makes sense. They should just be able. I mean, Hambach will pick up this scuttle crowd.
Don't know how long you've been in the league, but OMG Season
there
3,
I
my
think you
favorite team
did
ever.
finally
Their
see
aggressive
as
gameplay was
the team
unmatched.
comes
I got
out
into League at
from
Season 4.
Impact on the spot side.
You know what? Shout out to 2023 OMG though. What a lovely team that was to watch.
Burn down Hambach really quickly.
Cream.
And then credit to Sentinels for that contest to stop the.
Fuck, why am I forgetting the lineup?
Shopify from taking the Baron.
I mean, it was just a really nice pick.
I mean, the
on
only
Hambach.
player that's
You know,
come
he
out of
used
that
Call
team
of the
was
Pack
Cream,
after
really.
Getting hit by that shock blast, and as soon as that was
Yeah,
used,
Arky,
Contrast is like,
Abel,
well, you're dead.
Shanji.
Like,
That's it. I was trying to
stun
pick the jungle.
Seismic Shove is there. You don't have the ability to get out after.
What a fun
And
team
as
that
Flowers
was.
had called out, insult to injury, you use the flash in a play where you're going to die regardless. And that
Yeah,
is
PP God
definitely a
as well.
cost. So
Just such a
Shopify
fun team.
Still in with a chance. They're up a couple hundred
Such a
gold
fun
here,
team.
but, that is lying to you a bit because there's 3
Like-
dragons of stats on the other side plus a lot of ornaments. Which is
I'm so glad 2023 was the year that I happened to full-time LPL.
That is Ocean Soul, and that is going to be
So good.
problematic.
Nah, I think Shopify should win so we get 3 games of this. Thoughts, guys?
Yes, it's a very minor
Thoughts,
lead, but they
guys?
do have a lead, and they're the
Eh?
ones who
I
have
think this is good,
first
though.
control over the bot side river.
Okay.
They want to contest
Swing and a miss.
for this Ocean Soul. B-Boy evading the attempted engage coming out there from Sentinels. Staying alive here, staying healthy on the Corki. Very, very important. Hambach called the pack, doesn't get a whole lot of value out of that one. Meanwhile, the Seraphine goes in after B-Boy, who tries to cleanse to get away from it, but he's already killed off by Darkwings. Big engage coming out from Sentinels.
All right, well, Sentinels
are target, and it's 2 for free. This is what I'm talking about. This is why you need engage. Sentinels sees the angle and they take it. Zinni,
how do we any percent skip to tomorrow's matches? That is a crazy statement. It's fine. Fudge will steal this with an EQ.
Trying to snipe a dragon, but it will not work out. Sentinels take 2 kills. And
I have money on game and still can't get excited for
This
this.
is where you really see how many options Sentinels have, right?
Aye.
This composition, so even though the Ashe era.
Is it crazy that I could
doesn't
predict this
hit
game 15 minutes ago?
Guess what?
Yeah.
Hambach is gonna
I
go
just don't know what
in on
B-Boy
the
is doing there.
Fury,
He's just
the
so
charm
like
hits
just
onto
disconnected from the rest of his
B-Boy
team.
With the follow-up from
So
Ornn,
badly.
And as soon as B-Boy goes down, they're right.
Is Surty
onto
playing
Contrast.
tonight? He should be,
And
yeah.
This is also Impact's frontlining is so good, and why we were kind of like, okay, he hasn't played these champions like the Ornn, like the Cassante to make room for your team.
Is NA the worst major region? There's no such thing as major regions anymore. But if you're talking about like NA, EU, LCS, sorry, NA, EU, LCK, and LPL, then yeah, for sure. For sure, they're the worst of the 4.
Yes, he can cleanse something.
I think there's an argument that they're worse than Brazil right now.
Without flash, it doesn't actually matter if you have cleanse.
Like there's a legitimate argument out of all 6 of the regions that they are sick.
And Darkwings over the wall is hitting
like
him,
there is a
flashing away from
legitimate
Chase, getting
argument
more
for that.
damage down. Impact instantly flashed in to follow up to know, hey, he
Like
can't
there's a
create
legitimate
space.
argument that
He's
they are
already
just
used
sick
the
for it.
Valk, and we can kill him from this spot. And that was
Actually, to be fair,
getting them the Ocean
I haven't
Soul,
been
and
keeping up with
doesn't matter
LCP.
how
I hear that
everyone's
LCP is
at
like a
this point, you
one-team
are
region,
not killing that Ocean Soul
and the
Ornn
rest of the
anytime
league is
soon.
like really piss poor. It's like
completely
best team in
back
the
up the guy who's 66% of his health
in
in a
the
full,
LCP
like,
is
full-form
I
trade.
want to say Team
And
Secret
by the time the
Wales,
next wave gets here, guess what?
or it might
He's
be
full
it might be
HP.
CFO. It's
Have
one of the
fun.
2.
This is not going to be an enjoyable
And then there's a
experience.
gap, and then there's the
The
second place
ornaments
team
earlier, Isaac, the Voltaic Cyclo sword
with
that was
the
already
rest of the
upgraded.
league
Now you've got the
basically,
Kraken Slayer
and
upgraded
then
on Rahel.
the last place team is
Impact,
horrible.
I believe with level 16, he's got more that he could also hand out the
He
next
could
time
upgrade
group up.
everyone's.
Yeah,
I think
everybody
LCP is
should be
lost
fully
right now.
upgraded.
It's possible, but
I
I don't
only won
watch to
myself,
know.
so I'm
I would have to
pretty
ask.
Seen you get ornaments
I would have to
in
ask
14,
Kitty.
15,
I know
16.
Kitty watches
He should have another one available.
Okay. Huhi bursted low, but he ain't taken down just yet. B-Boy
Is this
and
allowed to
Contract trying
work?
get away. Shutdown credit goes over to Fudge as
Is
Huhi
this
dies.
allowed to
Hambach now
work?
in danger. Down to half HP here himself.
I mean, I guess they killed the Seraphine, but it cost them 2 flashes on mid-jungle.
But even though Shopify win the fight, they get the 1 pick. They're hurt enough in response. They can't take anything
Are
else
we
off the
actually
map.
getting
Yeah,
3
not gonna
games
be
of
able to get
this?
anything else.
Surely
They
not.
do lose some summoners. They do get Rahel's flash and cleanse, which is big, but they lost Zinni's flash, they lost Contract's flash.
Surely
they lost the
we're
heal
not going
off of
3 games.
Seos. But you know, maybe you can be able to pick off Rahel. Without
Like, it's
any of those
Ocean
summoners,
Soul,
and that could be pretty big.
enemy
Rahel
team comp
flashed
outskit,
a
it just
shock
can't go
blast
to
that
3.
Just deleted Huhi, and was Huhi's first death of the game here. But the Seraphine, you know, now has the Mikhails available. There's really not a lot of CC. It's basically your Mikhailsing, really, I guess, just the Pantheon stun. That's
Aqua Prison, maybe?
Aqua Prison, but then it's a knockup, right? So it wouldn't even get you.
But it makes it so you can flash.
You can flash.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So it's
Wow,
it's
rocket
a
belt.
half. Okay,
Yeah.
so
If you have flash available, then it's worth doing the knockups.
Yeah, it's 1.5 things you could possibly cleanse. Meanwhile, Contracts now under pressure here as Hambach and Impact go for the invade. The rest of Sentinels trying to distract Shopify so they can't save their jungler, and Impact grabs the kill. That's Contracts down. That's the Shopify jungle. Baron is up on the map. There's nothing to contest on the other side for another 2.5 minutes. Shopify, what is your answer?
Yeah, they're just going to barrel down mid. And I mean, I think it is the right call,
It's the
right? I'm
sensible
not
thing to
sure
do.
that
No
they would
jungler.
be able to contest this Drake. Just try to get whatever you can off the map.
Well,
because
Shopify
otherwise
do
you're
have a
probably
lot of
just gonna get
structures. They have
wiped.
inner
I mean,
structures.
there's Call the Forge God and Encore. You know, there's flashback available
Possible
for
to
the
play.
Seraphine. If you go over there, you probably are just going to get turned on and killed, and it's such a low percentage play. So instead, they take out the tier 1 mid, they
Okay.
take down the
Not
tier
bad.
2
Not bad,
bot,
not
so they're
bad,
just
not
trying to
bad.
get some gold for themselves.
They traded
And
a fair
usually
amount of
when
gold.
you fall into this kind of a game where you've lost Soul, you've lost Baron, you're saying, all right, let's stall, let's pray we can steal Elder, and if you can get Elder, the
That's
game
the
can
Hail
be
Mary.
equalized.
Yeah.
That is the Hail Mary. That's usually your best chance from a spot like this, and Impact now is 17 and has used his final 2 upgrades there, so upgraded the Leandries as well as the Mikhails, so had those ready to go. There's 5 ornaments. It is just a 700 gold lead, but of course a massive amount of gold worth of stats from the 4 dragons and the soul, as well as the 5 ornaments that have now been upgraded. So really, stats-wise, you're thinking that they're like near 10k ahead.
Yeah, this is some scary stuff. 90 seconds until that Elder. 2 minutes left on the Baron. It's hard to imagine a world where Sentinels don't have control over the Dragon Pit once that big objective spawns. Darkwing's pushing up towards the tier 2 here in the bottom lane, but it's Impact getting jumped on. Flashes away from Shopify, who want to continue committing towards the Ornn. Tidal Wave misses. Impact trying to slow everybody down. Summons up the Call of the Forge God, looking to use the Bellows Breath, keeping himself alive.
Yeah, actually
Misses.
tomorrow I might
Returning
be,
hit on his
I'll
own
probably be
ulti.
co-streaming
But the
LPL.
rest of Sentinels has arrived. B-Boy
I haven't
with the
co-streamed
first
LPL for a
offensive
while,
while Impact
and I know a lot of
continues
people don't tend to show off
fighting
my
back.
LPL
It's a
co-streams, which is fine because I haven't
disaster
really
for
been
Shopify
doing it for a while.
Rebellion, and Sentinels is taking
But I'll probably do it
everybody
tomorrow.
off the rift. A double kill over to Hambach. It's 4 dead, only
Yeah,
Contracts
Dong Dong, they have to.
alive, and Sentinels is looking to end this series.
Eating. Oh, he couldn't hit the
Now you
wave.
see how difficult
Unlucky.
it is to kill.
He wanted to try and interrupt the wave,
They
but yeah.
weren't even able to take
It's too early for me, but I watched the
out
VOD. Respect
in
for it, I
that
appreciate
fight.
that. Well, Sentinels are 2-4.
30 minutes into the game, it was coming down
This
to
is a really
another
big win for
fight,
them because
but
they
Shopify end up
were
blundering.
very
It's
close to not making
Sentinels that
playoffs, but
punish.
this
It's
should put them in a
Sentinels
position where they
that
do.
sweep Shopify 2-0
When did you get those
here, and
rights?
it's
I've had
Sentinels
LPL
who are
rights
keeping
for
those playoff
ages.
dreams alive.
There's not I'm gonna mute this and I'm gonna run my own music. If you're on YouTube, feel free to come over to Twitch if you want to hang out. You get like music. Otherwise, it's just my boring ass voice and no League broadcast in the back. The people really need the LPL co-stream YouTube VODs. No one is doing it. So I watch OP LOL. Yeah, I do actually remember. I do actually remember that. I don't know, the LPL co-stream VODs didn't really do particularly well, and they also cost me money to make because I don't want to not pay the people that I had making them and doing like thumbnails for me and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I'll see. Like, I'm always partial to doing like the big games, obviously, for like all of the cynical reasons and like all of the non-cynical reasons, but yeah. Chimada has rights in China? Oh, absolutely. Well, yeah, I'm gonna try and apply for LCK and see if I can get them. Right, it's DSG Dig next, guys. DSG Dig. Who's excited? Who's excited for DSG Dig? Be honest. Be honest with me. Come on, guys, get hype. Get hype for some DSG Dig. Dude, it's literally the El Clasico. Like it's gonna be so good. Right, let me Dude, there's gonna be some good games very soon. LCS is beyond saving, wallahi. Let's come back. Scoms lad. Who wins DSG dig anyways? Bro, it has to be DSG. It has to be DSG. Like I am so serious when I say dig are bad. I mean they're both bad, but they are like for worse. I know who loses, probably the viewers. Yo, be nice. Oh my god, brain stew. Let me pop the music box up for a sec whilst we're in this. Why is the music name down there? Okay, I need to use the restroom, guys. Hopefully Scruffy stays asleep. I will return momentarily. Please enjoy the soft tunes of Jamada Radio. I will be right back. Oh. Hello everyone. I'm not gonna lie, that was a gut cleanse. I hope you guys have been behaving yourselves in chat. Shooting stars, no fast. First up, nothing.
There's a certain level of fulfillment that comes from doing what you're passionate about.
Yeah.
It's like you don't live life in the past or in the future. You're completely absorbed in the present. And I think there's something really beautiful about that. And I'm just waking up every single day so excited to go into what I'm doing.
That's amazing. I mean, also just like, so I guess that kind of dovetails into the idea of like, what are your personal goals coming back into the position in DSG?
I think, well, I mean, winning, of course, is the most important thing.
Yes.
Second most important thing is showing a strong individual performance. I feel like during my debut, I was in a meta which I was very uncomfortable with in a competitive environment, which led to me playing worse than I should have, and I was also very...
Yeah, I will say, this is actually a much better meta for 30.
I think I learned a lot from that.
Even though I don't rate him that highly as a player.
Online because of it. But I also think that
I don't rate him that much as a player at all,
there's
actually.
a bit of a stigma around me from the time on Dig. And I feel
yeah,
like
for sure,
what
but I
online
also
as a
think
rookie
it's moderately
was not
warranted.
accounted for because
Only
of that.
moderately.
So I just want to reiterate how I was playing on Lion and put myself back into people's minds.
Is there a feeling that the
Real.
fact that your first series is going to be going up against Dignitas?
I don't know. Like obviously Photon's the guy who ended up taking my spot, but I think that was a blessing in disguise for me because I got to play on Lion and play better, being out of the environment that I was in initially. I've heard he's a lovely person. I see the people on the Dig team at the gym all the time because we go to the same gym.
Yeah.
Obviously no bad blood or hard feelings against any of them, but I think it would be a, what's the word? It would be very nice to
Validating, maybe?
knock Dig out of playoffs on my first game in the LCS ever, because I never got a game in the LCS. I played in the LTA.
True.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
true. And I guess a question
yeah.
that I would have is, because there's a lot of stirring news based off of what you said on your stream. Are you here to stay? What news did you get? Like, what can you tell us?
Well, I don't know if I'm here to stay or not. I think based on how I've been playing in scrims, there probably isn't anybody you can import who would be doing the things I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
But
Keep Thanatos and Vulcan, boom everyone else.
Different kind of pressure, different kind of environment.
I think you just boom jungle and AD.
And I hope that
I think APA is perfectly serviceable at his worst.
Guys, but for the other teams as well, because I do think that there's a.
I think at his worst he's serviceable, and I also think he's a very introspective player,
and I don't consider myself
which makes him very flexible. And he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that's difficult to work with either. So I actually do think he has all of the attributes of a good player. APA.
Introspective 30s.
Yeah.
One of my favorite 30s. Like, I really like how he said something I actually just really personally agree with, which is kind of the joy that comes from doing something that you really, really love.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to hear him kind of find that again through playing.
Like, obviously, I know with APA, a lot of people have this.
I want to go over playoff scenarios.
Wow, you don't appreciate Surdy's joy for playing League of Legends?
Thrown straight into the playoff simulator.
Chucked right in
away.
There. Yeah.
So what we saw earlier today was Sentinels with the 2-0, which moves their playoff chances up to, I'm just going to say chances. I don't care if it's not technically chances. 87.5%. If Dignitas wins, you can see what happens. It doesn't actually improve for Sentinels. It actually hurts it. Nobody clinches or is eliminated. But if DSG wins, either 2-0 or 2-1, that would actually lock Sentinels and eliminate Dignitas because they'd go to 0-6. So if you're a fan of weird playoff scenarios, you'd actually be rooting for Dignitas in this one because that creates the most possible scenarios. If you're wondering how would Sentinels possibly not make it after winning the 2-0 today,
would you import a jungler or go for someone like Kryra? I think go Kryra
about next week, and then Sentinels would actually not make playoffs, and Dignitas still has their path towards playoffs if those.
Or C9 and Fnatic just trade junglers for like both, just need a new environment, and that way they wouldn't have to worry about getting smoked by another team on stage in their region.
Nobody really
Fnatic need to go ahead and get
DSG
Daglas.
wins, That's going to eliminate Dignitas.
Fnatic need to rebuild, and they need to snap up Yoppa, and they need to get
that says a
Douglas.
lot, especially since
and they need to
Sentinels will
build
be
around
kicking
that.
themselves based off of the first week, or like the
That's
first
what
couple
Fnatic
weeks,
need to do.
losing to DSG.
Yeah.
Like that
Fnatic just need a
trek back
full-
upwards again from Sentinels.
What's going on with DSG?
Full reset.
They won 2-1 against Sentinels. It
Well,
looked like they had a glow up at the start
if
of
you can
lock-in,
keep upset like it's
and
ideal,
now
but
they've lost.
I feel
not
like
even
it would be
just
good
4
for upset to go
consecutive
somewhere else.
matches.
But like,
They've lost 8
if you're upset, where do you go,
consecutive
low-key?
Yeah. It's been kind of depressing, and
Like,
I
I
think
guess technically
what sucks
G2?
is the shining light was Castle.
Yeah.
He was someone finding constant leads
Upset to
in his
Na'Vi?
matchup, and they were looking towards playing
Could
to
be
him.
good for both
Now,
parties.
I
I'd feel
wonder
bad
how
for
they
some
will
D,
basically
but
play their early
I
game
think that'd
out
be a
if
net
they're
positive
going to
for
find
both
angles
teams.
to get Sajed the best matchup possible. Because
Yeah, I don't
that
think G2
lane
want
has
upset
been
either.
struggling,
Or would
if
want
they're
it.
going to be
Yeah, it doesn't
playing
feel like a
towards
Roman
certain-
move. I agree with you.
That's actually what I'm super curious about too, because if you
Let
remember,
upset team up with
back
JoJo.
in his
I don't
initial
feel like
stint,
upset
like
is
he
the
pointed
correct
out,
kind
he
of player
wasn't
to
LCS,
go
he
and
was in
be
LTA.
on.
But there was a lot
MCoy.
of conversation around him being allowed to play picks he was a lot more comfortable on, rather than channeling him down like you are going to play this for the team. Because he is so fond of playing a lot of bruisers or carries in the top lane, I'm actually kind of curious if they do end up going towards him.
And meanwhile, for Dignitas, this has to be
C9
your win.
upset?
The fact that all 3 of their
Gotta do
individual
it.
games were up against Team Liquid, C9, Lion, you feel like you can do it. This has to be the time that you notch it in. So I'm going to take it straight to the casters. Kangas, what are your thoughts on this?
My thoughts, Raz, since you asked so politely, are I'm happy to have Surdy back in the league. This is a big shakeup very late in the split here, Kobe. Not all of us expected this to happen. In fact, I would say nobody expected this to happen.
It's very rare to have within split roster changes because it's very difficult to find replacements usually for people that are, you know, of the
Yeah, I
caliber
agree. I
of
do
LCS.
think that's the
And
case.
So yeah, this was also at the very deadline for roster lock. So definitely is a you know, a curveball here for both the teams that they are on as well as playing against. I, for one, am pretty excited to see Surdy back. I like that he was not, you know, beating around the bush. He was like, yeah, my main priority, okay, you know, I want to win for the team because, you know, they signed me, but my main priority, besides that, I need to look good and I need to get a job. He's like, yes, I don't think that anybody that you can import can do what I'm doing in scrims right now. And I think that I am better than all of these bottom half top laners that are in the league. So, you know, the honesty, he has drive, he knows what he wants. He's like, I'm waking up, loving it every day. All right,
What's up,
now
sir?
we got the-
All
I
right, let's
love-
see
I
how this
just
one
like
goes.
these
Dig
big
DSG,
moments,
guys. Dig
you know, where
DSG.
there's a lot of pressure and a
Cinema
lot of
afoot.
tension
Yeah.
because he's going against Photon. While it
No
is
Pantheon
Dignitas
ban
and
versus
Flash playing
Cryra.
they haven't won a
I do feel like Pantheon is slipping down in meta.
is, you know, a very
But,
decent top laner here.
We'll see.
He
I
is
will
often
say
considered the best
giving
player on the team.
Dig
A
Seraphine
lot of the
Ashe
games-
doesn't sound that
Sometimes,
great.
you know, you had the FBI Senate game.
And I think
AR,
Sajed
you know,
has been
All-Star game
struggling
stuff,
a lot
but
this
in
year.
general, Photon performs quite well. You know,
Sorry,
for
the split.
Dignitas, and so I
Compared to
do
his winter
like
showings.
that
Wow,
they're
just
investing
blind
already
rumble.
in
B1
Surdy here
rumble.
with the draft. Give him his
We
first
might be
big
in Korea.
rumble, say, okay, let's see what you've got.
He's in the pressure seat because this is the playoff race, the playoff bubble, as it were. But they're locking in Rumble. First pick for Surdy, trying to get him that power pick early on.
Shadow's just much worse
wants to
Masu.
react if
Yeah.
they go for an early top lane
Well,
counter
here we
pick.
go.
If they
Ash
wanna lock in
Seraphine. I
something more
don't know how
standard
much
in
I
the
like
bot
this
lane,
handshake.
expecting Ash to be paired with the Seraphine. As that
I
would be
really
what FBI
think,
Ignar can pilot now.
Yeah, you don't
unless
need
it's
to
going to
rush
be
into
Ezreal,
top lane counter
Nico,
picks,
and even then
because
I'm
you
not
could just play, you know, Galio
too
or Ornn or
infused
whatever
about it.
as well into the Rumble. And why not invest in the hottest duo of the current meta? I feel like Ashe and Seraphine here. You know,
The
Karma's
other option would
already
be
banned out,
like
and Varus
a
was
Nautilus
banned out, so,
MF.
you know, I'm definitely a
Or,
huge fan
yeah,
of
DSG
this
actually
combo.
like this, don't
I'm
they?
such a fan
But
that I wanted to
they're
get
going to have to go in AD mid.
I feel like that's a
just
hater,
for fun.
Kobe.
Yeah, but
The-
then
the line-
we position ourselves as
Okay,
Okay, they're just going to lock full top side, sure.
more of a spotlight.
Actually, no, I hate this. They're on red side. Wait, they're on red side, and their only counter pick is going to be bot lane, which they could have just full rotation countered here.
You know, we just
Yo,
saw
actually, what
Ash
was the
Seraphine
point?
with an Ornn,
They
Ash
just completely
Seraphine with
wasted red
lots of
side,
big teamfight
DSG.
combos, getting a very big
Like, it
front
is
line
a S tier top
is
side, but I
critical
just
as
don't like
well. They're gonna
the way they got
looks
here.
like opt
Yeah,
for the
Ornn.
Skarner here into the Zen, who is
we
always
go.
interesting.
No, they pivot. It's
just
Ornn instead.
because Xin is oftentimes used as a counter pick into it. And we did mention the Ornn previously as we were talking about Ashe and Seraphine. And it looks like they're going to go with the same formula. I mean, I talked about this multiple times, but after
I think you ban Nautilus. I think you ban.
I mean, these are our best champions.
I think you ban Ezreal and Nautilus.
So they've got the Ashe, they've got the Seraphine.
Unless you're afraid of
Ornn,
Nico.
Then you look for, you know, what Team Liquid did it. They were doing a lot of Yone games with it. Palafox could do that because, you know, he's often you know, one of those melee mid lane players and looks for, you know, engaged mid lane champions. But it's into a Rise,
there's not.
so I
don't know.
gonna,
I think like
you know, happen this
I think
time
you
around.
just
They'll go for something else.
I think you just Nico MF.
A jungle with some carry potential for XU
like,
to round it out.
or maybe Nico Caitlyn.
You know, thrive in some
Nico Caitlyn.
long team fights.
Like one or two.
Just elongate the Seraphine ultimate as well. And I gotta say, we just saw Sentinels pull off a very similar draft, and they got the
Has anyone found
earlier,
an answer into Ashe Seraphine? Yeah, there's a good couple. Like some of the ones I've been saying out loud.
That. Now mid lane, we're looking for a little more damage here, either through XU or Palafox. It's looking like with this hover, it could be more facilitating from Palafox, but then we'll see what they decide to actually lock in, as it's Taliyah for Palafox.
Yeah, Taliyah always was a pretty common matchup with Rise. One of Palafox's best champions, I feel like, over the long course of his entire career.
Ooh,
and,
Smolder.
Definitely some good combos, because Taliyah you always want setup.
Milio?
There's plenty of CC.
Smolder Milio? Really good duo. I think Milio is awesome
here.
here. Fuck this champ.
In solo queue, the Black Cleaver just stacks up with the Deathfire Touch. Plays into Smolder's poke pattern really well, and yeah, that's what we're gonna get here for Sajed, who you always want to highlight his team fighting, and Smolder kind of plays into that too. Farm up down there and stack up, and then get to the point where you can, you know, execute the Ornn.
I will say, not a lot of hard engage on the side of DSG though, and a lot on the side of Dignitas as it's locked in
ads.
so between the
See you in 2 minutes.
The Ornn Horn, the Vi ultimate, the Seraphine, like they have ways to start off these fights. DSG is going to be more
I feel
on
like
the reactive side.
DSG have given themselves
and they also, for DSG
an unnecessarily
side,
hard
and skirmishing
setup
power.
here.
So, you want,
Hey,
like,
so I'm gonna assume it's a bug that
and
Palafox is
Rise,
holding onto Ornn.
You know, having really good
on our HUD.
possibilities themselves.
There you
Xin,
go.
especially for the jungle matchup here, a lot more early game than Vi. You can oftentimes go for invades on the Vi. You can force early dragon fights and skirmishes. And you want to
Sajid is gonna get cooked, isn't he?
These leads out
Yeah,
of these,
probably.
like, you know, skirmishes or
The first 3
earlier
levels on this are just so
isolated
unlaneable.
plays before you get the big
Yeah, can a mod set up
and then you get
Gamba?
this
I'm
team
lazy.
fight of the Ashe Seraphine with,
I'm lazy.
you
Can a
know,
mod
Ornn
set
coming
up?
through, and it's just like this crazy big wall that you have to get through.
So who's going to help him out? Which lane are we looking to back up the Xin Zhao going
Solo
aggressive?
lanes.
Solo lane.
Yes, you're not going to the Smolder lane.
No, you're going to let that guy stack?
No, Xin invading Vi. You've got a Rumble pushing for you.
How did
topside,
SR Sentinels
and
go?
you
It
have
was a
Rise play
complete
off mid lane,
stomping.
so I definitely expect that to be the angle that XU does go for. And Surdy, we were talking about him. You know, he's the talk of the town, with the trade being the big news for the entire league right before the roster lock. And Surdy here filling Castle's place that he left on DSG after heading out for Lion. He's got a Rumble into Ornn matchup. Very nice and easy for him, especially with the new Deathfire Touch. You can put out a lot of pressure. That rune, of course, you want to keep the burn up as much as possible so you can get the empowered burn.
Here's a reminder, though, in case you were not caught up on the Surdy lore as to his story and journey, as we see a slight trade in the mid lane there. Surdy replaced by Photon.
Oh my god.
They're still going for
Homie
it.
just ghosted.
Ghost pop.
Ghost?
Yeah. But if you missed it there on the side because you're watching the fight, basically Surdy kind of replaced by Photon. So he's going up against the guy.
By the way, I'm
his
eyeing the bot
on,
lane and where they're standing, and it
Dignitas,
just doesn't look like they have any
when he was
control
kind of
over the
started for
lane
them in the
whatsoever.
LCA, and it was fun hearing him in that interview saying, I've never actually started in the LCS. He was in the LTA. It was a different named league. So welcome to the LCS, Surdy.
Yeah, and does get to play the Ornn on the top side. Lots of heavy trading on bottom side too. So Bochco is actually heading down towards bottom. Of course, Dignitas with the advantage of the hawk shot. Will be able to get the extra.
Don't worry,
information
the
as
posture
well. Then
looks
you have
worse
the
than it
rapid
is.
ward
I
that
am
DSG
chilling
were able
though.
to put, so they will just surmise it's also
A little bit.
top-down clears for both.
James
of them.
Harden went crazy today. What did he drop?
30?
How
heavy the trading does
Nah,
go.
I feel
mean,
like
they do have the extra
I'm
sustain here,
looking
so
into the
chugging potion
force
for
into
Sajed,
my
as well as the Nami heals coming
27.
through. And as we said, the hawk shot is the early easy cheat. So you
Actually, no, you're saying you went crazy. 33.
on the Zen clear that is coming towards you and can play accordingly.
And all the lanes.
We're doing well today, Jamada.
So
yeah,
far,
man, I'm doing good.
For Dignitas. We see the Ornn pushing in the Rumble. We see the Ashe Seraphine pushing in Sajed and Lions, who we have seen happen more often than not as junglers are heading to the bot side. So that kind of raises the question.
A whole 19 points?
Castle,
Okay, no, he did pop
Desk
off.
was talking about this. Who's going to step up on the side of DSG, Kobe? Because Castle was the bright spot. If you looked at an average
is going
gold
top crap,
distribution for this team, he was the only one ahead. So we actually want to ask chat, who's going to step up and be that next carry? And I'm going to ask you, Kobe, do you think it's going to be Kryra, Call Me, or Sajed? Which is the most likely on DSG's side?
Man.
I think Call Me. I actually think Call Me is,
I like Call Me a lot.
You know, quite decent. And Quad was talking about him specifically on
I
Rose,
personally,
and he was, you know, talking about how
I
he
think Call Me is a
better
decent player.
laner. For this matchup, you know, Quad was predicting.
I think
that
he's on a
DSG,
very bad team,
are going to have
and
an
he is not an
advantage
exceptional
because of
player.
that mid lane power, and he's got the
it's
rise.
making him
I
look
just feel
worse
like
than he
Rise,
is.
Ever since they introduced Actualizer, this champ can pump.
Yeah, that 3-item spike is crazy.
Later on,
How do you say?
it gets crazy, and since you have the Zen as
I
your
think if you
jungler,
whacked him
I feel like there's a lot of potential there for early
on
skirmishes.
FlyQuest would be a better team.
In the 1v1 top side. Kryra's
As an
nearby.
example. Call me crazy if you want.
For a dive is another wave that's going to come in here. So who knows? Maybe it's
But I
actually
think
the top lane that's
individually,
gonna keep carrying as FBI also
he
gets
might
choked out
have had
there
a better
by
showing than
Sajed.
Quad has had
And it
this
looks
year.
like chat has answered. It is Sajed that chat believes in and has faith in. 0% for Kryra. That's crazy. Wow.
People hate junglers, dude. Also,
Sounds like
maybe
it's a
also
hot take.
sometimes it's like, oh, you said it, and maybe they don't know how to spell it or something. But no, it's probably because a lot of people have played against the Deathfire, Touch, Black Cleaver, Smolders.
Yeah.
That have been
So good.
running around or flying around. And
Exclamation
they
mark.
already announced that
Yo, we
the
can't just type
interaction
exclamation mark
to
disability
get
every
nerfed
time.
or toned down, give a little
Every time there's a
internal
take
cooldown.
that
But it's
you
definitely
disagree
fun,
with or
and
maybe
it's,
think
it's
is a bit
cool to see.
hot.
So we'll keep track of Sajed's stacking.
No, that guy has actually set a dangerous
how well he's
precedent.
able to
Oh
keep
my
on pace,
god.
because this is
Yeah, this just
not
looks
the
so
easiest of lanes.
unlaneable.
It's kind of annoying with the poke.
And I'll say this has been a conversation we've talked about a lot when it comes to Sajed and Lions. The laning phase, they have been falling behind. It's later in the game where we really see them step up and start to have a bigger impact. I think they get a little more of a pass this laning phase around because we do expect the Smolder to be more of that scaling pick. That's a nice look back from Palafox there to Call Me. Some more trading in the mid lanes.
Exclamation mark, mentally ill.
Go down.
Right. Cheers.
All right. I mean, it's actually a big battle because
Quad
getting
is
the vision
current
control
Zinni with
for
experience.
mid lane when you've got these junglers is critical. So
Now
Exyus
that's
is
crazy.
gonna slip on over
Smaller
there,
Nami
finish
as a
the
lane
job,
of
take
all
out
time
the
for sure.
other
Yeah, I think if they're
controller,
gonna pick
so
something like
everybody
Nami, they
will
should
be
just
blind,
accept that
and
they're gonna
Kami's
get
like, "All right,
completely
fine, I'm
bent
just gonna
over and go
hover this top
Milio.
side of the lane. I know that you
And then
were
Sajed,
down
like
there.
Loki,
Exyus
doesn't
not
need to go
clearing his
cleanse.
Krugs either, not completing
And he gets to
his
go like
second,
Ghost or TP or just
clear, so he
anything
went
else,
for the
anything that he
repo
prefers.
After clearing that ward, to go for his purchase first for his tunneler and his extra control ward. And
Yep.
he's going to go
And he's
going to
do Krugs.
and maybe bottom side.
Let's keep our eyes on Kryra. Is
He's gonna have a
Kryra
little bit
gonna
of time after
delay
that
his
here.
Grump
The Scuttle
take?
Crab, unfortunately for us,
Or is he just
we
gonna
like
do
to
it?
see the fights that are on the bottom half
It
of the map,
looks
but
like
is
he's
spawning on
delaying
the
it.
top side, so you know, after resetting here,
He's waiting till
Hawkshot is gonna
30.
see Kryra
Yeah, he
finishing
did it
Grump
right on the.
and heading
Oh!
towards, you know, the river.
Oh,
and
he did it
quite
early.
possibly,
Kryra doesn't have
grab the
upgraded
Scuttle
smite.
Crab,
XU
whereas
does.
XU
XU
is
can do
gonna
a couple of
hover
things with
around
this.
here.
He
They
can
did
actually.
get
He
a
can go to
little
Drake
trailing vision on Kryra with
if
that
he
Hawkshot, and so
feels
it's keeping them
like
guessing
there's
a
no
little bit,
play to have
as far
here.
as where he went after the upper river.
In control ward by DSG will spot XU
And
now.
they
so this is
know
perfect
that.
information for Kryra
Yeah, they
to
know
just
where
take that
Kryra
top
is.
Scuttle
So
Crab.
Drake is just gonna
Yeah,
die.
and he was already
stuff.
beeline for that. He doesn't want to mess around, I think, with the Ashe
Well, here's the
Seraphine
trade.
bottom lane. And XU's going to focus on the
Yeah, he
dragon
did fail the
stacking
smite
here
tech. I mean,
quite
I don't know. He was
nicely,
just trying to
but very
min-max
good
it
at
for no
taking them.
reason.
And here we go. Realm
Oh,
Warp
Realm Warp
contested.
over.
How quickly can he finish?
Kryra has upgraded smite now, actually, because he did crab. Oh my god! Oh, Ginger!
2v1 will get and a Dragon Steel.
Chat was right.
Yeah?
When we immediately went to them, there was 0%. Wait, a second.
Give me a flash at Belfox. Yeah, they're looking for more.
But Then you saw, after they had some time to vote,
Oh
some
my
votes
God.
for Kryra started to come in. So,
Put some respect on the jungler, Kobe.
they realized, you know, like, oh, okay, maybe.
Nah, DSG Lila, bruv.
Points to both, though. You know, my boy called me here that we're kind of voting for with the Realm Warp. The plan is coordinated, and they get the level 6 off the Scuttle Crab, so then you know you can win this fight, and they use the Realm Warp to get here in time. Just works out perfectly, and then the level 6 is used there to, well, I guess they didn't even need it, but flashes traded, and they both flash afterwards to chase down XU. So nicely done there.
I believe XU smited it to 20 HP on the dragon. Really
Yeah, I just feel like Milio,
right there, but
Milio just makes a lot of your champs scale better too.
You get level 6 off of that top scuttle.
And again,
it's
win the
fight.
into Ashe Seraphine. There's just a lot of value in having Milio here.
Anyway, so now that Kryra is, you know, a couple camps
Maybe
ahead,
I'm smoking and the champ is just fucking horrendous and really can't lane into Ashe Seraphine when its ADC is Smolder.
And this is the quota I was talking
And I'm
about
happy to
when
accept that, but I think
Quad
if you're going to
was
draft
asked
something
about
like
this
Smolder, you might as well just
matchup
buy in
from
completely.
And
to like, you're going to scale.
Positive, okay?
You have Rumble in top.
Why are we highlighting the
You should
top half
just
and not the bottom
focus
half?
around skirmishing on top side.
He also
Try
said,
not to
I
let
think the
Ignar have timers to roam and
doesn't know how to,
like
play the game.
equalize the numbers or like create
But
numbers
he
advantages
was
for Dig, and
highlighting
like that's it.
that, you know, the overall point was that both these teams don't have the best macro. But
Like unironically,
from
yes. If you're gonna
laning
go
is
fucking Nami, just go
superior.
Sona at
That's
this
why,
point,
from
bro.
a mid lane perspective, he was favoring DSG.
Like as much as I think it would get absolutely dicked on into enemy like comp, like bro,
you know,
just
this wasn't necessarily.
his prob's the better champ.
It was
Janna?
coordination with the jungle and kind of jungle plan playing around the level.
I'm actually not too sure about Janna, you know.
Hey, you know, pre-level or pre-8 minutes, technically in the laning phase. So there we go. Maybe a little column A, a little column B. Either way,
Like
it's
we
a
never see
lead for
Milio even in
DSG
good
now.
spots. Yes, and
As
it's
the 2
weird
minutes
because the
before that
enchantment
next
items are
dragon
so good for
are
him.
on the table, but neither jungler seems to be looking at them right now.
And speaking of leads, the Ashe Seraphine Angus have a over 500.
Yeah, also with
gold,
DFT,
almost 600
surely
for
the
FBI.
like the double burns
Lead
and
down
stuff, it
there
just
with
feels
their turret plate
really
that they've
good.
been able to take turret plates as they got 2 of them, as well as the CS lead. And so bottom lane will continue to be the focus for Dignitas here.
Looks like a dive. I mean, XU has cease and desist available. They're clearing out the control ward. XU's not spotted on it, so DSG know that this is happening. So Palafox actually even spots out Call Me. Ashe Arrow will go a little wide as the Weaver's
try
Wall
to
does
use the
not cancel
wall
the
to-
Realm Warp. Call Me is able to get out of there. So no dive. All right, Sajed and Lions, they have even the backup of their jungler and mid laner ready to come in on a moment's notice if that dive came through. So good hesitation there from Dig to say, nope, let's not hard force the play.
Yeah, and honestly, like
It buys
the
0
plans that
aura.
we mentioned
Why?
Where, for
What happened? I really
NC,
wasn't keeping up with any of the
you're trying to
air quotes
cover
drama.
basically. You're trying to scale up with this team. It's going quite well for DSG, for Kryra's side. He's just pushing it harder. You know, able to make that Scuttle Crab play, get the dragon. You know, play off his solo lanes that we were looking for Kryra. He grabs a grub for himself too, and I think this is well paced. Basically, they're like, you know what, bottom lane, just try and stack and
The
farm.
drama seems very silly.
We know Ashe Seraphine is annoying.
Yeah.
And
Hang tight, you'll scale.
His stacks aren't that bad. It's fine. 69 at the moment.
Nice
Yeah,
stack.
69 in a lane
towards-
whilst getting.
Working towards
Yeah, it seems
decent
very-
pace. If you're playing double range lanes down there, it's not going to be
Seems very
you know,
goofy.
the quickest. Not being able to stack up off like a melee support or something.
And again, you are going to be scaling, getting those stacks of Smolder, and the top half of the map is what's keeping DSG kind of in this, because Surdy subbing in, you know, first game now on the LCS stage. We know we played on LTA last year versus Photon today, though, is
Do I have a
also
disbelief for
giving himself
thinking
a
Dig is not
very
complete
large
arse
lead
cheeks?
just when it comes to CS in the lane
Yeah.
phase. So it kind of, it's bot side winning for Dig, but top side winning for DSG, making it a very equal game as Lions taking some
Okay.
damage, has to
Flash force.
from the seismic shove and the arrow.
All right, Nami will be vulnerable, but I mean, the first dragon, since it was kind of stolen away by DSG, there's a lot less of the threat of the big, you know, Ashe Seraphine combo with no Ashe arrow down at the moment. You still have your Seraphine ult, but their positioning's not great, and their, you know, vision, their entry is going to be difficult. So DSG should be able to finish the one, no problem. Surdy walks his way down here, and he can just walk his way right back up the top lane. Don't think he's going to actually lose that much CS either. Ornn trying to push the lane in now, but Surdy does have a blast cone to pop over the wall too, so good rotations here. DSG, the game plan being executed very, very well. You know, like we said, Cryra play after solo lanes.
That's
just
good.
Your bottom
This
lane,
is all they need to do.
Farm and stack down there.
DSG are playing really well. Dig are the ones
more
with engage tools. They need to start finding picks
objectives,
and plays and things of the
we have
like.
another dive attempt, potentially, but Sajed actually backs all the way off, and XU throws up the angry monkey. So just more plates on the bottom turret going over to
They're
FBI.
gonna blast on him.
1.4K.
Okay.
Yeah, ball breaker. XU gets out.
Pardon me.
Yeah, it's pretty deep in there. Honestly, for Dig, they're just like, all right, hunker down, and you know, keep on farming. We'll try and group up for our team fights later.
Yeah, I mean, with that power spike for FBI, he has the Kraken Slayer completed.
Whoa, power spike?
4 of the plates taken. 1.4K. That's a big goal lead, Kobe, considering there's been no
Power
kills
spike
in
mentioned.
the bottom side of the Rift.
That's their hope. That is the hope here for Dig. They need that damage output for these team fights. Again, they're going to find their big strength once they group up. They do have the possibilities, like the early game they could have maybe...
How can you be winning bot lane so hard but be down 2 Drakes?
The
In their defense, one of the Drakes was a 50-50.
But because, you know, XU got...
So it wasn't like it was a true, like, 2 Drake take from DSG, if that makes sense. But yes, obviously, like, fundamentally, how can you be up almost 1.4k gold?
And so they didn't really have a great look to go for on Call Me. So everyone's keeping
Or like almost 1k gold, because a lot of the gold was quest.
DSG after the trade and bringing in...
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, that's just Rise breaking the game.
Right now gets in range to land the ultimate onto Sajed, layer the CC, but he's able to
Ooh,
flash
flat.
cleanse, get out of there.
Very good.
Sajed survives the attempt in the mid lane. Dignitas
How do you guys rate FBI?
Yeah, and then Ignar did the old flash to try and...
He's a nice guy. I don't want to talk about his play.
Not able to connect on that one. So that is a very big timing window for...
He's a nice guy. I don't want to talk about his level of play.
Vi ultimate and Seraphine flash ultimate. Down now. So even lines, even without his flash on Nami, feels confident to poke around for vision here.
FBI was Ven.
Afterwards, because like there's no
bro, Loki, give me FBI.
Helps out a lot.
I don't even think
with
Loki.
the,
I
with the
think he
breathing
give me
room here.
FBI,
So
man.
you can look ahead towards your next dragon already for DSG. Keep a very quick pace about it for themselves.
The only thing I'll say is DSG won't have that smolder flash for that.
I wouldn't say that
dragon
FBI
fight
is the
if
best
they try
player
to
on
continue
Dig
stacking
when Photon
themselves.
exists.
I think that's one of those moments where
But
Dignitas, they don't get the kill there, but they got the flash, which means that the next play, we're going to have to keep our eyes on Sajed.
I think Photon's better.
Now he could be in more danger.
Yeah,
Overall.
simultaneously, Seraphine is really squishy in
Photon
the early
sucks?
game.
No, you're
so
smoking.
Ignar attempting the ult flash and
Maybe I'm just a
not
bit of an apologist for
connecting.
Photon in
You can
general.
drop, you know,
I can
Rumble
concede
ultimate
that point a
and,
little.
like, you know, Xin looking to get on the Seraphine.
But
Ignar's
I do
positioning
not think
also
that guy
has
is
to be a
bad.
little careful
Poor
too.
man's
She
castle.
usually,
Oh
though,
my god,
you can
no.
stay pretty far back.
No,
Just, like,
no, no,
bounce
no,
your
no.
ult off
You'll let the
someone's
Vi
head.
go in. Yeah.
Here we go for a lane gank though.
Call me alone in lane right now. XU jumps forward, but he has
Oh.
Kryra in his back pocket. Speaking
Ignar
of
is
a flashless
hella dead.
Seraphine, there's a kill to Kryra.
There you go. They punish it. The offensively used flash down here for Seraphine. So it's a nice little camp from Kryra. Control it in the pixel brush.
You know it to be
thought
true?
that they were pulling off
Absolutely
a lane
not.
gank surprise onto Call Me. But
Like, Castle is better
Ballbreaker
than-
doesn't even touch him, and he just kind of walks away. And he
Better to have right
already
now
had
than
counters
Photon for
ready.
sure in the LCS.
They get the kill,
But,
they get the objective.
like,
Kangas, DSG.
I feel like you
They
could
didn't
slot
slow
Photon
down
into
at all. They
any
pick
good
up
team,
Surdy, and they are
and he
full
would,
steam ahead, just
like,
crushing
it's
the
not a
early
downgrade.
stages of this game versus Dig.
And remember that this is the race for the last 2 playoff spots. The top 4 are locked. They're going to be fighting for seeding, but these teams are fighting to make it in. If DSG take this series win, Sentinels are big fans. We talked about that in the last series. That means that they lock in. Dignitas, they have to win 2 series in a row. They have this one versus DSG and then Sentinels next week. And if they want a chance at making playoffs, prove that those couple of games they got against the top 3 teams weren't just flukes, they have to show up. And so far, in game number 1, it's DSG with the advantage.
Yeah, Dignitas, a must-win scenario for them if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. And The Black Cleaver, Deathfire Touch, Smolder combo.
Could inspired make this a top 5 team in the league though.
Closer.
Arrow goes wide, teleport in from the mid lane, or into the mid lane rather.
Bro, he's a jungler, not a magician.
Stop the Herald from connecting. Surdy's still on the top lane, pushing that wave in. The Dragon has
He is a
spawned,
jungler,
so
not a
DSG,
magician, bro.
they might just forego the fight for more gold onto the Rumble. It's going to slow down their Dragon Soul Stag, but no, they do TP Surdy in now. He will get the turret and now join up for a potential team fight. Call the Forge got used. Kryra trying to duck around it, throws up the Crescent Guard. It's Photon engaging.
A good equalizer here could be
game
game-changing.
Answer all the damage as XU Vault Breakers away. The Dragon still
they
up
just got
for
manhandled
either
out.
team to go for. Equalizer available for Surdy. No Call the Forge God available for Photon, as now the tidal wave will go out, only land onto the tank. Weaver's Wall back up for Palafox, blocking off multiple members from DSG, because now they have the access point for the Dragon, but in goes XU, does not land the Vault Breaker. Kryra answering back, flashes, does not get over the wall. Now Vault Breakers to safety.
Additionally, what the fuck
chunks.
was that equalizer? I mean, I guess it
contest.
just...
That is a Dragon Earn for DSG.
Yeah, DSG, nice grouping.
This XU guy, man.
Getting the cooldowns out, then repositioning, and honestly, after you go for that little attempted surprise play and you kind of
very
on the side of Dignitas, pretty easy for Kryra and DSG to secure Dragon Soul point. Nicely done from them. Also, I will say, most pro Zen players talk about
XU came from a cut.
Titanic Hydra build, and they almost always go for Sundered Sky.
For junglers?
Yeah.
Okay.
For Zen players. And for solo queue, I am a huge fan of Titanic Hydra, just because I love the auto attack reset and burst. And it doesn't put as much emphasis on stacking your Q on other stuff before you go for
because you can just get it so quickly.
But I do enjoy when we do get to see it here.
I hate to say, but I think he's just handless. This brother's not match fixing. He's just
poor. The auto attack reset is super nice. For if you haven't been able to fully pre-stack your Q or anything, obviously you can get it off very quickly.
Good. I hate to.
So I like that because a lot of the
hate
pros
to be the bearer of bad news.
Are very, very much Thunder Sky lovers for a good reason. I mean, they give you crazy sustain.
In fact, I can't remember last time we did see it built first as Bop. He takes a solo kill. I guess an assist to Lions for throwing out some healing there, but Kryra finding the avenue onto Palafox in the jungle. And utilizing that attack reset pretty well, Kobe.
Big damage.
Yeah.
Also, flashing the seismic shove. Kryra's like, you are dead, buddy. Know where you are going. So, I don't know. Maybe we rerun that poll. Because I think...
Who's going to step up?
I think even though I initially voted for Call Me, I think
138
Kryra is looking like the biggest
19-20.
new step up carry here for DSG.
I mean, that's just how bad his lane was.
Since they both get points for the early Scuttle Crab Rumble play.
50-50.
And then Kryra's been very aggressive. He also pre-ulted when the Ornn was going to ult him, make sure he doesn't present any sort of target. He kind of has juked XU a lot and chased XU down in the Dragon Pit, so...
Going for a very unique build as well, Kryra here with the Blasting
Dusk and Dawn, baby.
Dusk and Dawn, yeah, the change on it. Why build Sundered Sky when you can get Divine Sunderer back, essentially,
Damn.
As Kryra right now getting engaged on himself. We were talking about how good he was doing. He's charmed up, but he's fighting his way out of it.
He has no present guard.
To get an answer of a kill, but there comes the damage from Sajed. The Smolder ultimate will answer 1-for-1 support for jungler.
Yeah, the Smolder Mom over the top does get it. So even though Kryra goes down, honestly, that's pretty good. Get Smolder a kill.
Mother's Day is tomorrow, but today Smolder's mom showed up.
Yeah, there you go. And he's got his Black Cleaver done that we're talking about for the quickly stacking burn there. And I mean, so part of the reason behind why I love this build so much for Xin, they did buff up the AP ratios for Xin, which is super nice. But really, Dusk and Dawn, when you get the extra passive of Titanic Hydra, that counts as well. So you get Xin passive and you can get that passive. Procking
Gote 13.
You have that Sheen proc off the Dusk and Dawn, and you have the auto attack reset for the Titanic. is just way more fun, okay? You get you have big burst damage.
A lot of people don't like my takes on
and you get a lot of
which is
sustain
how I know I'm
too.
doing the right
With
thing.
Sundered Sky, you get the sustain on one item. With this, you you get it on
Kinda
two
delay
items
it,
with
but
the explosive.
it's still very strong.
Yeah, exactly. It's still very strong, and I'm a fan.
It's also, I'm always a fan of the fun.
Remember, guys,
and anytime I see
if you
AP
genuinely have no one criticizing you,
AP, I'm like, that's kind of funny. I like that. That's good stuff
now,
right there.
What
you're doing
like,
boring
Angus,
stuff, bro.
And I don't think it's going to happen. But if he built
You are doing boring stuff.
Then you would, I presume you would be extremely
I would be very
happy
excited
with
about that. Yeah, just really spread.
Your take on G2 and line last split was sus. I mean, that aged very poorly. I'm not going to pretend like it didn't.
It's super crazy and it's funny to watch.
I still stand on like what I saw in that moment when I held that belief. I think was valid.
If we're going fun and we're judging,
I still think was valid.
Really, really fun.
And also
I think if
if
First Stand as a tournament had a different format where the teams could play each other,
the game is not won yet.
like cross
but
group,
so is XU.
then I think
Currently, Dignitas control the
we could have seen
access
more
point
out of
to
both
Dragon.
teams. I think it would have
all
been
the
good
way
for
in the
both
top
teams.
lane, has the teleport available if he wants to look for it, but just pushes the wave in, and now we'll channel TP into the mid lane, straight to the turret, very defensive, and it looks like DSG will look to approach through the mid lane.
Right,
what if we rise ult?
Big moment for Dignitas. We've been talking about their 5-on-5 group team fight all
Take mid, rise ult
game
to the
long.
bottom
They've
of
got
the
position.
pit.
Photon in front with the big
Try
shield.
to recon.
Fox trying to do some poke damage. They're giving up mid lane
I don't think
priority
they can.
to do this.
They're already
DSG
hitting
are
Drake.
going to get that priority and take the tower.
Okay, that is
Sending Cryer in alone, throws up the crescent guard, but everyone's
Psychopathic.
inside the circle, get the damage down.
How is he not dead?
To trade it back,
He's
and
healing
Cryer
so
just
much for
won't go
what?
down.
Also,
He's
Surty just
healing
fried
too
them.
much. The 2-item
Wow.
spike comes online. Double kill to
Wow.
Surty as Dignitas get roasted at
How
the
much
Dragon
healing was that?
fight.
And why the
Exalt
hell?
to DSG.
I mean, that was just.
Honestly, Kangas, wrap it up. DSG have slammed Dignitas in game number 1.
You can get behind that, but like you said, HI Milk also never underestimate G2. I don't think it's about underestimating G2. I just had that much faith in.
He lives here. I mean, if you're inside the
I had that much faith in Lions. Again, I think that they're.
but it heals through it.
So they've got the Vi and the Ornn inside.
Look at this
He
healing,
was
man.
able to ult
His health is just going
out
up,
to the
up,
edge.
up, up.
And
Yeah, I just thought that Lions' playoffs was that impressive.
You get big healing procs.
And I
the
wasn't
rest
really
of the
that
team
bought into
honestly
G2.
just everyone's smurfing on.
And let's not pretend like G2 didn't
I also
like
love that
queue into
cam, it was
Gen
Surty
G
popping off and everybody
on a
else was
very
still, like, serious. They're like, look, man, playoffs aren't secured.
like
Surty's
unusually
like,
weak,
I'm here and I am.
unusually weak like
maybe
Gen
I'll
G.
edit.
Yeah, choose your words wisely here,
I am
Kobe.
doing well.
To be fair, like
Our
let's not
opponents,
pretend.
our
Don't pull a
honorable
JoJo
opponents.
pun.
I
Yeah.
am doing
As for BFX, like
very
100% fair and
successfully
square.
into my first
Not to say that
game. Feels good,
Gen G wasn't fair and
guys.
square neither.
Cheers.
Cheers.
that out
Reminder
of the
that
way.
today
But yeah.
it's the battle of the last 2 playoff spots, but highlight tomorrow. That's a big match as well. So mark your calendars there for Team Liquid versus Lions.
I wouldn't even say Gen G for
There's a
fun
lot
there. I
of
think they
fun
just
matches. The last 2 weeks of LCS
Yeah, they just crashed
this
out.
split are a treat because it's either who's going to make playoffs
And I mean, they haven't looked
or
as
who's the top dogs. Really
as
fun.
consistent
You know,
since, right? Like
there's
they've been.
stakes and there's pressure for both
It's the
sides
first time in a
two
long
different
time this Gen
directions.
G team has
And Dignitas's
been in
direction
like
right
a
now is further to the bottom. They're
Straight
already
down.
at the bottom, and they're
in like a storming
looking like
phase.
they're going
When I
further
explain
down.
like the
They're always
storming,
good for
norming,
one
performing.
game, but so far they have not been able to get that series. Right now they're looking for a pick here onto Cryer. He's got Surty in his back pocket. Then again, is just healing. Too much vanity. They cannot kill this guy.
my God.
Now the engage comes back in onto FBI. That is 3 picked up for DSG. You cannot keep the Xin Zhao down with this build. DSG with the Dragon Soul and a wave in the bot lane will take
Look
down
his health.
Photon and look to close out game number 1.
Yeah, they're going to leave no doubt in anyone's mind. Game 1 is all DSG all the way.
Well,
Surty's back.
guys,
He gets a
today
little
might be an
taste of
email,
revenge
you know.
against Dignitas.
Well-fought game. DSG controlled it from the get-go.
This could very easily
From
be a
the
2. Did Smolder even hit
play in the
225?
mid lane for that first dragon to now the game ends.
He did.
DSG will take game number 1.
I was just thinking about
Player
it
of the
because
game
I was
is
looking not paying attention to
Karira.
last
I
night.
think he is the answer to that poll. He stepped up the
Yep,
most,
I
and he
agree.
did my personal favorite builds that I like to use too.
He didn't even have
W
time to build the
nuts.
static ship. He probably would have.
Happy for Surty? Yeah, good for Surty. I'm apprehensive about Surty. Whoa. Oh yeah, let me where do I have to go? All right, 2 minutes. 2 minutes ads. What even happened to this game? Bro, they just won every Drake fight. Like nothing happened between each Drake, and then they just won every Drake fight. Like, uh-oh. Guys, guess who's awake from their nap? Yeah. Like, I think 30's a very good interview. Very, very good interview. I think he speaks a lot of sense when he is spoken to. Yeah. He had a really good game. All in all, good stuff. Good stuff from the Certster. My hot take is Yukao being a top 10 mid in the world ATM. I haven't been watching enough of his games to have much stake in that take. Let's get a close up on your dog. Hi. Hello. Yeah, I think top 10 in the world is crazy, but... Yeah, Sentinels was a 2-0. Ooh, that was a big yawn. So well behaved compared to mine. Yeah, my dog is 18 years old, bro. He's an old papa. Yeah. You like licking my hand, huh? Is my palm tasty? My palm tasty? Yeah, is my palm tasty? Nuke isn't that bad? Nah, Nuke fell off. Nuke fell off. He should not be in this conversation. I will survive. Nuke is the new Larson. Oh my god. Son? Son? Oh my god. That is... And I will survive. Hi. Yeah, unfortunately, Xiaohu is not. He's not the player he used to be. Hello. Well. I guess he did sleep. They're touched. Come. Come in. The dog's name is Scruffy. Man, make this an email so I can go chill out and then we can watch Monster in the Discord for the Monster enjoyers. Could be good. Hi, I'm checking your nails because I clipped them earlier. I'm checking your nails because I trimmed them earlier. This one could be a lot shorter, couldn't it? Yeah, Monster Anime, it is my first watch. I'm enjoying it a lot. We're watching it through in the Discord. If you're interested, and you're in the Discord, just ping either me or a mod, and we can give you the role so we can ping you. So I can ping you whenever I'm watching it. It's normally I'm watching it in the evening, but yeah. Are you a huge Logan Paul fan? Not really. Not really a fan of that fella. But yeah, we're watching through Monster. I think next we're gonna watch Attack on Titan for the first time. Loki, I'm watching so many of these shows, I kinda wanna a part of me really wants to make a reaction channel. Because it's just the meta. But I don't know, it's just so cringe. Meetings. I couldn't do a reaction channel. I don't know. I don't think I could do it. Right. Draft.
In game 2 to keep their hopes alive.
Yeah, you said that. Do they even have a chance? That's how you threw it to the lounge.
That's what it's looking like
here.
here.
That is kind of what it's looking like.
They have taken some games off some very good LCS teams.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. I do want to highlight though that Photon was on a
very
tank
popular
in that
little
game
corner.
1. I feel like Dig always look better when Photon's on a carry, something that he can actually have agency on at the top lane. So I'm imagining maybe Dignitas. This is their season on the line. If they lose this game, they cannot make playoffs. They still have to play next week, of course.
But
that will just speed up, maybe play upset in seedings. They have to win both series.
You think comms right now, Photon's like, I'm not going out on Sion. You're not giving
me Gwen.
You're not giving me a Sion or something in this game. I'm not going out like that. We're gonna, you know, give me a real pick.
Well, so far no top laners banned. So wide open champ pool. It's Varus, Lucian, Karma.
Wow, Orianna.
And Bard, Pantheon, and Nocturne. So junglers and bot laners. So it's Orianna, first pick for Dignitas, immediately answered by Akali J4. Aggressive diving combo.
This is my favorite combo, especially, okay, so my theory now, with Orianna losing phase rush, I think that it significantly hurt her. Because she already was a champion where you could devise team comps and strategies against her where, okay, fine,
you can
Orianna's
post really
OP,
long TikToks.
we'll give it to you.
Wow, Poppy Slam, love this.
Side lanes later, we're gonna make your
Fuck it, go
very
Anivia.
dangerous.
Yeah, low mobility mid lane.
And now,
actually,
with the removal of phase rush, you lost even more mobility. And so I love Jarvan Akali answers because Jarvan, obviously, your Cataclysm very effective against Orianna. And Akali, you put tremendous pressure on, kill pressure on the Orianna, especially
that's
later
also
into
true.
the game into the
I
side
need
lanes.
I need to pay an editor.
Actually,
I say I need to pay an editor. I could have Vera do it. I think Vera would really enjoy making that
thinking
content.
about it ahead of time. We're leaving the Orianna up for sure. We're insta-locking the Akali Jarvan. And this time around, it is Surdy's turn to pick the tank here. And he does blind pick both games. Of course, when people are like, oh, you know, counter pick versus blind pick type stuff, sometimes when you're first picking a Rumble, it's a little different. It's a little different connotation to the blind pick, but they did grab up the Poppy on the side of Dignitas after seeing the Akali and Jarvan attempts at making the Orianna's life dangerous, and Poppy is a very good like bodyguard style champ.
Exactly. I wanted to highlight that because it also is flexible in the draft here. Could go jungle, could technically go support if they want to pair it. Not like the most common with an Ezreal, but you know, if you want something else in the jungle to really
some
punish
free
DSG
labor
later in the draft, you have that option. But like
it's
you
true,
said,
get some free
taking
labor.
the handshake this time, saying, I'll be the tank, I'll be the front line, and that means that they get to ban away the carries from Photon. He's not going to play the Gwen. His favorite champion is off the table, as well as the Gnar.
Yeah, Gwen and Gnar, two of his favorite champions, and
All right.
two very good picks into tanks and into Sion.
I'm
so
feeling
good protection
a
bans
Photon
from DSG here, of course, at the very
Trox.
least. And
Or
we'll
a
see. I mean,
Photon Yorick.
could go Bruiser into it as well. There's you know, Aatrox options and stuff, even though that's
Okay.
a lot less frequent now.
Hear me
so
out.
We'll see. Renata would be very, very interesting for your team.
Lock in
fight,
Alawi.
but They are already showing a decent amount
maybe don't
of
lock in Alawi.
dive. They don't go with the hover onto the Kai'Sa.
Channel
and
your
go
inner
full on the
Siwu though
dive.
and think about it.
But still, if you can go like Yunar Lulu.
If that was a
and have
Kai'Sa,
some really
I'm
big
telling you
carry
right now, this is the
potential
most
with
Alawi game of all
Akali
time.
And Jarvan kind of diving by themselves anyway.
Yeah.
Into
And that
Sion
can create a lot of
Jarvan,
space for you.
Akali on
I like
side.
it because it kind of
Chaos
gives you
pretty
that,
good, yeah.
that dichotomy that you're just talking about. They have like the three core front line, and we're
I
presuming
mean, I'm not gonna
Lulu's
lie,
something like that. But then
Alawi
they
is still
also
pretty.
have
Like this is
the
one of the
dive
rare
bros,
games where Alawi
dive
is fucking
siblings,
mega here.
Dive folks. There we go. We're going to go with dive, folks, in the
Free lane
Akali
top.
and the J4. They can try and make
No, we haven't seen
Oriana's
any
life
of that. It's
miserable,
just 'cause
but then
C
they
replayed it the
still
other
have
day
this
in the
team fight that
LCK,
they can fall
like
back
last
on. So
week.
I think that this type of like pivot in the draft is actually really interesting.
But if you're getting counter like this, I want you to do something really freaky.
Then a Nautilus ult
Shen
comes away. The Poppy's going to be
is
blocking
really
your ultimate
vegan.
mobility. But here's a fun one. Shen locked in
This champ
for
is very vegan.
Dignitas.
Yeah, probably the jungle Shen
Yeah, I
angle.
don't like
Maybe that
this.
goes into Photon's hand. Actually,
I
it
guess
is
it's
good
double
into
flexible.
Sion. So
Yeah.
if you can get your Q pass-throughs as well,
Well.
then it's quite nice up there, and you get to be the one with the Stand United. So you can, sometimes Sion gets advantages over other top laners where he can like
I don't
push out a
know.
lane and then walk bottom, make an ultimate play.
I just feel
But
like Dig are
Shen, of
attempting
course,
to
with your
lose in
Stand United,
peace.
you can definitely keep tempo with a Sion.
Also helps at Oriana in that sideline. Like you were highlighting before, usually we think
Yeah.
Oriana's going to be weak, but now you got some extra backup.
True. Not as much mobility as
Alright, I'm gonna run
previous in
a
history,
short bout
but
of
more
ads here.
shields.
Yeah, and Palathon,
this
he's
is
getting
probably
in
a
position.
2-0.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
He switched feet.
He gets up a lot.
ready.
He might get up out of his chair the most of any LCS pro
How do you
player.
not
Like
pick
during
Braum?
games
What,
stuff,
is
sometimes you
DSG?
can see on the player cams too.
Do you think they
How
would
do you
let
not
him
pick
just
Braum
like
too?
do a standing desk? Is that the answer to unlock Palathon?
No, because the desk is like full. Well,
I think that it is
I'm
one
not gonna
long
say
desk,
no
actually.
yet.
No, okay.
No, it
We'll
doesn't
keep
matter.
the door open. Maybe there's like an
Braum is just
ergonomics
mega bait.
lawsuit or something. I don't want to get.
In that
I don't want to get into any of that.
Yeah, let's
Lulu
not
Lulu
bring
is
that
10x
one
the
up.
We
champion.
got, but
He seems comfortable right now.
Yeah, no
sitting on
standing
that
desk
foot.
right now, so he just gets up a lot.
Yeah. Dignitas backs against the wall. Their entire spring split run is resting on this game, and then the next, and then the series after that. They have to win out.
Just
from
a
this point
reminder
to make
as we go into the
playoffs.
game,
A
if someone
game
wants to
lost
type
in this
exclamation mark
series
Discord for me,
means that they are not
guys,
in
join the
contention
Discord.
for spring split playoffs anymore.
Let's
and DSG are
build
coming
the
in looking
community. I'm
hot.
pushing
Kobe.
for
That
league
was a
partner
one-sided
later in the
win
year.
in game number 1.
It will make
Certainly
my life
was. And
easier
in game
getting
number
league partner
2,
if we have an active Discord.
Let's see what they
If you like the
can
vibes in
pull
here,
off.
in chat,
Kyra on
you will like the
Jarvan
vibes
here
in that
has
Discord.
A lot of options.
If
They're
that is your
trying
thing.
to
Oh
keep
my
track
god.
of him early. Photon himself goes up to get the kind of
Can
medium
you guys hear my
ward
dog?
here
He's snoring
between
in my
blue
lap.
buff and the entrance over to Gromp. So he's gonna make sure that he knows Kryra
I'd just
is
like
leaving
Pagoda to
top
know
lane, so
I've
you
never
can
wanted to buy an
trade
egg
very
roll
heavily
until I
with
started
Shen.
watching this co-stream.
Straight out of the gate
Oh,
here,
you heard it here first.
you usually want to
Pagoda.
place your Q further up so you can get a nice little Q pullback for the early trade onto the Scion and start to establish some of the, there you go.
Yeah.
Early dominance of Shen just because Q is so good early on.
Plus your Grasp of the Undying procs as well means that you just trade really efficiently as now
Hell
XU.
yeah.
Ooh, he's
yeah.
looking for an invade right now. Onto Kryra, doesn't have the smite
Oh my
available, so
God.
he just headbutts him into the wall and will get the electrocute proc. Pushes Kryra all the way back to the tier 2 turret. That
Smite
is
red
a
flashed
very
over the
effective
wall.
invade.
So he did spend his flash in order to assert this dominance because
Sure.
he flashes over
W
the
buffing.
back of this wall right here, this Baron wall.
Respect.
And he does not, doesn't look from the UI, look, he's running the Hex Flash, even though he is utility for his secondaries. But the burst damage from the Electrocute and getting there with a surprise.
Oh
Not going to be 2
my
though. Kryra
god.
is
Yeah.
able to get the wolves.
He used his flash for all this, so we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
Are
Maybe his
we
flash gets
serious?
punished, maybe it doesn't. But you know, had to assert some dominance after
Yeah.
last game. Like last game, he
It's
got
about sending a message.
he got pushed around last game. He was just getting beat up in the dragon pit.
Yeah.
Punched around. He was like, you know what?
Dredge line in onto Lions. FBI gets pushed back though. Big slow as the
I don't know if he's behind, but now he has to do wolves
All right,
and then
2v2,
walk into
nothing's gonna
river.
happen down there. And yeah, back to the jungle. We're
He
gonna have
wants
to
to be on
track to
time
see
for
that
crab.
flash because one camp
But his-
ahead, you
his
want to get
ADC is
more
base.
if you're gonna commit your flash for that type of early invade. The
I
fact
don't
that
know. I
Kryra
think
gets
it-
the wolf
I don't know what he wants
is
to
really
do
big
here.
for Kryra to stay in this game.
He's gonna do wolves and walk into
Yeah,
river.
we'll
I
see
think he
too,
is.
because it throws
Yep,
off
he's
a
on the
lot
way.
of the regular, you know,
Support
quote-unquote jungle plans.
will ignore
since
move.
the respawn
Ah,
times get
XU,
all out
why
of
are you
whack
right-clicking,
when early
you-
invades go off like this? So you get stuff like this
Okay,
where
it's fine.
you collapse on level
I feel
3
like you
scuttle
can.
crabs.
I feel like you just sit
Thankfully
there and wait for a
XU,
second
his
and
bottom
see
lane
how
has push,
Kryra walks in.
and he's able to secure this one with Kryra in his face. Does invest his smite charge to do so, And since Call Me is 50% HP, actually Kryber comes
Does
back.
he not have
lands a
W?
flag and drag, couple autos in there, taking full
Does he not have
advantage of
W
the
still?
Jarvan passive. That
He has
first
2 points
auto
in
doing
Q,
a lot of
doesn't he?
damage. There's a flash from Call Me. Will land a shuriken, but I mean the Poppy W is just able to walk you away.
Their comms must have been something around, hey, remember this Poppy doesn't have flash, but he's not that vulnerable. He still has his W, so I thought that was a very weird flash from Call Me.
Oh my god.
I think that's really a kill angle, especially
It's
with
just
Palafox
such
there
a horror,
around.
this whole game. It's
Shield
like
up Poppy damage as well, so
we still have
but
it's like the Gregus jump scares, bro.
They did certainly want it to be kill angle. I don't know. Maybe if they had like walked up, if Kryber had stepped on the shield passive thing that had popped off.
Ooh, flashes galore in the mid lane as first blood picked up by DSG.
That's the real kill angle. You get the support roam over too. Kryber flashes, they trade flashes. Lulu also flashing, getting the kill into Call Me's hands. It's like he got that first blood off of the Poppy anyway.
It's the same thing.
Even better, actually.
True.
Because now the Orianna doesn't have flash for when you get level 6.
Oh, okay. Ignite wasn't able to get in range to get the auto before Call Me got the shuriken flip. So, yeah, and Call Me's got a huge wave to collect here as well. So Palafox, no flash, is in danger. Photon, once he hits level 6, will be able to help him out a little bit, but there's always the potential that Kryber can relook for another gank here. Especially as Call Me should be pretty close to picking up that level 6.
Let's just get this. Let's just get this email of the day out of the way, and then we get actual cinema tomorrow.
Attack on the control ward too. I mean, I always do like that. You know, he's hovering over. Make sure you can keep that vision.
Actual
even
cinema.
though your opponents know that it's
primed
there,
and ready
it's
for tomorrow.
Still, like they have to actually get rid of it with their hands, and it's on your side of the map, and so it gives you like one more good play out of that ward being there probably. So we'll see. Nice little defense here. Things for DSG once again. It seems like they're so calm, like they're handling all of even the surprise plays from Dig, like the level 2 Poppy. A lot of people would call it cheese. Going for red buff, flashing over the wall, and level 2 surprising you at Gromp.
Photon gets some big damage on Surdy. Trying to body block from the unstoppable onslaught, but Surdy does just walk away. Photon looking for his own little.
I gotta say, interesting that Surty has gone Negatron Cloak here.
That's
Rush.
honorable.
Oh, speaking of honorable, how about just a straight up 2v1 kill under turret there?
Yeah, maybe they go for a little more pressure.
Yeah.
Krugs are being taken by XU. Let's see.
This is a really rough moment. Yeah, XU's going to take this. They have the dive set up.
Well, I mean,
and now the Shen stand united. Everybody's partying in the
enjoy.
bot lane. And that is a dead Yanara. Another kill over to Dignitas.
All right, Photon, get out of there so you can recall and get back to lane since he doesn't have his teleport. Ooh, it actually would be really nice if Lions could stop his recall. And Photon,
yeah, Lions needs to keep going.
Lions, he is going to stop
needs to go the whole way, actually.
Keep chasing him, delay it. So try and make him pay a little bit. Scion trying to get the wave in. They do make them pay with the red buff steal. Thank you, observers. As well as Surdy cashing in on a single plate.
XU's coming up to the top lane.
Oh, this is
on the
weird.
XU will get to the wave. Close to hitting level 6 himself. He might be able to get it here as the dredge line lands from Ignar. XU's not level 6 yet, still level 5 as he walks away from the wave. So Kryber just gets a flag and drag out.
Okay, and XU, I believe, grabbed the cannon kill under the tower while Ignar was defending his Gromps for him. So gets his level 6.
Yeah, I want to take a look here. So this actually started even before this. So this is the play where they get the dredge line on Alliance. He's trying to hold the wave. Ignar punishes, right?
That is a story as old as time.
But it started earlier. My bad, Arlene. My bad. It started earlier when Sajed took 2 Mystic shots that he should have been able to sidestep, but because he took those, he goes for the reset, which left Lion alone in lane. So it's kind of this cascading effect.
You are for sure a support player, bro. You're just blaming. I like that deflection.
Yeah.
You know what? No,
I think hamburgers are lower fries.
If Yanara wasn't half health and reset, that lane wouldn't have been in that spot.
I agree. I like the angle. You know, we gotta go back and look at the domino effects.
Yeah. You know what? Analyst Lounge after this game.
I like that.
Let's take a look at what happened 30 seconds before that play.
I loved it. Actually, now I want to play this game in like so many scenarios.
Yeah.
It's like the new version of Blame Game, and like each person comes with some clips, and you're like, look at this guy, look at a poor play that this guy made, and then the other person's job
I actually think if these guys are ever dove, it's just not playable.
Yep, somebody else.
Yeah, it's actually so funny too, because like so many times, you know, supports are like, oh, I'm trying to be a good support. I'll hold the wave. I'm pulling it over for you, and then the opponents or whatever like didn't really recall, or they come out like that and they you know, land their hook on you and punish supports that are trying to hold waves. But
so
that is an old story. But I do like the angle of like. Well, you took this poke damage here, and you had to go back for the reset.
Don't mind that Lions had flash, and he saw the Nautilus walking out the whole time. That doesn't matter. No, it's just
exactly. That's the point of the game, of the blame game, is to rewind and place the blame somewhere else.
I like this. Let's bring it back. Currently, right now, we have Dragon up, but neither team's looking at it. So I mean, it's going to be a pretty late Dragon stacking, all things considered, in this game, as nobody's picked up that first one. And in fact, XU's even walking up to take the grubs instead. Valfox is going to be there. Ignore even grubs all the way up. So FBI is going to be laning alone for right now as the Shockwave lands on the Call Me in the mid lane. Ignore not level 6, so can't continue the CC train. Call Me gets out.
Okay, gets out. And what is the timer on that teleport? Pretty dang small little sliver of a cooldown. So he actually can just sustain under his tower anyway. Continue chasing, so feels pretty good for him. Bot side, though, not feeling good.
Ignar still not level 6. We have a 2v2 Sajed trying to play in the way, but Photon comes in with the Stand United. Flash from Sajed to dodge the Mystic Shot, but the flash fall from Ignar. Dredge line lands, and Ignar with the kill. Dig, another one on the board.
Dignitas, you said they're always good for one, Kangas.
They're always good.
Maybe. They have been swept by some teams.
Ironically, other teams around them in the standings. Yeah, a FlyQuest is one of the other ones, but they're also like in that, they're top 4, but they're not in the top 3 kind of clump right now.
I mean, it was
so
Ignar's aftershock, right? It's weird. He wasn't auto-attacking. He was trying to walk off and just got it.
I like how it's a question mark. They've been punching up question mark, because look at these. You get your win off of Line, off of TL, off of Cloud9.
I don't know, guys.
And then, yeah, you know.
I feel like, do you guys not feel like Dig are just going to throw?
Quite close, I remember. In
whatever kind of semblance of a lead they get, it just doesn't.
Do it, and they fumbled for sure towards the later stages, but
doesn't feel real.
We'll see if they can do it this time around, because again, it's an absolutely necessary win for Dignitas to keep their playoff hopes alive. If they lose this game, then they are out of playoffs. If they lose this series, even if they do win this game at all and lose the next game, then they will still be out. But got to start here, and we mentioned Photon saying, you know what, I'm not going out like that, give me something different. And he's made good use of the Shen. Multiple good Shen plays to the bottom side of the map have definitely helped.
Hold on, because I've tortured myself enough in watching today's games.
Well,
bro, at least your Akka came through and it was like mega banger.
Because Shen, you know, Titanic into Dusk and
at
Dawn
least your mega banger
also
Akka came
is
through.
very real and very good burst damage. But
which that
I think it's quite likely that he goes
good
just Titanic into regular
He
tank.
body blocked Surdy's unstoppable onslaught, and now XU's here, so this should be a dead Cyan. Flashes away. Flash ult fallen from XU, but in comes Kryra, backing up his top laner, and will get Surdy out of there. Kryra at the right place at the right time.
Woo! Evacuation complete, and Surdy has been, you know, punishing when the Shen does leave.
Yeah.
His CS, you know, for Surdy has been decent, and he also
building, by the way.
The single turret.
He's going
plate,
Jack Show first.
You know, similar thing is about to happen for Photon.
I guess.
Ooh, Hex Flash from Ignar looking for the dredge line.
You forgot to pay out last Gamba. It's fine, just pay it out now.
Jukes it around.
Yeah.
And Surdy's even going to catch this wave. So to your point, Kobe, yeah, Surdy's having still a great laning phase in this series.
It does help when your opponent leaves sometimes. But also...
Zion's favorite lane state is nobody there.
Yeah, he's also been, doing... I mean, that's what you that's all you can really do here on this side. Then maybe try and make an ult play or something to pay your team back. But he, as you called out, did try and use the ult for escape there.
Oh, Ezreal
down for a while.
Gonna interrupt Sajid.
Interrupt the recalls here.
Little bit of tempo gain.
Timing play.
I like that.
Definitely nice, because you're on your Trinity Force spike for
it is
Ezreal,
on ending.
so it's a very good time.
I couldn't remember.
This means you can push the wave in the mid lane, but Ignar gonna go for the dredge line. Did not. I guess he was fishing for one person. There were two there, so they back off. But FBI is able to push
still Negatron going to unending. I like that build path into Shen.
Two plates, I believe, here. So FBI is getting a big lead for himself again, just like game one, 1.5K now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I feel like this one's going to be real for him too.
Yeah.
Game 1, Dignitas didn't turn into really much at all because they're kind of smashed everywhere else and around all the team fights and objectives. But I think this one is going to be real for FBI. The poke damage is going to be insane. You know, he made his own tempo play.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though. I think this will be a very. You guys, you know how you sometimes you'll be like, who's gonna kill the Scion? Who's gonna kill the Scion? And typically my response is, it doesn't matter.
Here and so.
I think this might be a rare game where it does matter.
Your poke damage is good.
I'm not sure who's actually killing the Scion
Not
here.
gonna lie, didn't realize there was a difference in meaning for those words.
There's a big one, and it's actually funny because
Cheeky
a lot of people say the wrong one.
Yeah, I
You're my
think
bad,
it's
cool.
different moments in my life now. I'm like, I've definitely used that incorrectly, and I'm learning.
Yeah.
It's important
Probably not
to
Scion.
have a growth mindset, everybody.
Nice. Learned
Yeah, a little
something
bit.
today. We got a deep Lulu too here. Look at
That
these
percent HP,
wards through
pretty
the
good.
red quadrant of the jungle. Unfortunately, we can't highlight them here for you, but you can see them on the minimap highlighted
I can see you pointing at them, so I can confirm to everybody, Kobe would be drawing on the screen.
Nice bright blue spots all over the top side of this map.
Oh, that is a lot of blue. I didn't even look at the minimap. That is, well,
Oh,
let's count
DSG
1,
in a
2,
hole,
3, 4,
like-
5, 6, 7
Guys,
wards
I
in the
can't
top
see Dig
river
not throwing this and
/
fucking
enemy
this
jungle.
game up somehow.
Lit up like a Christmas tree. Surdy in a very safe spot as now Lions is going to walk up. CXU, Sajed's coming up as well. It's going to be 2 melee
On my life, I
champions
just
against
can't see
the
them not.
Hyper carry plus the support. So XU and Ignar decide to back off, but they're still on a ward. Still spotted right there.
See if the attack is successful, because you have Scion wrapping around, and Surdy does have his Scion ultimate ready.
I mean,
however, flashes are available for Ignar. There's no flash on XU, so maybe that's what they were thinking with all this deep wards. They're like, all right, maybe we can find a play onto this flashless Poppy and punish. But
especially if Lions like polymorph, so there's no steadfast presence coming out. But they didn't pull the trigger. Kryra was potentially looking for it. He was in the neighborhood, but Dignitas are at least able to wrestle some of this vision back to their side.
Meanwhile, the bottom side matchup has swapped here with Gunblade.
Yeah, that is
Akali
what it
going
feels like,
into the Shen.
Anton. That's
wondering
that
if
is my
Akali is
vibe
gonna
on
be
this
able to put
game.
out, significant
This will be a
pressure on them,
game where
because
it's
otherwise
like
it's a Shen with Stand United
killing
and
Scion
Alpha.
is going to be a problem, and
Well, you know what could
Lulu
happen?
Yunara
The
will
old,
scale
shuriken flip to follow the
okay in this game.
So
yeah. Do you think we're gonna
Sometimes
see
it's
one
really
of those?
bad for you, but do it every time anyway.
Yeah, again, do the funny thing. As Kryra looks for the flag and drag there onto Ignar, not going to land it. So
I feel like no aura there from Sajid. Like FBI
Lion
just.
shield behind him. Dredgeline will go a little wide as now Kryra goes back in for the re-engage. Polymorph onto XU. Stand United shield will keep him alive, but not for long enough.
Fast!
The Jed with the kill.
Oh.
Now 2 on the board for DSG.
There they go. They do get their punch.
Shockwave on a Kryra and interrupted the flag and drag, so he has to flash away from the dredge line.
They finally get their punish onto Poppy that they had been setting up for and looking for so long.
XU.
And even with the Stand United.
XU, we love
and
you.
I'm looking back, it looks like the flash timer
XU,
had
you
come
are
up,
loved.
like just in time. It was a couple seconds away, but it had come up.
Wow.
So they burst him down.
XU, you
no
are
Stand
loved.
United play available for Dignitas now. Let's see what they can get in the aftermath. In addition to Rift Herald pushing out an extra wave here, so
I mean, he
nice
tried to flag and drag
little
before the
play
combo hit,
for
and
DSG.
the
Of
Q.
course,
I think
they
did actually
they also
miss.
with their 2-item power spike on Yunara. So
But the Ori combo would have
Yunara
pulled them
plus
out because of the
Lulu
timing.
starts to be a little bit scary. Thankfully for Dig, they've got a Nautilus, so your point and click maybe can help you set something up.
And because Call Me didn't have the Shen taxi service to follow that Sand United, actually used the TP. Photon actually got the bottom turret, and is now top lane getting this turret as well. So Photon's really making a lot happen in these side lanes. I don't know if he'll get the full turret top side, but it's at least going to be very low.
Teleport will be critical here for the bottom side Dragonfight 2, because both teams making their way into it.
Surdy and Photon both have access to it, but so far, DSG, oh, they dropped the Herald in the pit. That always gives you the option, yeah, to use it to just engage into Dignitas.
Okay,
Who are now
and that is
waiting
exactly
in
what
the
Call Me
banana
is
brush.
gonna
They have
do.
vision control of the area. DSG
Call Me
does
is
not
going.
see them, so now
Call
the
Me
Herald comes out, lands a knock up on XU. He gets in
secured by
range and he
XQ.
steals it!
Wow. Okay.
XU just walks up, presses Smite, walks
Well, I guess that's
away.
fine.
It's a shockwave out of Kryra, not going to be followed up by anybody, but Dignitas, I mean, sure, you'll take it.
The Herald got
yeah,
used.
you'll take that. Yoink. Thank you very much. That was free as hell. Just walk up and take it, even with the comedy of the Rift Heralds that are used for combat. Yeah, I mean, to knock him up, but he walked into range.
Yeah. It's like a 0.5-second knockup. It's not very long. So let's get another look at that, because it seems like the idea is, okay, XUCC,
it's all good. He's in here now. Walk up, boom. That is a hard. Whoa, that was a hard one. Last number I saw was 16 something.
Really?
So that was a hard smite to pull off.
16:30.
Hey, well done.
Sometimes nice to be a little lucky too.
Yeah, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. As at least XU keeps Dignitas in the game when it comes to the Dragon stacking. DSG
I think this is a fine PD game.
And they didn't get any use out of the Herald either. Like, they didn't land that onto the turrets. That means
Fine
kind
PD
of
game.
wasted time now for DSG across the board. Cryer
I wonder if, I mean, I guess you kind of don't need Shiv, do you?
multiple plates here, but
But is Shiv, I wonder if Shiv is like a good second item more.
Unanswered currently for DSG.
For,
Okay, FBI.
Actually, I guess you do need crit on.
Definitely in a very good position. Super rich, fully transformed.
On Lunara.
He needs to hit Mystic shots.
Yeah.
On people though.
Yeah, they don't do damage to the turrets. I'm sure he's aware of that. Still went down 3 turrets to 0. Dignitas controlling the objectives here. And the map by extension. Big damage onto Sajed as XU tried to carry the shockwave in. Has the ultimate to knock back the J4. Sajed still getting some big damage in onto the Poppy. Stand United will be channeled. Surdy's in the thick of things as he's taunted up, but still commit onto XU.
Well,
Sajed gets the kill.
oh my
Calmy
God.
goes in. Depth
Big
charge will
knock
not
up from
save
Surty
FBI's
as well.
life as Ignar tries to get out of there. Flashing onto the turret. Taunted up Surdy. The queue is interrupted. Dignitas still lose 2 members. DSG stand tall.
I gotta say, Sajed saw that play coming. Nicely done, Sajed. He flashes. He's like, hey, I recognize this Poppy has been given the Orianna ball. There is a reason this guy is charging and flashing towards me.
He is trying to dunk.
Good flash from Sajed to avoid the Poppy flash shockwave delivery system. And even though he took a big chunk of damage from the Ezreal, it turns favorable for DSG. They're going to get the Baron. Yeah, you know, Dignitas can try and make them pay a little bit in turret plate money, but that is so big for them.
They still have not taken a turret, but you have to imagine wearing the Red Bull Baron power play, DSG will be able to crack these structures now. Sajed, we talk about this guy. Laning phase, still things to work on. He's a rookie. Not expecting him to be able to smash lanes at this level, but when he's needed to step up in these bigger team fight moments, that's where a player like Sajed is already shining, and that makes it so excited for the growth of him going into the future. As right now, FBI pushed out here in the mid lane. Photon's hovering around. DSG are getting the wave to crash, but it seems like they're more focused on Calmy in the bot lane. XU gets a flash in onto the carry. Sajed still lives with Lions' help, but he's locked down, trying to kite back.
Lions
he's out
is
of there.
dead.
Photon with the kill.
Homie
It's
Cryer have to
traded
do some
though, as
serious
DSG
cooking.
look to turn back onto the back line themselves. Flash from Ignar, but Calmy is the kill for DSG. It's a 2-for-2 trade.
Oh my God.
Can DSG get out the
Oh my God. Oh my God.
They
just cooked up a fucking pot of shit. Oh my God.
Oh my God, the combination. I have actually never seen a 3-man banana combo. It was a group dance banana combo. Oh my God.
It's so fun. All right. Photon, though, doing some work, some good burst
No,
damage,
but
some good taunts from him. But let's take another look at the focus. This time around, they know, okay, Sajed doesn't have
no,
flash
but like,
anymore,
please
so
look
we can
this.
full send on Sajed this time. We kill him.
Calmy uses R, Cryer ults because he's got vision, and
you know, Calmy doesn't have as much threat left over anymore, and it's Ezreal with red buff still. So they know they can follow the chase. Photon, look at that damage from this boy. Pops the blast cone as well. Pops Kryra.
Yep. Popping everybody as Photon showing the strength of that 2-item spike on Shen. And yeah, I mean, FBI being alive, he was able to get so much damage onto Surdy while he was holding the line. Like, Cyan can't tank an Ezreal forever, unfortunately. And that is a big win for Dignitas. Now he's looking for even more onto Sajed. Again, the wild growth will keep him up. Let's see how much Dignitas want to go for it. They have the Stand United from Photon, so they kind of full sent for that. Call me now as a flank.
All right, can they get poke damage? They do need to get some value out of the poke here for Dignitas. FBI You know, previously he has been able to land some pretty significant poke either onto Sajed. You know, it's fine if he lands it onto like Lions or something as well.
Wow, they're going to get Drake.
It looks like not even going to attempt the cancel here for DSG. They're just going to make the swap up to the top side and see if they can get a little tower money up there.
Okay, that was not sold. That was Sajed getting it. I thought that for a second FBI stole that one with a two-shot barrage. Was aiming for the wave, I believe, as DSG, their Baron power play, not very powerful, Kobe. It was, I think, like 300 as it expired. Now they will at least get this top turret, but Dignitas did a great job of kind of nullifying that Baron push.
And a lot, I mean, we did talk about in the previous game, but, you know, how Photon is a lot of times the star player for Dignitas, but he is really the star player this time around because even the success of the bottom side of the map.
I hate this region, but it's fun to watch. I'm telling you, like,
where he, you know, Shen, Stand United
tonight was always going to be a night of entertainment.
You know, got FBI into a pretty good
not
position,
much else.
but it's still Photon who has the lion's share of the golds and the gold advantage.
They play tomorrow, actually.
Yeah. Ha 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 ha.
Okay, DSG right now trying to get onto Photon. No Stand United.
Is that a curse?
No flash, and he's all alone in the side lane. Even a teleport in from Call Me. DSG are full committing onto the Shen. Why play into the lane that he can join if you just play into his lane? And the shutdown gold goes to Call Me. Big pickup there for the Akali.
Yeah, they definitely could have wiped if they played well.
See, you don't have to nerf these items now.
Yeah, I did that on purpose. Genius. See? It's easy. Just go kill him.
Yeah.
They take down Photon. It's actually huge. Genghis, it's actually huge.
Oh my god,
you know, he
guys.
had the,
We
obviously massive gold difference in favor.
I mean, by the way, like, Akali ult is really low cooldown at this point, just saying. It kind of doesn't.
Guess what? Call Me is
kind of doesn't matter. It's already halfway back.
Akali is rich.
Why did we not spam Sion
And this is part of why
when Surti ulted the Cataclysm? Not that it was his fault, it just would have been funny. We failed as chatters and streamer.
Call Me so far in this game is Zep charge onto Sajed, pushes him back as Surti's taking up a lot of damage.
Flash the shockwave.
Flash to get away, and Dignitas will not find a kill. But Summoner Spell down now on the tanky top laner.
Ooh. I don't think there's going to be a continuation on the play. They do really want this mid tower. Actually, Kryro wants even some red buff action.
What
Looks like not
the
spotted.
fuck?
He goes for the engagement
Kryro?
with Palafox, but he doesn't have the team nearby.
Bro, is this not
Coming
crazy?
Up now as a Cataclysm will land onto Palafox, but the Stand United shield just makes Palafox way too tanky. Now the rest of DSG join up, but Kryro was deep in enemy territory. It takes too long for the rest to join in. Dignitas keep their mid laner alive, and now they're turning the attention to the top laner.
Call Me's making a montage.
Gets out of the back line, just eviscerates.
Oh my god, Call Me. Oh my god.
Carry arrives, and that's a team fight win for DSG.
Yeah, call an ambulance. Definitely for them. Definitely
Wow.
for them.
Call Me just made movie.
0 to 100 real fast there, Kobe. I was ready to say, what was that, Kryra? I mean, he went way too deep at first.
Yeah, you could still say that, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, maybe the comms were like, yo, I am so fed right now, just start a fight anyways. I'll clean it. I'll make it good. I'll clean that up. Okay.
It don't matter how it starts, matters how it ends. But it ends with Kryra coming out from base. The Baron started, but no smite for DSG. Dignitas XU is still up. So DSG, they can't get this Baron too low, but they're also getting poked by FBI. Dredgeline lands onto Surti. Now Call Me gets over the wall, looking at FBI. Now turning attention on the Ignore. The Nautilus is taken down. Call Me goes godlike, and now
I'm sold. Call Me over Quid. I see why you talked up Call Me. Yeah, Call Me's nice on the sticks. Obviously, like, he's having an insane pop-off game this game, right? So, like, it just makes me look like, I'm so smart. Haha. Like, he's having a pop-off game against Dig.
So, the call
But
is,
yeah, he's good.
Like,
he's good.
Make
He's
the
solid.
fight extended. I feel like it always is kind of risky because you see they're right there with the Poppy, and they have Shen. But Call Me's still walking over, and so once Call Me, look at this deletion on the Orianna. Palafox is
oh my god,
60% health to 0 instantly.
Dude.
And then he's able to get out off the other side through the Shen and killing off the Shen as he exits.
And XU used Steadfast Presence a little early. It expired by the time that Call Me used the came out of the stasis. So DSG right back to the Baron. They're going to start this up again. It's down to half health. XU is nearby. Keeper's Verdict could knock away Kryra. So Sturdy's got a body block. They at least get the teleport in from Photon and back away. It's just the play to bait out the Summoner spell. TP down. XU in the brush, though, really far forward. Has the ultimate used. Knocks away Sturdy, but he's chunked as well.
Guys.
Everybody needs to track Akali.
There is a very scary Akali.
They see him. They know exactly where he is. So now Sturdy's got to go in and try and back up his mid laner. As the ultimate will land onto Ignar as he dredge lines.
Oh, they got the storm.
They're trying to lock down the flanker. Call Me.
Can he get out?
With the wild growth and
Surely
the
not.
Oh
my god. Even when he fucks up, he's still gliding.
But that was precarious.
But now that's Drake with no Akali. He's got TP.
Still don't get him. You know how frustrating that is, Kangas?
Pretty frustrating.
Yeah.
7-0-2. That's a juicy shutdown if they get that kill.
Yeah, Lions over the wall is able to.
Wait, does he not have a shutdown?
And use the summoner spell.
Why does it? He has to have a shutdown, right?
Man, Akali lives one of the most frustrating champions in the game.
Palafox feels like 2025 DK aiming, just pure anti-clutch.
Oh, XU trying to take his own camp right now as Kryra with the Cataclysm locks him down. Nobody is there to back up XU. Dignitas lose their jungler.
Yeah, I mean, that's just better coordination from DSG on the reset here where Dignitas are spread, just trying to farm their own jungle, trying to farm top lane with Orianna. You know, good focus from DSG, and they're not even going to go take the easy objective of the dragon first. They're going to say, you know what, we're going to use your jungle death timer to force on Baron. Some good poke damage a little bit from the Ezreal.
And we still have Shockwave available for Dignitas, so Palafox could find a big one right here. DSG are clumped up. They're grouping. FBI's landing the poke on the Call Me. They're just marking the Akali right now. Dredge line will go wide. Sturdy's got a big shield, but Photon goes in.
Kryra's dead. Call Me has to make a movie. Oh my god, Call Me got one shot. Okay, it's Sajed now. Good flash.
Call Me goes down. Tag
the W was so annoying. The W was so annoying. The Shen W was so annoying. It just completely mind-controlled Sajed there into continuing to right-click him.
They underestimated the Assassin Shen build with the Titanic Dusk and Dawn.
Wow.
My jungler's dead? Nah. Your jungler is dead. Look at this. Photon's just staring at Kryra right in front of him. He's got him at 50% HP. Titanic Hydra off of the ward. Boom, goes in. Titanic Hydra with the Dusk and Dawn right there. Instantly deletes him. And the rest of the team, I mean, yeah, Sajed is getting some kills, but look at FBI is still alive here.
Look at this.
And after they deal
last second W, it costs him so much HP. Like, he probably lives here and gets off 2 or more wars. And that could be all that. Like,
watch me, Photon!
That could be what's needed. Watch me, Photon.
Did he say watch me, Photon? I couldn't catch what that last one was, but yeah, that was awesome.
Because Photon did the big play, kill the enemy jungle, save the Baron, and then they get the Baron, and they get the Dragon too. DSG, they could have gone with the safe option, go Dragon first. You know, we killed enemy jungle, we'll get Dragon first, then we'll look for the next round of plays. And I felt like they were in a pretty comfortable position.
Yeah.
But after that, taking the
risky option,
going for the Baron, not respecting the Shen damage.
Yup. But fool me once.
Fool me once. Now you just got Dragon Soul Point and Baron. And
well, I think at this point, if you're DSG and they do that again, like, you cannot, as a Yanara, be standing melee range of a Shen in the Spirit's Refuge. Like, your autos aren't going to do anything. You can't kill him. You got to kite back. So it's moments like that. I think
you're getting hit with the Ezreal poke.
Exactly, right? So I feel like there's ways DSG
this
could have
deserves
won that
a
fight.
ranked
They're not
restriction.
respecting Shen's damage. They got to learn from those mistakes. They're still in the game, but Dignitas with the Baron can keep pushing the siege.
Nah, it's fine.
Call Me will get one turn.
Call Me's going to make montage.
Will crack the inhibitor turret.
He's got flash. He's got
flash. Keep it going with 2 empowered.
Yeah, he's got flash. Watch the movie.
Yeah. I don't know if you even get to make that.
Watch the movie. XU's gonna randomly pop W. I can feel it in my bones.
Poke damage is good. Eventually, these buffed up cannon minions get the inhibitor, and they're gonna get a lot off of that play.
Kryra was looking for the 1v1. I don't think he wins that. If he finds that 1v1 onto Photon right there, Ignar not landing the dredge line there onto DSG. So it's gonna be the 1 inhibitor taken for now. Dignitas will back off from the bottom side and reassert their focus here in the mid lane as Photon will go for the reset and go towards the top lane. 4 items on the Shen. He has a stand united, so he can join up very quickly. Dignitas are in a commanding position.
If Dignitas
Okay, Dredge line goes a little wide, has to flash away. Depth charge onto Kryra, but Call Me gets big damage in onto Ignar.
Okay.
Keeper's Verdict from XU will smack away Surdy on the engage, and Dignitas will have to back off.
If Dignitas win this game and go on to win this series, what type of bonus do you give Photon?
I think he's rich enough. He's got 4.9k gold.
So your bonus in real life depends on your gold lead in game.
Ooh,
maybe.
Is it just like $1, like 5k? He just gets a 5k bonus.
Maybe a
yeah, I mean, if Photon's on carries, like
do
this
they
team looks way better,
getting into playoffs
for sure.
here, too?
I mean, that is the goal of the team.
Maybe it's also like.
I should hook Akali there. Second one.
Yeah, you still have to look Akali.
Yeah, once Yunara hits this 5th item, which is probs BT, not OGA, like I think it's
answers. Of
it's
course,
cooked.
you have to really respect Call Me.
It should be cooked.
They were able to, find him on.
What's Lions going? Is that Redemption?
He has his fully completed Zonias. His damage is outrageous. So definitely have to fully track the Akali.
Or even Mikhails.
Especially here with the
Lions not having Mikhails here is kind of crazy, no?
Bill Neward's avoid staff going to just be
Isn't
one
no
shot.
Mikhails here 34 minutes into a game versus Nautilus Poppy shit? Isn't that not crazy?
Now, with the lock-in on Ignar, it's going to be harder to even take down FBI and such. So Dignitas, I still think that they're in such a good spot currently. But when Call Me is able to get out to that backline, if he finds that one angle,
surely
this
you need
game
Mikhails.
could still be in DSG's court. They just got to find that moment.
Plus, I mean, the Yunara is very
Respect
dangerous with
for
the Guardian Angel too, and you have full
W gambling.
Multipliers operational. You've got your Infinity Edge, you have your Lord Dom. So if Sajed does get time to hit and is able to stay mobile here, he's got a Lulu backing him up, and he's very, very threatening in some extended fights. So you have couple of big threats that you really need to be wary of. But from the side of Dig, the threat, the Giga Chad has been Photon. See if he can make another big play for them, because their map is in a pretty good spot. And they're looking at Dragon Soul in just over a minute.
The one thing I'll say for DSG is that, the Shen, I would argue, has kind of hit the damage power spike.
Yeah, I agree. I
already
think
in
if
this
Sajid
game.
doesn't
You're building
troll,
more tanky from this
game is
point, so
fine.
you're just getting health. It's not like you're
You should Loki maybe buy red pot.
To kind of one-shot people
On
like
next
Kryra
he
or
can't really
Call Me.
base on this time. He
And
could
he's
base on this time,
already
but they want to try and play for
been
vision
one
here.
shot. So you're not going to let it happen again.
You cannot let it happen
You're not going
again.
to stand in front of him with like 50% HP.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Palfox,
please not do that.
Rocket
Kryra
Boat,
goes for the flying
okay.
drag. Cataclysm onto Palafox. Ignar's
this
holding the line as
is
Kryra has to
actually not
flash
that bad,
away.
because Kryra,
And
yeah.
in goes Photon, but he's targeted down.
Good W from XU. I mean, they just got Photon absolutely nuked.
DSG take down the raid boss, and that's all the gold lead for Dignitas out of the fight.
Never mind, it was not as troll and engage as it looked.
I'm really impressed with Kryra as a North American talent here. The way he plays this fight, he goes in, he forces on Orianna until the point Orianna shockwaves. Orianna tries to shockwave him solo, and he flashes it. Then out of his own.
Anyone get
Cataclysm.
vamp shoes?
He puts
Not
the pressure
the
on
yeah, actually
the
Ezreal
mobility
did.
carry. Gets the big, cooldown for the
I think it's
fight
okay
out.
for Ezreal.
Even though he has to invest his flash to do it, avoiding the shockwave there, they're able to make
Ezreal doesn't
the
mind.
collapse play and just turn around.
The bunch of
onto
single target
Photon, onto the
damage,
Shen that's
right? So I
coming
think
through,
the
and
Omnivamp
they've got the
scales
Lulu,
directly well with him.
Survivability there for him. They just buff him up, and Kryra survives the play, doesn't have to give up the Guardian
So
Angel
if
charge.
Omnivamp still works the same way it used to,
Now,
Omnivamp
yes, the flash is a long cooldown, but
AoE damage is 33% effective.
definitely
Memory serves me right.
Deny the Dragon
healing.
Soul.
Dignitas still have some time, though, because it was denied, but it's not like DSG are even on soul point. They still have to get 2 in a row from this position. So if you're DSG, I almost feel like the win con is more going to be like a team fight win at Baron and then push for something big afterwards.
Well, yeah, but the denial of a soul is like that's part of your win con also.
Sure,
like,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I guess you can make the argument both ways.
You're like, it is definitely necessary because that's an annoying one to deal with. The damage reduction when you're low, super annoying for Akali too. So obviously that is one step on their pathway, back towards victory here. Another step is
Call Me spotted by Palafox.
You get 100% AoE healing from champions? Oh, really now?
XU's here, stasis for
Call Me looks really dead.
but he's not able to get out of there this time. DSG's mid laner is out of there, as now the fight will have to come through from Sajed. He's walking forward, get damage on Ignor's locked down, and now he's free firing onto the front line. Sajed unleashed as
Oh,
DSG
fantastic Cataclysm. They have vision, oh, that was a crazy flash in. They don't have a wave. Do they have, they've got mid wave.
A double Double kill to Sajed, and DSG win the fight.
Yeah, they forgot about the other carry, the sustained damage carry that Yunara comes
Call me
through
trolled
with
and it
the
didn't
Lulu
matter.
buffing him up. This is a really good, call from Dignitas though. Palafox is like, he's
Oh, I mean, fair play. Fair play, Palafox then. No. You know what?
Palafox and
Yeah,
Dignitas.
really smooth.
The genius midfielder
Like, genuinely,
finds their
like, just
opponent.
really well played.
Kangas, Sajed is hitting the whole time, and guess what? That was Nautilus ult right there.
Yeah.
Nautilus was getting, focused so heavily that he had to blow his ult real early. Sajed is fully stacked up, and he can chase through because Dignitas used a lot to deal with the Akali threat, and now they just get to force through. With Guardian Angel, Cryo knows, you know what? I can just go extend the play. I can make sure we keep the rest of them here for you to hit. I will go Cataclysm. You continue to chase Sajed.
And also, even before the Cataclysm, Kryra zoned FBI. FBI could not get any damage in the fight except for onto the J4.
Not going good for Ignar.
And look at that damage, 12K in one
12K.
fight from the rookie.
It is literally dream fights for Yunara when everyone is grouped up so closely like that because your splash, you get the splash going back off of the Runon Bolt's procs, and when everyone's close like that, absolutely melts, as you saw on screen.
Plus, you're healing up. You got all the shields from the Lulu, the Ardent Sensor buffing your attacks as well. Like, yeah, I think we've kind of reached the transition point. Call Me is still a threat, but the main character, the main threat at this point is Yunara. We highlighted this in the draft. They have options. DSG can go for the front to back, or they can go for the dives. And even if Call Me goes down, DSG have proven that if they plant their feet, they can stand their ground.
Guardian Angel timers are also pretty big for them, and Sajed still has his.
Yep.
So while they did work around Kryra's, and it was a good investment to Cataclysm, sacrifice the Guardian Angel, get the extra kills, obviously. Now, of course, they don't have it for the time being, but they've got Baron buff, so it's a pretty safe siege for them in the meantime.
Yeah.
And they can even have Akali go answer the Shen push. So Call Me has his teleport ready. Everything's pretty safe for DSG. Just play around, you're buffing up your minions, and eventually getting the mid lane tower
5K gold lead and it doesn't matter.
favor.
It felt like Dignitas were coming back in this game, and maybe that could mount to come back in the series, but from this position,
he's playing Shen.
5K gold lead overall for DSG, and it's pretty much
Yes, bro,
the
no Mikhails.
matching Photon, so then mid
No
lane
Mikhails
and jungle
versus this
support are
team
kind
is
of the other
insane.
equalizers to get that lead,
And he's
rather,
3
for
support
DSG.
items without
you
Dawncore as well.
touched
Like,
on
it's
it,
just
Kangas,
so
but
nuts.
Shen, even though Photon has been great and made a lot of big plays,
Like, bro, this Moonstone purchase
really
is
carry
it's
in
comically
game
bad.
later.
Your damage is capped at a certain point.
You could do a lot of work to get your team up and kind of carry early, but in the late game scenarios here, I mean, we're literally looking at a 7-item Yunara with the new AD carry role quest. So
and now we're looking at the base falling apart. I mean, that inhibitor turret's down, an inhibitor as well. Even with open inhibs on DSG's side, Dignitas, they're going to have to fight tooth and nail to even touch those for the rest of this game. They are well behind, and the next Dragon's up in 20 seconds. DSG have an easy path back to drop their vision line in the jungle, control the access points, and get themselves to Soul Point.
So...
We're at the point. Oh, okay, actually. I was going to ask hypothetical, but now we might see Kryra go for an engage onto Ignar. Call Me is going to catch his mid wave.
It's so scary for them.
If DSG win a team fight, they could end the game through bot lane. Supers are going to be pushing in there, so they don't have to go for the Dragon Soul. They can just.
So he's running out of mana.
Serdy's getting chunked down by FBI.
So he actually needs
Good
the base, I
mystic
think.
shots there.
I don't think he's going to have enough mana to finish the fight.
Will land on a Call Me, but Surdy will go for his own engage. Now, Keeper's Verdict channeled here by XU will throw it out, and
Lulu
it lands
got
onto
knocked out.
Lulu. So
Surdy
support's
really
out
needs
there,
the
but
base.
Dignitas can't get in. They have depth charge from Ignar, but
No, I don't think
Sajid's
Rocket
just
Bell on
not
every
getting the angle,
champ
and now
makes
Lions
sense. I hate
is
it.
gonna regroup up with the rest of DSG. They can assert the
Really
front line
overbuilt.
again. Surdy's going to go in with
Oh,
Call Me.
pull
Damage
me.
onto Ignar. As XU's looking for his own flank here. Kryra's going to miss it, but XU just
Pull me
getting
just
shut
ran the whole
down.
game.
The Stand United.
Oh my god.
Sajed on a killing spree. Double kill to the AD carry. DSG again. Step up when the team fight matters. Photon fails to flash over the wall. A triple to Sajed as Lions will flash. The True Shot Barrage, TP from Surdy. This could be the game end push. It's just FBI and Palafox left to try and clear the waves.
Well,
but 4 members stand
email
on
of the day,
DSG,
technically.
Sajed full health.
Wow,
this
Bouse
is
Tech.
how the series ends. DSG keep their playoff dreams alive as
I
they
can't
look
believe
to
it, bro.
2-0 Dignitas
Big actually lost this game. It's impressive. It's impressive. It's impressive. It's impressive. It's impressive.
DSG. And welcome,
Wallahi, it's
30.
impressive.
He is undefeated in the LCS 2-0.
Genuinely,
Very nice.
it's impressive.
Coming in
Well,
very
chat, that's it for tonight. There's not much else going on. Again, I'm going to show the Discord one more time. If you like the vibes in here, we're trying to push to grow the Discord, okay? We are going to apply for a league partner in September. So having an active Discord, a healthy Discord, would be really handy. So I'd appreciate if you joined. Again, a lot of the people in here chatting there as well. So it's very good vibes. So please feel free to join and like join in the conversations going on there. I'm also right. Let me check what time the football's on tomorrow. Hold on. Arsenal. What time's the football tomorrow? 4:30. LPL. Okay. Tomorrow's agenda. We will watch the LPL, and then we will go to the Discord and we will watch the Arsenal match. Right. Maybe we'll watch some Monster before that as well. That's very plausible. And then once the football's done, we'll chill out. I'm gonna chill out. Maybe more Monster if I'm like vibing, and then we'll go into LCS. Does that sound like a decent day? Yeah. Or actually, even you know what? Fuck the football. Well, no, not like fuck the football for real. But if there's good CBLOL on tomorrow, because the CBLOL playoffs, I think, is already underway. Yes, Los versus FX. Kind of whatever they're in CBLOL tomorrow. Okay, never mind. We'll probably watch the football. When West Ham went against Arsenal, do we just commit Ambessa ult? Yes, 100%. We insta blow up. We insta blow up Arteta. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. Oh, I guess for anyone who's still in the YouTube chat, this is the Discord that we're talking about, because I've been saying it almost and sending it only in the Twitch. So there's the Discord. Anyone from YouTube chat that would like to join the Discord, there is the link. I'm going to end the stream now, so I'll see you guys later on the YouTube end. Bye bye. And then here on Twitch,